And Jets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station. Evan Roberts, Tiki Barber. It's Evan and Tiki on WFAN, The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Hola! How we doing on a Wednesday? Evan and Tiki. No Tiki. He's in Europe. He'll be back in a couple of days. Shaun Morash sitting in the big chair. It's a giant day. You may have heard John Harbaugh earlier today with Boomer and Gio, as well as Joe Shane. We will talk to Brian Burns and Isaiah Likely coming up in the 11 o'clock hour. So a lot of giant stuff throughout the day, your telephone calls, and maybe the worst eulogy you'll ever hear for the passing of Dolly Parton. A lot to get to on a very busy Wednesday. Last night was a very unusual Yankee game because they tend to lose games in which we sit here and just bitch about the offense.
Yep.
And last night was one of those weird nights where they scored enough runs, but the starting pitching failed them. And more than that, their bullpen failed them. And do you have a worry that this pen is kind of leaking oil?
Yes. I think without a doubt. And this, I think as the days settled in after the trade deadline, and I tried to reflect on what Brian Cashman did or didn't do, adding Luis Garcia Jr. with obviously the hopes, at the time we thought Stanton, but Judge, Bellinger coming back. I never really doubted that this offense, when we got to the meat and potatoes of September and October, would prevail and end up being a pretty good offense. My worry all along was that this bullpen was going to inevitably turn into a house of cards that they did nothing to add to. And they did trade, obviously, Giovanni Cruz, which you do 10 times out of 10, for Luis Garcia
And Camilo
Jr.
Duvall's pitching well, by the way.
Again,
I don't know if you're paying attention to that, but he's actually throwing the ball well.
Wouldn't trust him anyway. But the point being is this. Am I going to overly panic that last night Hedrick turned into a pumpkin for the first time? No. I do have my worries that they keep treating Fernando Cruz like a high-leverage reliever when he has not been basically the same pitcher since May. It's one hot, one cold if that splitter is not on. But, Evan, that to me, if and when the Yankees meet their demise, I think it's going to be less about the bats falling asleep in October, which has been the case in past years, and more about the fact that when they get out of this great starting rotation, do they have enough guys with juice left in their arms in October to take them home out of this pen?
It's a double-edged sword because last night was, if you believe in winning the division, if you think it's important, I think you do, I think I do, then you got to win last night's game. It's an important game. Tampa Bay loses. You already have that on the kind of up there on the board. It's a close game at home against the Astros. You have a lead.
Yep.
You need to use your A-level relievers, which he tried to do. But then the balance is, you look at a guy like Brent Hedrick, he's appeared in 68 games.
Absolutely.
Like, it's only natural to look at that workload. Same with Fernando Cruz, who's pitched in 61 games, and say, this may not be sustainable. So it's a tough balance between keeping your pen fresh, which Boone acknowledged after the game, like, it's a thing.
Yeah.
But
and
also
they've had 3 off days in the last 10 days. I mean, they've done their best.
They've done their best. And Brent Hendricks pitched in 4 of the last 10 games. Boone cited that recently as well. He hasn't pitched that much. It's 4 to 10 games. That's still a lot.
Yes.
And I'm not even criticizing Aaron for this. I think it's just a tricky spot because the games matter. You want to win, but Brent Hedrick and Fernando Cruz and even Paul Blackburn are prime candidates to just wear down based on the workload that they've had this season.
Now, what isn't making me overly hit the panic button is I thought there was a point in time, God, I guess it was almost a month ago now. It feels like 2 weeks. But when the Yankees were in Wrigley, Paul Blackburn on that, I think it was the Friday game, finally spit the bit and he had a bad moment.
Yes.
And I said, well, okay, we're kind of waiting for Paul Blackburn to fall apart all year. Here it is. And since that moment, and it ended up being just that, like a reliever's on the bit. So that is my only hope when I see an outing like Hedrick had last night, is that maybe that's the Blackburn in Wrigley moment where he's fine after that. But I don't know how you're not concerned with the amount of innings these guys have thrown. And look, it's less about, I know what you're saying, right? The Rays lose, you want to win that game. At least they didn't lose ground last night. But if we could actually take chasing down the Rays or keeping the Red Sox ahead of it, I'm just talking about this team getting through October. What you saw last night with the bullpen, I can easily see being what undoes this team. And let's be real. Like, you read the reports last night about Clark Schmidt, won't be able to throw back-to-back days, but he's probably going to be a factor out of the pen. Luis Hill's still walking guys, but looks all right. Like, these are the answers that they have coming.
I completely agree. I think those are the answers. I think if Ryan Weathers gets healthy, he's an answer. Right. I know Will Warren has not been great. I mean, you look at his overall year, he's taken the ball every 5 days. He's got basically a 4.5 ERA and hasn't been great recently. But I think he may be one of the answers you're forced to get, kind of push come October. And so I think that health in your rotation, especially if Max Fried is able to make that start over the weekend against the Red Sox, which is trending in the right direction, it's going to be what we've talked about for weeks and months, that starting pitchers are going to be asked to have a different role come October, because it's very tough. As great as Brent Hedrick's been, and he's had a great year. I mean, there's no knock on him. It's just that he's thrown 67 innings. He's pitched in 68 games. It's a lot of games to pitch in.
He's having one of the great reliever years a Yankees ever seen. So I'm not mad at him. It's natural. You're allowed to be tired and worn down. So I don't know. Evan, I even thought about this after last night. I don't know what happened when Max Fried. He's clearly coming back quick. Would I mind a little phantom IL for Brent Hendrick to almost, not allow him to be used? But then again, you have this big Boston series.
Or you could just rest him. You don't have to use him every day. The problem is, and I get where Boone's coming from, and this is the battle that the Yankee fan has, you're also trying to win the division. Every game matters if you want to win the American League East.
Yeah, no question. Now, what I do think as we get to the end of September and October needs to be done, and I'm very interested to see how Aaron Boone handles this, is we've gotten very accustomed in Major League Baseball, even with great starters, to go, man, these playoff games are tight. When you get to that third turn through the order, these guys are all going to have, quick hooks. We've seen it with the very good Yankee starting pitchers in past postseasons. You saw them do it last year, especially with Cam Schlittler. I almost wonder if their lack of being able to rely on these bullpen arms not being tired leads to an October where we see some old school stuff.
Where you push your starter.
And you even brought up the lack of, or the off days, at least in the first. I mean, maybe you just go, hey, Schlittler, Cole, if you guys are rolling, we're going to let you go. 7, 8 innings. Let's go.
They should. I mean, you have guys equipped to do it. Cam Schlittler is a big, strong young man. He's a strapping young man. Push him. If he's dominating, push him into the 7th or 8th inning. Max Fried and Garrett Cole are veteran pitchers. Assuming they're healthy, push them. So you're right. I remember the 2005 White Sox won that way, where all their starters went deep into games. And it's crazy to think 2005 is a long time ago.
Yeah.
That's 21 years ago.
21 years ago.
The other thing from last night, and I want to play you something because I know this has bothered some Yankee fans. And I heard Tommy. Tommy was very upset about this, too. I give Tommy credit. I listened to him rip Booney for this as well. Aaron was asked about the sequence where Austin Wells came up in the bottom of the 8th inning and Jazz Chisholm was on first base. The Yankees had pulled within 1. Mm-hmm. And on the broadcast, both Michael Kay and David Cohn talked about, hey, Jazz should run. Yeah. Guy's got 30-plus stolen bases. It's a big attribute to his game. You're down by a run. Austin Wells is a double play candidate. You got to send him. So it was brought up on the broadcast by both guys as a real chance and a real opportunity. There was one pickoff attempt. It was kind of like a token pickoff attempt.
It was a little step-off throw.
And then on the 4th pitch of the at-bat, with Jazz not running on any of them, Austin Wells bounced into a double play. Mm-hmm. So one of the questions to Aaron Boone was, hey, now what about Jazz Chisholm not trying to steal second base? I want you to listen to the question and answer and tell me if you got any issues with the way Booney handled this thing.
In the 8th at Wells at bat, is that a spot where you want to see Jazz attempt to steal to avoid the double play?
Oh, he's attempting to.
So why did he not?
Well, we got to get a jump, and so it didn't come to fruition there, but we're working at it there.
So he's saying he did attempt, which I think threw the reporter off because he's like, well, but he didn't run.
That's not an attempt. Is when you run.
So
an attempt is not looking to see to get a read. It's when you run. The only thing I came back to, and I actually didn't hear that answer live after, was
this is why I'm here. To supply the answers for you in the audience.
Is there something to Jazz got a great jump? I think it was the 2nd inning when he stole his 35th base of the year. Is there something to he swiped that bag and he felt like the Astros and they had a read on him?
Brian Abreu, not a good pickoff move.
I know.
I mean, it was all set up for Jazz
pitcher,
to steal second. And by the way, the whole inning plays out differently. I know you can't assume that Austin Wells grounds out the second.
Yeah.
But if he does, Jazz is on third base with 1 out.
Hold on. Here's the thing, though, Evan. If we're being real, you kind of can assume that Austin Wells grounds out the second. I know it's tongue-in-cheek.
But that's a good out.
But it's also like the most likely outcome.
But here's what's funny. If Jazz is standing on second base,
it's a good out.
Ground out by Austin Wells with nobody out is a wonderful out.
I agree.
Tying runs on third with less than 2 outs. Instead, it turns into a pretty routine 4-6-3 double play. Do you have a problem with with Aaron Boone basically telling us, well, he did attempt? What are you talking about?
Listen, if he didn't feel like he had a jump, that's fine. You cannot say into a microphone that he attempted. An attempt is actually taking off. I'm sorry, that's an attempt.
I am going to defend Jazz Chisholm and Aaron Boone. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to explain to you how. I would say that 90% of the audience didn't see the Met game, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
And 100% of the people didn't see Francisco Lindor's great diving catch because the SNY feed cut out. More on that in a few minutes. But in the 9th inning, after Lindor made that great play, he reached first base with a 2-out infield single. Mm-hmm. And I said to Jet, because I was at the game teaching him a little baseball, I said, Lindor's got to run. He's got to run. In a weird way, similar to the Jazz spot.
Yeah.
Now, this is 2 outs, nobody on 9th inning of a tie game, but I was saying he's got to run because if he steals second base, great. Mets are a hit away from winning. And if he doesn't steal second base and he gets thrown out, whatever. The inning starts anew in the 10th. Lindor's on second. So I'm explaining to him, and all the guys around me are like, yeah, Lindor's got to run. Lindor didn't run. He got picked off. And so my defense of Jazz and Boone is that as much as there are situations where a guy should run, like Jazz Chisholm and like Francisco Lindor, not the same situation, but I think we'd all agree, great spots to run in. If you don't get a good read, if you don't get a good jump, if you are too aggressive,
you get picked off.
That can happen. Yeah. And I'll ask you this question. If instead of Austin Wells grounding into a double play, Jazz Chisholm got picked off,
I'd be crushing
what
Jazz.
would you be saying today?
We would be crushing Jazz, talking about his baseball IQ. There is no doubt. That is a classic have your cake and
Chisholm! So that's where I almost have to defend
Jazz Chisholm.
That what Boone is saying. Like, yes, he should run, but within reason, because if you get picked off the way Lindor did, it's just a completely different conversation.
But this is unfortunately where you have to throw out like no two teams, no two games, no two rosters are alike when you're talking about situations. You just got to understand. I know Austin Wells has handled the bat, especially late in games, a little better of late over the last month. It's still Austin Wells who's a ground ball machine in that spot. And I think you have to weigh that. I think if that's another batter there, maybe you do live with the fact that Jazz Chisholm's not.
Now, I have to give Tommy a ton of credit. And if you're listening, Tommy, dude, I almost drove off my bike. Because I was listening to my man on the free Odyssey app.
Drove off your bike?
He had me dying because it was so true something he said. And I want to give him all the credit for it. He says that sometimes with Boone Answers, if you pretend that he's talking baseball, use it as an excuse for your wife, and it fits the same way. So Tommy's like, my wife asks me why I didn't put the toilet seat down. What was Boone's excuse for Jazz? Well, he attempted to. Well, honey, I attempted to put the seat down.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I don't know why it didn't happen. We tried.
I don't know why it didn't happen, but I tried. So kudos to you, bro, because in that context, in that specific Boone answer, it is so true.
Yeah.
Hey, how come he didn't run? I attempted to. Just didn't happen. Tommy's like, my boss asked me why I didn't show up to work. I don't know. I attempted to. With that said, I have to defend them. Like, you don't want to get picked off. And we saw it in the Met game. Now, speaking of the Mets, I'm not going to bore you by breaking down this game. If you want to hear it, go download the Rico.
But drive home, Rico.
A drive home, Rico. But SNY, should be ashamed of yourself. What happened last night at the end of the Met game, and I want everybody to think about this happening in a Yankee game, or this happening in a Jet game, or this happening in a Giant game, or this happening when OG Anunoby is getting the most famous tip-in maybe in the history of basketball. Last night, with bases loaded, 2 out in the 9th inning, as, what's his name? I forget. The 9th place hitter, David Hamilton, hits a line drive that looks like it's going to be a base hit to give the Brewers the lead. As Lindor is leaving his feet to make what would turn into an incredible catch, the SNY feed not only cuts out, it cuts out for, I counted, 14 seconds.
To the whole opening intro of Heidi.
Yes! There's nothing! And I get it. The Mets are 12 games under 500. If you're watching the game, you care, but do you care? To me, and I didn't see this at the time because I was at the game, that is an egregious crime against sports fandom watching. And if this happens as the Giants are attempting a game-tying field goal.
I go nuts.
Or as Brian Burns, who joins the show in an hour and a half, is about to sack Dak Prescott on opening night. And all of a sudden, it cuts out for 15 seconds. This is something that we talk about for a century.
You're right.
The Heidi game. Now, in fairness, it's Mets Brewers. It's late August. I get it.
Yeah.
I understand it. But are you freaking kidding me, SNY?
No, that can't happen.
People need to be suspended. I don't want to say fired. That's too harsh. I don't want to fire anybody. But there needs to be a talking to. You know, in the Brewer game, a guy was benched last night for barely hustling. Well, someone needs to be benched. Like Sean needs to be benched for some of the crap he said yesterday. A benching. There needs to be a benching at SNY because for Lindor to be flying through the air like he's Superman and SNY to cut out, Sean, what are we doing?
It's atrocious. And to have the comeback and just see Lindor smiling with the mitt and fist pumping everybody.
That's when it comes back. It
actually takes away from the moment beyond that because then you're going, well, hell, he's smiling. What happened? Did somebody get picked? Did he actually catch the ball? That's an insane reaction. Can happen. It did happen to the New York Rangers a couple of years ago.
I vaguely remember
during the famous double overtime Vincent Trocheck scored game. I think it was during one of the overtimes. They cut out because the game had gone too long and it was going to the Western Conference game. And people freaked out about that as well. Look, we don't ask for much. Sports leagues, regional networks, everybody's been pigs. Do you need a million places to watch the games during a year? All we ask is if we're going to invest our money this way and that way, it doesn't matter if you're regional or national, you can't lose feeds of the games. You can't for any.
In that moment.
It doesn't even matter.
What
in that, like that moment matters.
That moment?
But dude, even if they lost for 2 pitches and it was an at-bat that nothing happened, it's still unacceptable.
I agree it's unacceptable, but think about last night's game. It's a 3-hour baseball game. Both baseball games were over 3 hours.
Very long.
Most of those games aren't going to feature defining moments. They're going to feature pitches that you miss. No doubt you may even miss a base hit. You may miss a strikeout. I'm not saying you wouldn't miss important things. The bases are loaded. There's 2 outs. It's a tie game. There's a line drive. And as he's in the air, it cuts out. Like, what are the odds of that?
Evan,
it's almost like it was done on purpose.
Evan, so much.
I'm not accusing anybody, but it is a little fishy, Sean.
It is fishy.
A little fishy.
The old producer come back?
It's a little fishy. The producer that got fired? The director that got fired?
Did he come back and pull a plug? Put on the custodian's uniform? The issue there is at the end of this year, which is, look, it hasn't been the year by a mile that Met fans wanted, but every year the Mets put out a little Met yearbook, right? They go through the year that was. That moment and that play, I would think, likely gets featured. They win an extra inning game versus a big dog in the National League, and Lindor makes it crazy. Look, just bear with me. It hasn't been a year of a lot of highs.
I get it. They're 12 games. And I kind of talked about this yesterday on that drive home, that was Lindor's defining game and moment of the year.
Like, so
in a lost season.
When you go back in your SNY and you kind of clip that up and throw in a Mets yearbook, we're going to pretend you caught that live?
Oh, they are. They already have. SNY's already tweeted out like Gary Cohen calling the play as if there was no issue. There was an issue. It was an egregious issue. It was horrific. Benching. Let's get to your calls next, 888-808-1019, plus the latest on Aaron Judge. It seems like we're getting updates every day, and this one may be the most encouraging. Plus, I remind you, coming up in the 11 o'clock hour, we will talk to one of the newest New York Giants, Isaiah Likely, and Brian Burns, who begins his 3rd year with the Giants after a monster year last year. Spider-Man joins us in the 11 o'clock hour as well, 888-808-1019. It is time for the Yankee Turning Point of the game. First caller to correctly identify yesterday's Turning Point receives a $100 Wendy's gift card. The number to call is 866-540-WFAN, 866-540-9326. And like I mentioned, you receive a $100 Wendy's gift card from our friends at Wendy's. Eat great, even late at Wendy's. And your flagship station for Yankee baseball, The Fan. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you, at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. From Connecticut to Maine, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Total Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is expanding across Long Island, New York City, and New Jersey with new locations opening in Comac, Babylon, and West Orange. Expert care is closer than ever. Their top-rated doctors treat everything from everyday injuries to complex orthopedic conditions. Wherever you are on your journey, they are there to help you move forward. They are the experts at getting you back to being you. Visit TotalOrthoSportsMed.com to schedule your appointment today or call 855-321-ORTHO.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by your local Mazda dealer and also sponsored by the New York State Thruway Authority. Imagine that your workplace is inches away from traffic and a car flies by, drifting because someone checked their phone. People work here. They trust you. Don't drive distracted. Funded by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration with a grant from the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
$18 days until the Giants kick off the season against the Cowboys.
The Giants stopped them at the 1-yard line. Holy cow!
The home of New York Giants football. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Looking for peace of mind in selecting your next SUV? Mazda is named the safest new car brand by Consumer Reports. That means confidence for every drive, all at a value that might surprise you. Visit your local Mazda dealer for great offers during Mazda's More to Move You sales event.
The U.S. Open Tennis Championships are underway, and you can still get in on the excitement. Grab a $30 grounds pass for the Finals Fan Fest, September 12th and 13th in Louis Armstrong Stadium. Experience celebrity arrivals and star-studded viewing parties hosted by actress and comedian Yvonne Orji and The Bachelor's Joey Graziadei, plus live DJ sets from Tanks, Lucas, and Summer House's Kyle Cook. Get tickets now at usopen.org.
Hi, this is John Starks, and I'm Tyler Kolek. At John Starks Kia, we don't play games. No gimmicks, no tricks, no hidden fees, no surprises. Lease a Kia Sportage for just $333 a month with just $3 due at signing. What we say is what it is, period. See you at John Starks Kia in Queens. Go New York, go New York, go.
36-month lease excludes tax, title, and MV fees. No security deposit required. 10,000 miles per year. Expires August 31st.
It's fall, which means you're going to fall hard for this Dunkin' $6 meal deal. Now you get a medium hot or iced coffee, 6 crispy hash browns, and a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, all for $6. That's a full breakfast meal for $6. So wherever you're headed, work, school, the gym, or your next adventure, your breakfast or afternoon pick-me-up is covered. Do breakfast the Dunkin' way and order Dunkin's $6 meal deal.
If you work in New Jersey manufacturing, your chance to network, learn, and connect with resources for your business is October 2nd, the annual Made in New Jersey Manufacturing Day in Freehold at iPlay America.
Join your colleagues and register today at njmep.org.
Listen to MLB Insider Calls on WFAN all season long. Presented by Grainger. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Orgavatazona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here, and let me tell you something about cell coverage. It's not about which network is best. It's about which one is best where you are. Red Pocket Mobile gives you your choice of networks from all 3 nationwide 5G networks. And every line in your family can be a different one. Your kid on the network that covers campus, you on the one that works best at home. Right now, a full year of 5G starts at less than $7 a month on an annual plan. RedPocket.com. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Summer's heating up and pest season is officially here. Mosquitoes, ticks, ants, and wildlife are becoming more active across the greater New York area as summer temperatures rise. Enjoy your summer, not the pests. JP McHale Pest Management helps protect your home, family, pets, employees, and customers all summer long. With local offices around the tri-state area, their local experts are ready with seasonal residential savings and free commercial inspections. Visit nopests.com. That's NOPESTS.com. JP McHale Pest Management, not just good, guaranteed.
Todd, do we
we still have time to make this the summer at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
John Montone, of course. There are still incredible deals to be had at Ramsey during the Make This the Summer event.
You must be speaking of the low lease options for a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo Altitude 4x4. Just $379 a month for 36 months, $48.68 total due at signing, or purchase with 0 APR financing for 36 months.
Or lease a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Limited 4x4 for as little as $429 a month for 36 months and just $49.18 total due at signing. Or purchase with 0% APR financing for 36 months.
This is your last chance to make this the summer with some hot deals at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
Exceptional people, exceptional deals.
Call 833-853-2969 for details. Tax title registration extra. Zero security deposit. VIN number TC258760. MSRP 49605. VIN number T8599538. MSRP 53255. APR 2778 per month for 1000 finance. Expires 8/31/26.
Don't waste time looking for the lowest price on Bridgestone tires, because when it comes to Bridgestone tires, nobody beats a Town Fair tire deal. That's right, you get the guaranteed lowest price, plus the most free services for life on your new Bridgestone tires. Town Fair Tire is the area's largest discount tire dealer with over 125 locations. Nobody beats a Town Fair tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Talk New York sports. Jets, Giants, Yankees, Mets. Get in the conversation and make your voice heard. Call the Fan now, 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus, your streaming home to watch the NFL on CBS all season long.
And this is the WFAN Fan Focus. Yankees offensive woes feel like yesteryear, but now bullpen concerns as we just led the show. Bombers fall to the Astros 9-7. Fernando Cruz and Brett Hedrick looking beyond human. Francisco Lindor gave Mets fans a night to remember. Incredible diving stop that you barely saw on TV, and a scoring walk-off throwing error for the Mets to win 3-2. And the Giants have officially lost wide receiver Calvin Austin for the season to a season-ending torn ACL injury. And another quick note, we're 48 hours away. Remember, come see Evan and I at the Salt Shack on the beautiful beaches near Babylon, Long Island on Friday. We'll be doing the show live from there ahead of Giants-Jets.
And wear your Jet stuff, because I said to Sean yesterday that Long Island is Jets country, and I think you guys need to prove it. So show up in your Garrett Wilson jersey and show your pride in gangrene. I hate gangrene. I hate that phrase, but I'm using it.
It's a disease.
Yeah, I just, not one of the nicknames I like. There's certain nicknames in sports I don't actually use. Bronx Bombers, I don't like that one either. Gangrene. Amazins. I'm showing you all of them. I don't like that one either.
I don't think I used a single nickname. I think I just called them by their names.
Just call them by their names? Yeah. I usually use curse words when I'm very upset. There were curse words used at Yankee Stadium last night. Jose Altuve, when he came up in the first inning, I was listening very carefully to hear if we got the loud F. Altuve chants, and the answer was yes.
Jose Altuve.
He is still hated. Had 2 hits in the game. Didn't make a monster impact, but did go 2 for 5, and Yankee fans still hate him. And Dave Sims said it best, and he's right. He is, fair or not fair, and it's mostly not fair, he's the face of the scandal. And it's ridiculous because he didn't organize the scandal. He didn't even benefit from those bangs to the level other players did, because we did that bang study. I know John Boy did. So the facts don't say Altuve is the guiltiest person, but I think his longevity, his greatness, the MVP he won against Aaron Judge, I think when you combine all that stuff, fair or not, he's the face of the scandal.
I think you're
Yankee fans.
I think you're hitting on it, but the more the reason he's the face of the scandal is, like anything in life, as time goes by, years blend together. And I think the fact that home run off of Chapman that happened in 19, when it was the buzzer thing that was supposedly, I had a tattoo, my wife didn't want me showing.
Right. It's suspicious.
It's suspicious, and that moment and that homer, even though it had nothing to do with the actual regular cheating scandal, is why he's the face of the scandal.
That is one of the questions, the biggest unknowns, mysteries in sports I need the answer to. Because I'm kind of with you that everything that happened in terms of that game-winning home run and his reaction and the shirt coming off and not coming off, it's weird.
Yeah, and if nobody would think in real time, my wife doesn't want my shirt coming off because I have a bad tattoo. But nobody would think that in real time.
But the Astros having buzzers on their shirts, which has never been proven, nor is it really, did MLB really investigate it?
No,
Probably not.
I don't think they wanted to.
That would be a scandal. I think 5 times bigger
than
the banging of the trash cans. So it isn't proven. Like, it's not like it's a clear thing. But I get that. I think the speculation of, well, we know about 17, but what do we know about 19?
Exactly. It's that home run, I think, was the punctuation mark on Altuve being the face.
We'll get the Aaron Judge update in a few minutes. Let's get to your calls. 888-808-1019, the number. Adam in Georgia. What's up, Adam?
Oh, morning, Evan. Morning, Sean. Big fan of the show.
What's up, Adam? Thanks.
I'll just say this real quick, and I've got a Yankee point vis-a-vis the Astros discussion. Read the Evan Drellich book, Winning Fixes Everything, because you can't believe the amount of stuff you don't even know about that scandal. It's incredibly gripping. But I want to build off your discussion, Evan, not push back, but maybe kind of build on what you said about the Yankees needing to ride their rotation. You said, if Cam Schlittler's pitching well, you gotta ride him. I think even if he's not pitching well, you got to ride him. And I want to give you a hypothetical scenario, right? Let's say Schlittler throws 50 pitches in the first 2 innings, and then he's got 2 on and 1 out, and he's about to throw his 70th pitch in the 3rd inning, and the Yankees have lost game 1 of the series. That's a spot in the past where Boone has typically had no starters outside of Cole that you can trust, and he's had a parade of a death pen that he can bring in, so they go to it really quickly. This year, we need to live and die with the big three. If the Yankees are going to get blown out of the playoffs because the pitching failed, let it be because Cam Schlittler is the one who failed. Because how often do we see great pitchers like that struggle early, get out of a situation like that with a quick ground ball, and then maybe like he throws 3 9-pitch innings, and all of a sudden you look up and you go, wow, how great is Cam Schlittler that he pitched into the 7th inning despite not really having his best stuff? We need to allow that type of game to happen, and I'm nervous Aaron Boone won't.
I think he should.
It's a great phone call.
I think he will. I think that this Yankee team is just different. Like, their rotation is stronger. And despite their bullpen putting up really good numbers, their bullpen is weaker. Despite what the numbers tell you. Now, the numbers will tell you the Yankee bullpen's been as good as anybody. But remember the lanes, the right lane for this reliever, Wandy Peralta, the right lane for that reliever, Adam Ottavino. I don't feel as confident in the matchups that they have with some of their relievers. So I tend to agree with you, and it's also a compliment to what Schlittler is, Fried is, assuming he's healthy, and what Cole is.
You can't have a conversation all year about the Yankees are different, they're not the same Yankees because of their starting rotation, and then not go down because of your starting rotation. I think that's exactly what the point is.
The Yankees suck.
No, I agree with you. Let's go to Felix in Brooklyn. What's up, Felix?
Hey, good morning. How you guys doing?
Good, man. What's on your mind?
I want to talk about the running game from the Yankees, exactly like we were saying. In the game that they lost to the Blue Jays, Josh Chisholm started with the double and with nobody out. Don't tell me that the Yankees don't have nobody on the bench who can bunt and bring this guy to third base. And they just acting well, batting for a strikeout. I mean, why we not use what other teams use to beat us? Why we cannot use exactly the same thing to beat them? I mean, I don't understand. The best runner is in second base with nobody out. Yeah. Why they cannot send somebody from the bench, Amer Rosario, anybody who can bunt? I mean, move the guy over.
Don't have enough bunters.
Use that to beat us.
Yeah, there's certain situations where I think the bunting makes sense. I don't think it's there.
No, because with Jazz's speed at second, you expect him to come around and score on a base hit.
Right.
I'm not worried. I'm not playing the sack fly game with Jazz.
Look, I think with Jazz, going back specifically to the situation of last night, it's great to steal bases. Mm-hmm. It's an awesome weapon, right?
Yeah.
But it's also, when do you steal the bases? Like, are you just tacking on stolen bases that at the end of the day don't matter? Or when you're down by a run in the 8th inning, runner on first, nobody out, are you stealing then? Because that's as pivotal a moment to steal a base as you could have.
Especially if you're looking to avoid a double play.
Yeah. I almost think we need to create another stat. Stolen base value. I'm not even, like, I'm kidding, but I'm not.
Evan, you're not kidding. You're right. That stat.
There's a importance to that, is there not?
There will be a stat like that in our lives. If there probably is. Somebody's probably calculated that somewhere, and it just hasn't gone on. But you're right, because there's a lot of stats in stolen bases. Not all stolen bases are created equal.
They're not. It's like we talk about in the NFL. Not all sacks are created equal.
Yes.
Not all interceptions are created equal.
Correct.
How about the throw punt? The throw punt.
The interception punt.
Yeah. Basically.
I've never heard it called a throw punt.
I think I just created it.
I think it's the throw's as good as an interception.
Basically.
Yeah.
Well, that's just, but it needs a phrase.
I'm sorry. No, I said that wrong.
Yeah, you said it wrong. Why don't you fix it?
The throw's as good as a punt.
Right.
Yeah.
So what shouldn't it have a term?
I don't like throw punt.
A throw punt. I actually think I like it.
I promise for once I'm not arguing with you this week. I agree with you. I just need a jazzier name.
You don't like throw punt?
Throw punt sounds weird because it sounds like throat punch.
Oh. Well, maybe that's what makes it good. Because it sounds like something, but it's not. It's a throw punt. It's a, hey, you know what? That interception ain't a big deal. It's basically a punt.
Quarterback punt.
A quarterback punt? But then that's like a quarterback actually punting, which we've seen before.
A QBP.
A QBP. All right, now we're moving.
All right.
Look at that. Creating
we got
terms.
there.
We're creating terms and stats.
Yeah.
We're going to make every 50-plus-year-old man mad at us right now. Let's go to Jack in Hoboken. Hey, Jack.
Good morning, Evan. How's it going?
Wonderful. What's on your mind?
So what do you think happened on the SNY stream? Did one of the producers jump up to celebrate and step on a wire or something?
I don't know. Like, there's a part of me that thinks it's too coincidental. Tiki always says he doesn't believe in coincidences. It's too coincidental to have the feed go out in that exact moment. So maybe it was some kind of celebration. I don't know.
Listen, Jack, the plug thing is easy, but like working the controls back here at the station, sometimes a moment like that is just like an electric shock happens. You happen to be, doing something that's like static electricity and zaps you out, and then it takes a little while for it to reboot.
I'll give you a WFAN comparison. Connor Green is running the board. He does a great job. So remember on Monday when that guy called in and called you, what did he call you again?
You know what he called.
What did he call you?
I'm going to be an ass.
No, it wasn't an ass.
It's a pompous ass.
No, it wasn't that. It was something else.
Yeah, you fat slob.
That's what it was.
Fat
Called you
slob.
fat slob. Yeah. Imagine in the meat of this phone call, Connor mistakenly knocked you off the air. Like because it was so exciting.
Yeah.
That would be the same thing.
Right.
Like we do a 4-hour show. I think all our words are important, but there are certain moments that are electric.
Yeah.
So that's what happened last night. It's a 3-hour game. There's a lot of nothing. And in the moment of electricity, whether it was Connor being excited that someone called you a fat slob or someone from SNY being excited that there was this line drive, amazing potential play, it cannot happen. Don't you know people at SNY?
Do you want me to reach out?
Yeah, I want you to say, do you have what happened? That's the question. What happened?
Maybe they thought about cutting away to an episode of Heidi.
Maybe. Or, oh, yeah. That's what they were thinking of.
All right.
We need Peter Schwartz's opinion from a 2008 Jets game. And that's what, imagine if that happened instead of it just going to blank, it just goes to an episode of, oh yeah, or Mets Yearbook.
Desperate Housewives.
Well, that would excite me. That's my show now.
This has been now the late August run of Desperate Housewives.
Dude,
forever.
I am
The split screen with the Mets game and Desperate Housewives.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I did that the other day. I'll probably do that tonight. I'm going to go triple screen. I'm going to go Yankees, Mets, Desperate Housewives. I'm locked in.
Desperate Housewives on the third screen, but that obviously gets the sound then.
Yeah, Yankees.
Because you can't watch that on mute.
Yankees and Mets are getting mute. I don't need to hear anything. What do I need
What
to
an incredible setup.
What do I need to hear Gary Cohen or Michael K tell me right now?
I am a damage freak.
Like, what are they going to tell me that I don't know? I'm watching the game.
Did you get to season 2 yet?
No, I'm still through season 1. Don't, please.
I'm not going to, Evan, I don't have any spoilers. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just genuinely curious on your progress.
Yeah, I'm towards the end of season 1.
Okay.
But I'm very much enjoying that.
How many seasons, was it, like 8 seasons?
I don't know. I'm also keeping that a mystery, too. Like, I'm not looking ahead to the Hulu to see, well, how many seasons is it? I'm just going through it.
Just real quickly, how will you know you got to the end then?
I think you'll
Like,
know.
will the show end and then be like, oh, there's no next episode?
That's a fair point. You know what? I'll worry about that when I get deeper. I'm pretty sure this show went at least 5 years.
Okay.
So I got time.
All right, cool.
Like, especially with football coming back, I'm going to have to slow down my pace.
Yeah.
But if I can whip out, let's say, 2 episodes a day, I should be done by...
I can tell you how many episodes there are.
Yeah, tell me how many episodes there are.
180 episodes.
180? You're not
180.
finishing
I'm
the show.
about 17 in.
You're not finishing.
So let's say I got 160 left.
By the way, you know what? You will finish the show.
If I go 2 a day, that's 90 days. That's 3 months. Yeah.
3 months of every single night watching 2 episodes.
You're not going to do it every single night. This reeks of baseball's locked out. Evan will be in a good run for those last 2 seasons then.
So you think I get this thing done in May of next year?
Yeah, that's my prediction.
Milton is in New Jersey. Hey, Milton.
Hey, how you doing, man? Hey, now with Calvin Austin going down, man, was that a non-contact?
Yeah, ACL. He was in one-on-one drills and he crumbled to the ground.
So they're going to start talking about the grass now?
Don't get me started, Milton. Don't get me started.
I know. I'm a Giants fan. And another thing, too, Evan, anytime you treat Sean bad, you should be getting benched.
I have
Thank
not
you.
treated Sean badly. Did I treat you bad yesterday when you were saying your dumbass points?
I don't know that you treated badly. And again, this is a new day. I had almost a meditation period coming in. I'm not yelling and screaming. I've just learned when I do the show with us 3, We bob and weave. When I do the show with just Tiki, it feels a little different. I have now sensed that when I do the show with you, you know how to
push your buttons,
push my buttons, and I got to be more aware. And I understand yesterday when a caller calls in about that, and you're claiming the 8-win thing, even though you don't believe it, and you said 20%.
I said I didn't believe it. I picked them to win 4 games.
And when a caller says the thing about Garrett Wilson better than neighbors, I got to know that is you conversing with Jet fans to try to get me going, and I got to be better than that.
Not at all. By the way, there is a term. What did we just call the interception arm? Throw punt?
A QBP.
A throw punt. The actual term is an arm punt. That is the actual definition of it.
That's better than throw punt. Okay.
Better than throw punt?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I like throw punt better than arm punt because it's a throw. It's a throw that was punted.
But what was it thrown with?
With your arm.
So it's an arm punt.
Yeah. I mean, either one works.
Punt toss.
A punt toss.
Toss punt.
Yeah. Either way, the point is not all stolen bases are created equal. Not all punts are created equal. And by the way, just to relate that again to something else from the Yankee game, not all errors are created equal. So George Lombard Jr. made another error last night.
Yep.
Connor Green said before the show, you want to repeat that stat you said before the show about Lombard?
He's now on pace for 45 errors over 162 games. No player has made more than 40 errors since 1992. Before that, you got to go back to 1936. So I think it's going to be hard to trust him in the playoffs at shortstop if he keeps making errors at this rate.
So Connor gives the stat. I mean, those are the numbers. That's the pace he's on. He's made 4 errors in 4 games. But in fairness, the error last night was a kid just trying to do too much.
That's all.
That's all that was. That was not him booting a routine play. That was him on that ball that deflected off Jazz. George Lombard Jr. trying to do something that was stupid to attempt. And I think as he gets older, he's going to realize, I can't make that play.
Right.
I can't try to make that play.
I can't be a magician every single time. I got to eat it. I completely agree. And he ended up coming back. I think it was a couple plays later, if not the next, and he made a sick play, hoovered it up. And let me tell you, the inside-out swing that George Lombard Jr. exhibits, it's just, you salivate every time he has it.
If you had to guess, I have the answer. So this isn't one of those questions I'm going to ask where there's no answer. How many times do you think, as a grown man, how old are you?
39.
You're 39 years old. You got 2 beautiful daughters.
Yep.
As a grown man with a job here at WFAN, do you know how many times you tweeted after we signed off yesterday between the show ending and the night ending?
Broke records. I couldn't stop. It was I was embarrassed for myself.
I was embarrassed for you.
Yeah.
I even tweeted at you, log off.
Yeah, dude, I couldn't.
I gave you the best advice I could. I was like, log off.
Oh, I couldn't. I mean, the Jet fans just set me over the edge yesterday.
People were accusing Sean of searching his own name on Twitter and finding tweets where people were going after him.
You know what's funny? It wasn't doing that. It's because of Elon Musk's thing. I was tweeting so much that everything that was tweeted about me in that content was in my For You category.
So you were not searching your name. It was just For You'd?
Yeah. Or For You, I'd be like, here's another guy.
I mean, it was embarrassing.
Yeah. Although I don't put it past that you would type your name into the search bar and see. I think it might have been the algorithm.
In the very early days of the show, when everybody basically wished me death, yes, 100%.
Every day that goes by, and I say this from experience, I think I'm one of the only people that can say I worked with both of these people. Every day that goes by, you remind me of Craig Carton. More and more.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
No, I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think you guys are both incredibly talented people. You guys are so freaking similar, it's starting to scare me.
Really?
Like, you're not exactly the same, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more handsome.
He's funnier than you. You're smarter when sports with you. Like, I get it. You guys are not, what?
Is he funnier than me?
Yeah, I think he is. Yeah. But you know a lot more about, every sport than him. So I'll give you that.
Okay.
Maybe not basketball, but then again, some of the basketball things he said has been a little suspect. But you guys are very, very similar, and I'm noticing that every day. And I don't know if that's going to end with them getting along so well that Big Mac and you get traded for each other. Like, I could see that.
Wait, has there been talks of that?
I'm not interested. And I love Big Mac, but it's not something I'd want to do.
Okay.
Suck it. No, I love him.
Thank you.
Well, I love you.
Thank you.
But I don't know if it's going to end with them, like you and Craig having like this incredibly close relationship, or it's going to end with him killing you. I don't know which one. It's one or the other.
I happen to like Craig. I feel like me and Craig have gotten very close since that draft party.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but that could also end badly. You know what I mean?
Anything in life can end badly.
But every day that goes by, Connor, you've worked with both now. Don't you see the similarity?
There's a little bit of Craig and Sean, for sure.
And there's some Sean and Craig. I know he came first, so I guess technically it would be you from him.
Well, I only hope to have the success Craig had. That's all I'd say.
There you go.
You got to start saying, my man, pots and pans.
I don't have to do that. I mean, I'm better than Craig. I know that, but that's okay.
Oh, here we go. This is what I meant when I said it could also end badly. Let's go to Rich in Seaside. What's up, Rich?
Hey, fellas, miss you guys on the drive home in the afternoon. It's thank God for Big Mac. That's all I got to say about that.
Well, we're just complimenting Frank. Now you're ripping him.
You clicked me on at the exact right moment. So, listen, I have 2 points. One about the Mets broadcast last night. I don't know if you guys have ever had this happen to you where you have the TV on for 3 hours because I had the entire game on, and then it shuts off on you because of it going to idle. I thought that happened to me in that moment. I thought my TV cracked out because it was on idle for too long. And sure enough, yeah, it was the broadcast.
I think most people's reaction to the game cutting out in that moment was either it's my cable, it's my TV. You mentioned my TV went idle. Like, I think all of us blamed ourselves. And this is the beauty of social media, as much as we made fun of Sean for abusing it. You go on it to get confirmation that it wasn't just you. Like, you go on social media to see, was that me or did everyone experience that? And apparently everyone did. Like, what I'm curious about is if you're out of market or in market watching on the MLB app, did you experience it then? Like, was it every feed imaginable?
I was not. I'll be honest with you. I was not watching live. I saw it basically immediately in the commercial break on Twitter, which made me pop like, okay, the game's getting tight. I had no idea it cut out because social media basically let you know it happened because you saw it happen.
Frank's in Syosset. Hey, Frank.
Yeah, good morning, guys. No, Evan, they got to play smarter. Yankees got to play smarter ball from here on out. I mean, even during the Orioles series, they had Orioles had runners on first and third. One of the Orioles, he steals second. Wells throws down to second. What does the guy on third do? He comes home. The very next night, the Yankees had the same situation, and the Orioles catcher didn't take the bait. The Yankees took second base. We had runners on first and third. The catcher didn't throw down to second. Our runner on third did not score. It's Garcia throwing over to third. McMahon's not covering third.
That was the worst.
Lombard should have. It's just, they got to play smarter ball. And you can't ignore these things with Lombard. We got to pump the brakes on him. He's a young kid. He's 21 years old. And
Frank, this is the thing I would say about Lombard. You're right. Like, Garcia is kind of still learning first base, but he's played great. He made that brilliant play versus Atlanta that night, and he had that bad throw. But with Lombard, I also view him as kind of like a rookie quarterback. Like Evan had just said, you see that moment, you got to go back and realize you can't do that again. As much as I know above anybody else, has put the cart before the horse with George Lombard, he is still a kid that's supposed to learn from making these mistakes. You just want to limit them here and hope you learn in a hurry because you can't have that happen in October.
I hate to be the boring guy, but it's true sometimes. Everyone's got to pump their brakes. You have to pump your brakes with Cooperstown. The haters have to pump their brakes with the errors. Like, everyone's got to pump their brakes. He's a kid who's played a handful of games in the major leagues.
Yeah.
A lot has yet to be learned. Now, my early returns on him is I think he's going to blossom into a great defensive player because he is making the difficult play look easy. He has screwed up some routine plays. I'm not worried about that. I saw Ozzie Smith do that. Ray Ordonez do that. I actually didn't see Ozzie Smith do that. That's speaking out of turn. I was too young for that. But I saw Ray Ordonez do it. I saw a lot of great defenders struggle early on. By the way, did a little research, and I have the answer.
All right.
I went on the MLB app. If you go to the MLB app right now and rewatch the Met game, if you're capable of doing that, the cutout still exists. But if you put the Brewer feed on, no cutout. So that is an SNY exclusive issue.
Let me see.
It was not some kind of feed. I don't know what would make it both feeds, but it wasn't both feeds. Like, I just watched the Brewer broadcast, and you could see the whole thing. Jeffrey Jan's chewing on his necklace, which is kind of funny because he was so nervous. And Lindor makes the great play, and everybody's celebrating.
Jeffrey Yan melts down. I did have an SNY source get back to me.
Yes, on what happened with the cutout. Go ahead.
It's not an answer you're going to like. I'm still not entirely sure. It was a fluky thing, and it happened at the worst possible moment.
Are they doing an investigation?
I will follow up.
I mean, there should be an internal investigation. You got to clean up these issues.
All right.
We have internal investigations. I'm still trying to figure out how in the open of Monday's show, Sean tried to fact check me about Giancarlo Stanton's playoff resume.
Yeah,
we're doing a whole investigation about it. We're trying to figure out how Sean could actually not trust me at 10:08, this first show back in a week and a half, that I would get something wrong like that.
Also,
internal investigation.
Why do you say something like that?
Say something like what?
His first show back, and what did you just say?
A week and a half.
Why did you go to a week and a half?
Because it's the full 5 days and then the weekend that surrounds it.
No. The weekend that surrounds it counts as the
That's
week
9
off.
days off. 9 out of 14 days.
That's
so
what
it's
normal
See,
people
Evan, that's why people have been calling in multiple times this week calling you a bad teammate about Sean.
Because you make it seem like I took the Big Mac vacation, which is it's led into the next work
Well,
week.
first of all, I would say I took 9 days off as well.
And
So
by the way,
I-
you should also take whatever days are granted to you. But when you suddenly put that in there on a week that I'm having right now, where everybody wants to fight me tooth and nail, it's like, oh, this guy was checked out for a month and he came back. You know how it builds.
Sure.
Then he was out for 2 weeks, and he was out for 3 weeks. Then it's this fat bastard doesn't watch any baseball.
Yeah, but I wasn't saying anything negative about your vacation.
Yeah, you
It's,
fat slob.
No, no.
everyone takes
I'm-
vacation.
I'm learning. I'm going through mental therapy. You place little building blocks. If I don't cut them
By
out
the way,
now,
I'll make you feel better. I did some counting
Yeah.
on who's taken the most vacations during this summer. And you want me to tell you who's 1 and 2? It's by a lot.
me and you.
No, Boomer and me.
Oh,
And maybe that's the longevity. Maybe that's the amount of years we've been here. But I think Ray Martell can confirm that. When you look at the vacation days, he runs the scheduling. It's probably Boomer number 1, me number 2 in terms of just taking off during the summer. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, it's correct. You have taken the most, yes.
No. Boomer's taken the most. I've taken the second most.
I have you marked down as taking more because I need you here later in the year.
Need me here later on in the year.
Yeah, so you got no more vacations to take. You got to be here.
Oh,
rest of
yeah.
the-
No, I'm good. Dude, once the summer's over, I'm here. You got nothing to worry
so you
about.
working Thanksgiving?
But I may work the Friday. I consider that. I got to
Nah,
see
you're
my...
on the day off. I got you.
Huh. Yeah, no, according to my calculations in terms of off days, Boomer is 1, I am 2, I think I got Geo 3, which, by the way, checks out based on the amount of time we've been here. Craig should take no days off. He doesn't get to, continue from 2007. That's not how it works. That's a reset button. Big Mac, I can't explain. That one's weird, taking parts of 3 weeks off.
But he doesn't take any other days off. I feel like Big Mac was always here at the beginning.
That's fair.
The new show launched.
I will never forget the conversation that occurred between two guys who are no longer here. I mean, they're alive, but they don't work here, between Eric Spitz and Mark Chernoff.
Wow.
I was getting married, okay? I got married in late August. In fact, my anniversary is in a couple of days.
Happy anniversary.
Wouldn't take off in September. I understood that. So me and my wife said, we're going to do our honeymoon in February, right after the Super Bowl.
Okay.
So it kind of fit the FAN schedule.
Yep.
So I say, can I take 2 weeks? We're going to Hawaii. And Chernoff's like, you can't take 2 weeks. What are you doing? And Spitz was the one who's like, no, this loser finally got married. We never thought of, can you give him 2 weeks?
Take a month.
In February, too.
So he gave it. And so I got the 2 weeks, but it was like a thing to get the 2 weeks. And here's Big Mac taking parts of 3 weeks. Got to respect it. Let's go to Tom in Pearl River. Hey, Tom.
Hey, what's up, guys? Evan, just real quick point. You'd be so happy and so proud of me. I actually just ordered a baseball scoring book because I'm going to the Yankee Red Sox game this weekend.
Nice.
Doubleheader.
That's beautiful. Good job, man.
Yeah, it was. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. You know what? It's kind of annoying me because going into the series, I'm like, hey, the Yankees could lose to whoever. Don't let Jordan beat you. And sure enough, what do? They pitched to him. I think he got 3 hits yesterday. I mean, we see it all the time with Judge when he's healthy and when we have a bunch of bums behind him. Teams don't pitch to him. I know the Mets did. I don't know if it was 23 or 24, but one of the seasons where they literally walked him, I think 11 or 12 times. And it worked. It worked. We seem to be the only team that challenges these superstars. He's by far the best hitter in the league. How about we throw to some of these other guys and make them prove themselves? Because they haven't really done it all year.
Yeah, the problem is, Isak Paredes got a big hit right after Yordan Alvarez. He's the one who put him up 8-6. So
no, right, I get that, but hey, let's see if he can do it again tonight. Let's see if he can do it again tomorrow. I know what Jordan can do, and here's the thing, he will do it, and he's going to continue to do it. So you know what? Let's just pitch around him. Maybe he might chase 1 or 2 out of the zone. But I'm all right with walking. I feel like Boone never does that.
I don't disagree with you because I've said that forever about Judge. Like when the Mets would face Aaron Judge or really anybody else, and obviously it comes from a different perspective because we're the Judge. We're the Yankees. Even if I'm not a Yankee fan, we're talking about their perspective. So I'd always say, why would you ever face him? Now, Yordan Alvarez is not Aaron Judge. Remember, a year ago he sucked, but this year, he may win the Triple Crown. He's certainly going to win the MVP. I don't have a problem with saying Isak Paredes, Jose Altuve, Dalton Varsho, go beat me.
I agree.
I'm not going to let Yordan Alvarez, but
I would bother me. I know every game matters right now. That would bother me more in the playoffs. I didn't think about that in real time last night.
I also think that in this day and age, Managers just don't think that way. It's not Barry Bonds 2001, 2, 3,
You feel
4.
like you feels like you're helping them jumpstart a rally by doing that, or like continue one.
Yeah. Or you're just using the adage of even the great player. Like, let's say you get on base
10 times, right?
Let's say you get on base 40% of the time. We're still getting you out 60% of the time.
Right. It's still more likely than not we're getting you out.
Right. But
Sure.
it just seems like at this day and age, even with a guy as locked in as Aaron Judge, or in this case, Yordan Alvarez, or Shohei Ohtani when he's rocking, managers aren't going to do what we did 20 years ago to say we're not going to let that guy beat us. A couple of injury updates coming up. One on the New York Giants and how it impacts the wide receiving core, and obviously the latest on Aaron Judge. Coming up in the 11 o'clock hour, Isaiah Likely of the New York Giants, Brian Burns of the New York Giants. And by the way, let me point this out because today's Wednesday. Coming up on Friday, Sean and I are taking the show on the road. Jerry Recco is going to stop by, too, as we're doing our program from the Salt Shack in Babylon, New York. So I look forward to that. That's Shaun Morash's neck of the woods.
Big time.
So I expect that every time I say something in disagreement with Sean, I will be booed and Sean will be cheered. I believe I am the heel, even though I'm from Long Island. That's your neck of the woods.
It is.
That's my impression.
Well, you're going to get booed out of the building.
And you're going to get cheered.
I've already gotten texts. Can Evan stay in the city?
Well, don't. Nah, I'm just kidding. I love Long Island. I look forward to being there. I've never been to the Salt Shack, but I've heard nothing but great things. Right. I cannot wait to be there. So we're going to be doing our show there Friday. So rip out your schedule, change it, come hang out with us. It's Shaun Morash sitting in the big chair for Tiki on Evan and Tiki.
And Windorama's summer sale is here. Save up to 30% on your installation project and shop top brands like Anderson Windows Doors. Plus, take advantage of low to no interest payment plans when you purchase and install with Windorama. Choose from our huge in-stock inventory and let our local certified experts handle it all. In as little as 14 days, visit Windorama.com to book your free consultation today.
And this Odyssey Sports Minute is brought to you by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
What if I told you it started at an electrical substation and ended in a trailer park? The 49ers 2026 Year in Review documentary is going to be a doozy. From George Kittle's Achilles tear back in January, to Brandon Ayuk's social media bridge-burning barrage, to Kyle Shanahan's car accident, to now Jed York getting caught up in a trailer park prostitution ring. Keep your hands and feet inside the roller coaster at all times, Niners fans. I'm Chris Mack.
Before the season even kicks off, everyone's making predictions. On Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform, you can trade those predictions in a live market. Last week, Buffalo was trading at 8%, meaning a $100 trade would pay out $1,174 if they take home the title. On Kalshi, as the probability changes, you adjust your position. Download the Kalshi app and use code UPDATE to get up to $500 in bonus credits when you trade $25. Kalshi, trade on anything. 18 plus only, must be present in state where it's legal to trade. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. Bonus credits do not expire. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. For more information, see Kalshi.com/regulatory.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like public works supervisor.
Hey, this waterman is under a ton of pressure. Did you ever fix it?
Yeah, 3 layers of duct tape. Wait, should I have added a 4th layer?
This is a job for sponsored jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
It's Boomer and Gio. Mornings on the Fan. 101.9 FM.
You hear people talking about, well, why don't you just start to play Kate Club Deck, get ready for next year. No. You can't. You have 63 guys on a team, and everyone is looking at the quarterback, and everybody right now at this moment believes that Gino's the guy.
Get Boomer and Gio on demand. Available on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, and the free Odyssey app.
It's time to get everything you need for the job from one partner. No more juggling vendors. We've got your entire job supply covered. Supply the entire job with job lot quantities of everything you need, from flooring to roofing, with access to thousands of products not available in stores. More products mean more colors, sizes, and finishes, so you can get exactly what you need to get the job done. Learn more at the Pro Desk, the Home Depot Pro. It's about time.
You've got a big day,
So you use Unstoppable scent boosters to give your laundry non-stop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
Your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppable beads to your wash for 24-hour non-stop freshness so you can smell unstoppable.
Experience the excitement of Iron Maiden live. Don't miss Run for Your Lives World Tour 2026. Iron Maiden live at Sports Illustrated Stadium, Saturday, September 5th, and due to demand, second show added Sunday, September 6th, with very special guests, Megadeth and Anthrax. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. For more info, visit IronMaiden.com.
Operating engineers Local 825 are the men and women who make our region move. So whether it's roads, bridges, or our favorite team stadium, they build and maintain the critical transportation, water, and energy infrastructure we rely on. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That's ELEC, representing the signatory contractors and the hardworking men and women who build both New York and New Jersey.
I felt a jackhammering pain in my jaw.
Like someone sawing my bones. Barbed wire in my shoulder.
Like a cattle prod in my hip.
Like I put my foot in a blender.
Pain is different for everyone. But where pain starts, Jurnavix suzetrigine begins. Jurnavix is a non-opioid 50-milligram prescription tablet for adults with moderate to severe acute pain that reduces pain signals before they reach the brain. Before those signals tell the brain to feel
like I punched an angry beehive.
And pain reduction can finally begin. Do not take Jurnavix with CYP3A inhibitors. Avoid use with grapefruit or liver problems, as these may increase side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medicines if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Jurnavix may make certain medicines and birth control less effective. Side effects include itching, muscle spasms, rash, and elevated muscle enzymes. To learn more about Jurnavix, ask your doctor. Call 1-833-589-PAIN or visit Jurnavix.com.
August 31st marks the end of the Ford Summer Sales Event. But don't worry, your local Ford stores have you covered with final days deals. Hurry in today for great lease offers, big bonus cash, and 2-year complimentary maintenance plans. From award-winning SUVs to the best-selling trucks in America, end summer on a high note with a great deal on the perfect Ford for you. Stop by your local Ford store today before it's over. Don't wait. It's the final days of the Ford Summer Sales Event.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
Did you know Skechers makes high-performance footwear for almost every sport you play? Here's what our athletes are saying.
Hi, I'm pro basketball player OG Anunoby. I dominate in Skechers basketball. Skechers delivers championship-level performance.
I'm WNBA star Jackie Young. Skechers keeps me quick, comfortable, and ready for anything.
And you can get high-performance Skechers and hands-free slip-ins technology. Just step in and perform.
I'm pro golfer Matt Fitzpatrick. I play in hands-free Skechers golf slip-ins.
Find yours at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or whatever high-performance sports shoes are sold.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Run or walk with Giants legends.
The Giants Foundation will host a 5K racing kids run presented by Quest on Sunday, November 8th at 9 a.m. at MetLife Stadium. Net proceeds will benefit the Giants Foundation. All participants will receive a commemorative t-shirt. And after the race, stay for a post-race festival with appearances by Giants legends and the live DJ. Register now at giants.com/5K. The Giants Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit corporation.
New York Mets radio fan favorite and Latin pop sensation Jose Candelita Iglesias makes his Broadway debut in Buena Vista Social Club starting August 27th. Get tickets today.
Get the latest on the Giants and Jets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station. New York sports never stops, and neither do the opinions. Talk Jets, Giants, Yankees, and Mets. Join the show now at 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus, your streaming home to watch the NFL on CBS all season long.
Brian Burns will join the show coming up this hour. Isaiah Likely as well. A little Giants Day here at WFN. If you missed it, John Harbaugh and Joe Shane join the morning guys. Jackson Dart will be on later this afternoon as well. So mixing in some football as we sit here just a few weeks away before the season starts. 2 injury updates, one football related, one baseball related. Aaron Judge is starting to hit. He is starting to swing a bat and take batting practice. And so it's slow. It's at a snail's pace, but it feels like every day we're getting another kernel of positive news around Aaron Judge. The return date, I saw Joel Sherman speculating that September 8th against the Rockies.
That date has really picked up steam.
Why has that picked up steam?
There were people saying that Aaron Judge has
There's a lot of Aarons around here.
Has told close friends and confidants, and it seems to be funneling out there, that the date they've circled is September 8th.
That's the date they've circled.
Yeah.
As the comeback day.
The comeback day.
Which is great because it would give him a good 3 weeks of getting at-bats at the major league level before some form of the postseason begins.
Give a little more juice to that Subway Series, too.
Not really. I mean,
for the Yankee fan,
the Mets suck.
No,
where's our juice? We're playing out the string. What are we doing?
I mean, look,
juice.
For the Yankees, that's going to be an important series that weekend. No offense, but you need to capitalize on playing the teams that are out of it.
I don't think the Mets are any more relevant than the Rockies are. I get it, it's New York, but there's no bragging rights. No Met fan's going to brag.
No,
they're just trying to be a spoiler. I think the Yankees, every game in September is important because they're trying to win the division. I think in terms of the Subway Series, and I get it, it's around the anniversary of 9/11, 25 years since that horrific day. But I think the state of the Mets and where they are, it's not your typical Subway Series.
It's definitely not, but it'll add more juice for the Yankee fan that goes into the building on what will be an emotional Friday night going, Judge is back this week. Let's go. And now we got the Subway Series. I'm just giving you the Yankee fan perspective.
You're more pumped up because it's the Mets? Really?
No,
I'm surprised by that.
I think the series is flatlined. It will have now more juice than it otherwise would.
Because Judge is playing?
Because it's going to be the first couple days of Judge coming back, yes.
You believe September 8th? You believe that date that everybody's circling?
I would say this. I have no reason not to believe it based on the progress. Think about what we've gotten each of the last 2 weeks. These little hey, he's starting the light running. Now he's, hitting off a tee, and now he's doing batting practice. If you read what's happened over the last 10 days, every little ramp up, and now you start doing the math, it's August 26th to September 8th, it kind of tracks.
Well, it all depends on if he believes he needs to go on a rehab assignment.
Right.
Or is Aaron Judge going to say, nah, just put me in the lineup?
Right.
What the hell's the difference? Let me DH, because that's what I think you would do at first, and maybe permanently, we'll see, as we get more specific answers from Aaron Boone and Aaron Judge when he meets the media. He can very well skip rehab. I understand skipping rehab. We've actually sort of seen them do it with pitching now, where it's hey, we use openers as it is. What's the difference if you're only going to throw 55 pitches?
And if ultimately he's not going to be the DH for most of September and October, you can, for that first series versus Colorado, just for that series, alternate Ben Rice and Garcia, however you deem the matchups worthy at first base, and get 3 games of a hitting rehab at DH for Judge.
The other injury was an unfortunate one. Calvin Austin tore his ACL yesterday in Giants practice. He's going to be out for the season. How does that impact their wide receiver depth chart?
Well, I think that Braxton Berrios, who was already listed as punt returner 1 in that initial depth chart, is probably a lock for the roster now. I know he had that soft tissue issue. He's probably going to be the punt returner, meaning it felt like it was him versus Beckham versus long shot candidate Dalen Cambry for 6th receiver. Now I kind of think Beckham's on the team, which is so funny that we've come this way. If I had to bet prior to that injury yesterday, I still thought it was 50-50 that Beckham gets cut, maybe lives on the practice squad for a little bit. I think Odell's on this team. I wouldn't sleep on Cambry, but we're going to get Odell Beckham Jr. as a Giant.
Would they trade Darius Slayton, though?
I don't think now they would.
That's my other question in returns to what it does to him. Because John Harbaugh said something very interesting this morning to Boomer and Gio. Gio asked about, hey, these are some of the concerns Giant fans have. And one of the concerns he laid out was the defensive line and stopping the run.
Mm-hmm.
And John was like, yeah, we're always looking to add.
Yeah.
He basically admitted, we may add a guy, which is, we all know is true, but it's interesting to hear a coach just acknowledge that.
Yeah.
And so you wonder if there would ever be as rare as they are, player-for-player trade where a Darius Slayton gets moved for a body to improve their defensive line. Maybe that's less likely now.
I think there's nothing you rule out in terms of that. I have no doubt the Giants are probably going to add, whether it's through the waivers or a trade. I mean, they traded Josh Azudu yesterday for another pick in 2008, so they're clearly acquiring pick capital. They're going to add to the D-line group, again, waiver, claim, or trade. I just don't know if Slayton plus that D tackle that they potentially add are connected. Now, look, if they're getting this Williams, if somebody comes, Houston, whatever, I know they already traded for Butte, calls and says, we'll take on Slayton's salary here. I don't know how you thumb your nose at it, but just depth-wise, look, Neighbors is still coming off the ACL. If Beckham's on the team, I mean, he hasn't played football in forever. It's a lot to ask guys, still coming off injuries or not playing and then lose Darius Slayton as much as he frustrates you.
You like trading Josh Azudu?
Love it.
Really?
This is twice. Think about how far we've come.
Hold on a second. I'm reading this tweet from @Shaun Morash. Josh Azudu meet Canton. Canton meet Josh Azudu.
You stop it with the antics.
I'm serious. Well, why would you tweet that?
No, listen. They signed Josh Azudu. Remember, this is not the same.
I got him with that one.
No, you didn't. This isn't the same as when they drafted him. He was a free agent. Harbaugh signed him, gave him a look. And now this is two guys that Harbaugh signed to add to this whole line group that he flipped and turned into draft picks, and how far the Giants have come that their major one-time weakness is now having guys that are going to get cut. Other teams like the Jaguars and Chiefs, who I think we think pretty highly of, are calling the Giants and willing to give up picks for them. 7th round or not, that's a great deal.
J.C. Davis impact, my man, playing every snap of a preseason game.
Remember, he's a tackle. Azudu's playing more guard now.
But he can switch positions. He can learn to play all over the offensive line.
Why don't you listen to one Giant step? I'll take care of you.
I listen to Talking Giants. I can only pick one. I have to listen to both of them now?
Yeah, I think you do. I listen to the Rico and the Bronya.
Yeah. I was going to say, if I did two Mets podcasts, are you going to listen to both of them?
Yeah, for sure.
You're picking one. All right, speaking of Giants, Brian Burns, Isaiah Likely coming up this hour. 888-808-1019 is the number. It's a good question. Alvin in Flushing. What's up, Alvin?
Hey, I got a question for Sean. If the trade news breaks that he gets traded for Big Mac and we're on the air, is he going to go full Wilmer Flores and start crying everywhere?
Yeah. Would you do that?
Great question. I've already cried once in my radio career out of emotions.
I love you. Goodbye.
You're good. I love you. Goodbye. You're good.
That is audio from Sean crying on the air?
Yeah. When I left national radio to come here, I had a great connection with that audience. I'm done crying. I've grown up. I don't cry anymore.
So if you got traded for Big Mac, I mean, it's a good move for you. I don't know if it works out well for Big Mac.
Listen, I'll go anywhere I'm wanted. And if that deal is not a dump-off deal and I'm wanted, then hell yeah, I'm in.
It was Chris McMonaco, his fat ass.
All right. Well, we'll keep you posted if there's any trade rumors about it.
I love you. Goodbye.
Isn't that exactly what Francesa said when he left? I love you. Goodbye.
Francesa copied me?
I think he did it first, dude.
Did he?
Yeah, he left in... Timetable-wise, it was December of 2017. I'm talking about the first time.
Yeah.
It was December of 2017. You left like 5 years later. So that wasn't Mike copying you. It sounds like you copied to a T exactly what Francesa said when he left.
Have a good time. Bye.
That's what he said?
Give it a rest.
Oh, okay.
Give it a rest, really.
I mean, jeez.
How about
have a good time. Bye. Clown.
Well, what are you all right there? Connor's just rattling them off.
Just whipping them out all over you. Let's go to Dan in Oldbridge. Hey, Dan.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
What's up, Dan?
Good. What's on your mind?
So my thing is Odell Beckham complaint. Like, it's not that it's every single Giant fan since they signed him is all the hype. Oh, we got Odell Beckham. We got Odell Beckham back. He's going to be the greatest thing again since he was when he played with us the first time.
Are there Giant fans saying that?
All over Facebook, social media, like he caught that stupid 10-yard route the other day and juked one guy, and they're like, "Oh, he's back." But to my opinion is that I never liked him when he was here, and because he never made a big catch, he never showed up in a big game. Yes, he made great plays, but his best catch that he ever made was in a game the Giants lost. And
yeah, I mean, he had some pretty big moments on an 11-win team. He sucked in the playoffs, but yeah. I would just say this. I'm not exactly hyped about Odell. I think you're hyped the same way. Like a couple years ago, Dunkaroos came back in stores. And I remember being like, this is awesome. I haven't had this since I was a kid. And it's just a little thing called nostalgia. Odell Beckham is like Dunkaroos returning. You have it. It's not as great as you remember it, but it's a nostalgia feeling. If you're expecting a big year from Odell, I just think you're being naive.
Well, that's the difficult thing when you bring back a beloved player. You have to have different expectations. Mm-hmm. He's not the same guy. He's not your number one receiver. He's not your number two receiver. But it's difficult to do sometimes because I think a lot of people will think of Odell Beckham Jr. You can do this with any return of a legendary or borderline legendary player. I'm trying to think of the equivalence of bringing back a Beckham because he's not a giant Hall of Famer, but he was a very good, exciting player.
Yeah. But he's also not a giant Ring of Honor Hall of Famer guy because of the way it ended kind of abruptly. And I think that's also in Giant fans' minds. Is
David Robertson for the Yankees. Nah, he's a reliever.
It's a different kind of player.
Yeah.
Cano?
If you brought him back. I'm talking about it actually happened.
No, I'm just trying, but this doesn't happen.
I think I got a Met one.
All right.
Are you going to accuse me of bringing everything back to the Mets
no,
if I say it?
No.
Jose Reyes.
That is a good one. That is a very good one.
Not a Hall of Famer, very good player.
Yeah,
very exciting. People wore his jersey.
That's a great comp, man.
He had a breakup. It wasn't the greatest breakup, much like Odell's breakup wasn't the greatest breakup. And when he came back, like Reyes had some moments where he was good, but for the most part, does anyone really remember fondly the second installment of Jose Reyes?
No.
I remember having to come on the radio demand he get DFA'd. I felt bad about it, but it's like, I'm being honest.
And if Beckham makes the team, he's again going to be, fifth, sixth receiver. I'm way more invested in Malachi Fields than everybody else. They might have to have roster maneuvering this year. We have to have an honest conversation about cutting him and starting him on the practice squad, and that's fine.
Danny is in Jersey. Good morning, Danny.
Hey, how you guys doing today, man? I'm glad to finally get on live with you guys.
Appreciate
I'm an over-the-road truck driver, so I never get to hear you guys live, but I worked it out today. I just wanted to say I had the MLB app and the SNY app, and when I lost the feed last night, being the long-suffering Met fan that I am, I just assumed the hit went through, the Brewers took the lead, and we were going to lose. So I basically was like, well, I'm glad I didn't have to watch that live. I was pleasantly surprised when it came back on, and Lindor had actually caught the ball, and we won the game. So, I just wanted to say that, that they must have lost it everywhere.
It's funny. I'm looking at the replay, and again, I can't speak the way you can of watching it live because I was at the game and I didn't experience it live. But the more I watch it, the more it looks like the ball is about to go into Lindor's glove. So it looks like he's about to make this incredible play, but you don't have the confirmation because you don't see him come up with it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I was watching this live. Like, I'm not going to tonight's game. So to me, it's 50-50 luck. It's not like I go to every single Met game. If I was at home, I don't know if I would have assumed it was going to go through, just based on the way it caught as Lindor is diving and the ball appears to be heading towards his glove.
I don't think you would have had time. Like, I get what he's saying. I don't think you would have had time to go, oh, and it definitely went through. I think you would have just been screaming at the TV, what the heck happened? You know what I mean?
Yes.
But by the time you got back, then you just knew. I don't think you could process that.
I'm glad I didn't experience this live because I feel like I would have done an hour Rico just bitching.
The whole thing would have been about that.
And instead, my Rico is just talking about the game. The boring conversation.
There's also a lot of finger pointing, I would tell you, within SMY. The people in the control room pointing fingers at the truck.
So Sean did reach out to an unnamed person at SNY because I've been asking, how did this happen? For those that missed it, as Lindor made his great diving play, the SNY feed cut out. And you're telling me this finger pointing?
Finger pointing. Nobody's copping to it. And the people in the control room saying, nope, that feed comes from the truck. So something happened in that truck.
Well, someone screwed up. I mean, that's the bottom line.
People are allowed to make mistakes. Can we calm down a little
bit? I know that, but just admit it. Own your mistake. I own mistakes I make.
I will tell you this. If I was in the SNY truck and I had Chinese food and I spilt a little soy sauce and it went out for that second and I knew that nobody could prove it, no way am I copping to it.
Come on.
No chance.
Why not?
I had this happen once when I worked national radio. I plugged in something that wasn't supposed to be plugged in. The entire national network went out. Alarm bells.
Wow.
I feel comfortable saying this years later.
I mean, the network doesn't exist.
We were doing like a breakfast thing, and I brought in my electric griddle, and I plugged it in. And I was going to make some bacon and eggs back there. We have like a fun radio bit, and like it went out. It went to like Denver, everybody else. They lost feeds, alarm bells. Engineers are running all over the place. I quickly hid the griddle. I threw it under a desk. Not until this moment did I ever cop to it. I was like, I don't know what happened.
So you're copping to it now, all these years later?
People spent 24 hours in this place trying to figure out what happened, and they just chalked it up to a fluke incident.
What year was this?
Nobody went in there and said, it smells like bacon and eggs. What happened here?
It was actually during a Super Bowl week. It was Radio Row week. We were calling it Radio Faux because we didn't go. So we were doing, I think I was making like quesadillas. It was like an Arizona Super Bowl. Whatever that year was.
I went to Arizona Super Bowl, 2014.
No, this is the second one. I was going to say right before the pandemic, maybe 2019, 2018,
okay.
2020, whatever the heck it was. Whenever that moment was, that was it.
I mean, the statute of limitations may still not be gone. You could be fired tomorrow.
I was looking engineers dead in the eyes going, I got no idea.
Now you're admitting
So
it.
the point is, if I was in the SMY truck, no chance.
Yeah, but we're
Not if I think it's going to cost me a job.
Well, I don't think it should cost anyone their job. I'm saying maybe you just get
But
punished.
that's human nature. It's a cutthroat, but you don't want to lose a job because you made a massive mistake on an accident.
So you blame someone else and hope they lose their
No,
job.
I don't blame anybody. I just pretend I don't know what happened.
Artie is in Rockland. Hey, Artie.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Good.
Thanks for taking my call. I don't understand. I'm confused. I'm angry. I'm a big Yankee fan. They had a day off Monday. Gerrit Cole was available to pitch last night on normal 4 days rest. Schlittler is available to pitch tonight. Why did they go with Warren where they had to use all these bullpen guys when Gerrit Cole normally gives you 7, 8 innings and you don't need the bullpen? Why didn't Cole pitch last night?
It's a great question. I mean, I give you an answer, but I'll also back you up. So the short answer is he's coming off Tommy John surgery.
Yeah.
They want to give him an extra day.
Yeah.
The negative, though, is that Cole isn't pitching tonight either.
No, and he could have pitched Sunday.
And exactly. You are losing Gerrit Cole from the Boston series. You hit on it. And that's something that's fair to critique. It's fair to say, wait a second, why wouldn't you start him on Wednesday, or I should say Tuesday? Yes, it's normal rest, but it allows you the chance to then have him face the Red Sox on Sunday, which we all admit are big games.
I think we got
Is that not worth it? Or are we so prioritizing the rest that the rest is more important than the magnitude of him facing Boston?
Well, I think I'm not as worried about the magnitude of him facing Boston. I think the Yankees are telling you that too. And I think also what happened after we found that out and hearing that Max Fried's likely to pitch Saturday, the Yankees got in an extreme rhythm with that Cole, then Schlittler, then Fried or whatever thing. And I know that you could have done that anyway Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but it would have just been kind of thrown off the other way. I think we want to just get Cole as your ace, Schlittler too, Fried. Let's get him back in line while also doubling up by protecting Cole and kind of not rushing him out there.
No, you're protecting him, and that's clearly the decision that they're making. But
I didn't think it was that big a deal.
They had a chance if they wanted to, and they chose not to have a 4-game series against Boston this weekend. Remember, there's a doubleheader on Saturday in which Gerrit Cole pitched, Cam Schlittler pitched, Max Fried pitches. That's not happening. It's only Cam Schlittler and Max Fried. You're eliminating Cole facing the Red Sox. And again, this is all up to if you think this is important. If you don't care if it's at Fenway Park or Yankee Stadium and you don't care about the division, then fine, prioritize the health. If you care about this stuff, then I think you're making a mistake.
Now, this is going to sound crazy, but I don't know. Teams might think this far in advance. Do you think we're kind of stringing this thing out and trying to cherry pick the month ahead and knowing the Yankees have a big series with the Rays in September and go, let's just count out these things. We don't want to screw this up with Gerrit Cole?
Like looking at the next series after that is
well,
what you're saying?
Like I'm just saying, you could look 4 weeks out and go, if we line this up this way, do we eventually get where all three of those
You're
guys?
You're giving me an assignment for the next commercial break. Thank you. Thanks for that.
I could be crazy. I could be wrong, but that series might be far more important than the Boston series.
You could be right.
Okay.
Well, how about this? Do you think home field advantage in a wild card series matters? Or is it like, don't matter?
I think it's less important than winning the division.
Okay, fair enough. So the games against the Rays are more important than the games against the Red Sox.
Especially now that you've gotten to this point.
I don't disagree with that. I think that's actually very fair. If you're saying I can only pick one, I would say Tampa Bay, but I don't think you have to only pick one.
Now, the caveat is it's so far and anything can happen between, but I don't know.
We'll come back with a lot more of your phone calls, plus Isaiah Likely and Brian Burns joining the program. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you, at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. From Connecticut to Maine, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Football is finally back with a new season, new matchups, and a whole lot of game days to make your picks. Game days already give you plenty to bet on. Fanatics Sportsbook gives you even more to play for with profit boosts all season long. And every time you bet with Fanatics, you earn fan cash, win or lose. Stack it up and spend it on more bets, tickets, trading cards, merch, exclusive Fanatics experiences, you name it. Fan cash is the true currency of sport. Put it forward towards next week's game or that jersey you've been eyeing. Plus, new customers get up to $1,000 bet matched in fan cash across your first 10 days. Football is back. Bet all season long. Make the switch to Fanatics Sportsbook, the only sportsbook to reward every bet. Winning hits different here. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. New York residents, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Connecticut residents, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by your local Mazda dealer and also sponsored by Flag and Anthem. Real clothes for real life. Now is the perfect time to stock up on fall essentials from Flag and Anthem. Restock your closet with their premium denim, new luxe stretch tees, and super comfortable flannels. Flag and Anthem has you covered with wear anywhere versatile clothes for end of summer and the fall. Visit flagandanthem.com. Flag and Anthem, real clothes for real life.
18 days until the Giants kick off the season against the Cowboys.
The Giants stopped them at the 1-yard line. Holy cow!
The home of New York Giants football. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Looking for peace of mind in selecting your next SUV? Mazda is named the safest new car brand by Consumer Reports. That means confidence for every drive, all at a value that might surprise you. Visit your local Mazda dealer for great offers during Mazda's More to Move You sales event.
Hey, this is Sal Licata. You know that when your AC fails, it's the worst. Make sure that doesn't happen by contacting my friends at Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's air conditioning experts for decades. They're my go-to techs. They've done plenty of work on my house. I trust these guys to do a great job. And by the way, if your AC unit is over 15 years old, you're wasting your money. Get a new high-efficiency AC system right now. You'll save money and stay cooler. Go to EdisonHVAC.com. That's EdisonHVAC.com.
Orgavada Zona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
It's fall, which means you're going to fall hard for this Dunkin' $6 meal deal. Now you get a medium hot or iced coffee, 6 crispy hash browns, and a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, all for $6. That's a full breakfast meal for $6. So wherever you're headed, work, school, the gym, or your next adventure, your breakfast or afternoon pick-me-up is covered. Do breakfast the Dunkin' way and order Dunkin's $6 meal deal.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
It's time to get everything you need for the job from one partner. No more juggling vendors. We've got your entire job supply covered. Supply the entire job with job lot quantities of everything you need, from flooring to roofing, with access to thousands of products not available in stores. More products mean more colors, sizes, and finishes, so you can get exactly what you need to get the job done. Learn more at the Pro Desk, the Home Depot Pro. It's about time.
New York baseball fan favorite and Latin pop sensation Jose Candelita Iglesias makes his Broadway debut in Buena Vista Social Club starting August 27th. Get tickets today.
Hey Yankees fans, come out to Yankee Stadium on Thursday, August 27th when the Yankees host the Astros for a very special night in the Bronx, Seinfeld Night. The first 18,000 guests will receive a George Costanza Calzone bobblehead presented by Star. Tickets are on sale now at Yankees.com/tickets. Don't miss Seinfeld Night and the George Costanza Calzone bobblehead, Thursday, August 27th. Yankees versus Astros at Yankee Stadium.
I'm Sam, owner of Marino's Landscape. With my Chase Ink Business Premier Card, I earn unlimited 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more. So everything I buy to run my landscaping business gives me cash back to help throw a big thank you party for my team. For all they do.
Chase Ink. Cashback built for every business. Find the right card at chase.com/ink. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Injured in an accident? Your case in the hands of one lawyer may settle for $100,000, but in the hands of the right law firm could be worth millions. The Rothenberg Law Firm has been representing injury victims for over 50 years, winning and collecting billions for our clients. And we're not stopping now. The Rothenberg Law Firm, 1-800-624-8888, or visit us at injurylawyer.com.
Be a lawyer for injured ones, injurylawyer.com.
Got something to say about the Jets, the Giants, the Yankees, or Mets? Don't just yell at the radio. Get on it. Call the Fan at 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus. Your streaming home to watch the NFL on CBS all season long.
Evan and Tiki, without Tiki, with Shaun Morash on this very busy Wednesday. It is a Giant day, and joining us right now for this Giant player call-in, sponsored by Windorama. First down deals, 30% off your installation project, plus low to no financing. Town Fair Tire, nobody beats Town Fair Tire, nobody. And by Romeo's Fuel, keeping you warm for less. Visit romeosfuel.com today. Is the man coming off a monster year last year, his second year with the New York Giants. The man they call Spider-Man, Brian Burns, joins us. Brian, Shaun Morash over there. I'm Evan Roberts. Thanks for coming on today. How are you?
Appreciate you. I'm doing good. What about yourself?
Fantastic. How you feeling? I mean, healthy, good to go for your third year as a New York Giant?
Yeah, man, I'm healthy, solid. I feel good. Sure.
Can you believe that we're finally here? And also, your year last year, 16 and a half sacks, best statistical year of your career. Did you feel as good as the way you played, and did you feel it was the best year of your NFL career so far?
Did I feel as good? No, I was banged up, but
that's a testament to your toughness, man, because we can't see it. That's for sure.
Yeah, it was a solid year though. I was really happy about how the year went. Left some things that I still can get better at. You know what I'm saying? So it's still some growing to do, but it was a solid year.
What jumps out at you as something you think you could get better at?
Man, I would just say really just keeping my body intact throughout the entire season. Like, it is a long season, but at a certain point, your wrists start breaking down. Just the small things that you don't really pay attention to in the beginning of the season because everything feels good starts breaking down towards the end. So, just staying on top of that.
The majority of your statistical great season happened under the tutelage of Shane Bowen's defense. Denard Wilson is now in. Giant fans excited about him. What's the biggest difference you see from the defense last year to the defense now Wilson will be running this year?
It's a bit more complex. I would say a few more moving parts. I do like how detailed it is. If everybody's on the same page, it can be a beautiful thing to see. But it's just a bit more complex from the defense that we had before.
What was your impression during this offseason with how everything played out with Dexter Lawrence demanding a trade and eventually becoming a former Giant?
Me just understanding the nature of the business. I've been through it. So I kind of can feel both sides, both parties. But that's just how the business go. And you hate to see one of your brothers leave, but at the end of the day, you got to move on.
Do you get involved in something like that when you hear the reports, or is it like you said, it's business? I'm not touching it. Let him figure it out.
If he would have asked me for advice, I would give my input, but I wouldn't infer my own advice onto someone that didn't ask for it.
Now, you obviously crash off the edge here with Abdul Carter, Kayvon, and the interior where Dexter Lawrence once occupied. Seems to be a spot, I'm not going to lie, Brian, a lot of Giant fans, if they're picking worrisome areas, it would be the interior of that defensive line. You've worked with these guys all through camp. Where are we at with the interior of the defensive line and the edge kind of playing off it? How should Giant fans feel about that room?
I feel like they should feel confident. We got two, major vets in that room. We got a lot of young talent. But the people that's going to spearhead it, I would say, is DJ and Shelby for sure. And they're going to be the main guys that, that's in there hunkering down the middle for us. So I think they should be excited about it. We got some pieces.
We're talking to Brian Burns of the New York Football Giants.
Yeah, Arvell Reese. We haven't really heard much from him. You have obviously made a point to bring him into certain rooms, media-wise. A lot has been made up about the hype with Arvell Reese. How excited should Giant fans be? And compare him to Abdul Carter a year ago, because now you've seen two really high-touted prospects come in and kind of just take this defense and hopefully by storm here for Arvell Reese.
Just comparing the two, they're both very talented. I would just say Arvell's a little more on the quieter side. Abdul will let you hear about whatever he got going on. He'll beat you and let you hear about it. Arvell's more just about action, I would say, unless you get him teed up. But he's been great, man. He's been great. He comes to work. He doesn't say too much. He does what a rookie should do. You know what I'm saying? Being seen, not heard. And those are his words, not mine. But he's been doing amazing, man. I really am glad that we added him to the defense for sure.
Tiki Barber's usually with us, and when he met Tremaine Edmonds for the first time, he texted us and said, "This man is massive." That was his first impression of Tremaine Edmonds. Obviously, you've seen him around the league, first time being a teammate. What's your early impressions of Tremaine Edmonds, one of the newest members of this team and this defense?
Man, Maine's IQ stands out above the other attributes. I mean, obviously, like you said, I've seen him for years. Just being around, seeing tape, watching defenses, I've seen him all the time. And we also have the same agent, so pretty close to home. But either way, his IQ stands out to me. It's just like the way how well he knows ball, and especially when it comes down to dropping the coverage and filling out the zones. Like obviously, he has a 6'5" frame, but it goes beyond that. Like his thought process and the way he breaks down the film and breaks down the routes and fills the patterns is what impresses me. So
there's another one of your teammates you had last year into this year in Deonte Banks that's gaining a lot of hype and steam, that he might be turning around the narrative that's featured him. How much should Giant fans buy into like the rebirth of Deonte Banks here with Denard Wilson being around him this summer?
Man, I would just say, like, just speaking from my experiences and what I've seen, this is the best ball I've seen him play since I've been here. So, that speaks volumes to him, putting the work in himself, being hungry, leaning towards coaching. And that also, gives a lot of props to Denard and Addison and Double D for, putting that work in and getting all those guys right. Because, it isn't just him that's playing great ball, but he is one guy that has been standing out in camp. So.
We're talking to Brian Burns of the New York Giants. So obviously the coaching change gets made in the middle of the season. So you knew for a while, all right, I'm going to get like your 15th next head coach, because it's amazing. You've had a billion head coaches your time in Carolina and even here with the Giants. When they're interviewing guys as an NFL veteran, are you sitting there saying, oh, God, you got to get me John Harbaugh? That's the guy. What was your feeling around that search and your feeling towards the possibility and now inevitability of John Harbaugh being your NFL head coach?
Yeah, when I seen it all, all unfold, I was definitely in Harb's corner. And to see that we actually, at the time, to see that we actually got him, I was very happy, very ecstatic. It was my first time having not my first time, I wouldn't say that. But this is one of the main times I've had like an established head coach. Has been doing it for a while, doing it for a long time, has a winning culture. And it's been great to see since I've been here. So it's been amazing.
I would say that with that, the fans have also embraced the John Harbaugh feel to all this. You've seen a lot of losing football, unfortunately, not because of you. How excited, and you've been around teams that have been teams that have been good. How excited should the Giant fans be in like realistically dreaming that bad times are fully behind this organization?
They should be excited, man. It's definitely something to be excited for. We got the roster, we got the talent. Now we have the coach. I feel like it's just like a dream come true. I feel like this is one of those perfect stories. Not to sit here and say like everything's going to be perfect. We're going to hit adversity at some point. But at the end of the day, I'm comfortable and I'm confident in the guys that we have in the building, team and coaching staff wise, that we'll be able to overcome anything that hits us along the way.
The thing we've always heard is that John Harbaugh practices hard and guys they really go through it. Have you felt that, and how do you feel as we approach the start of the year with your first camp led by someone who has the reputation of being tough and hard on his players in terms of practicing, in John Harbaugh?
Yeah, you feel the work, but I feel like Harbs is a guy and his energy is so infectious, the fact that it kind of make you want to go out there and work hard. I know, the day is going to stack up and your body's going to feel sore and things of that nature, but me coming in as a rookie, that's what I went through. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just now turning a new leaf of like the science and everything that goes into football as far as why we get so many breaks, and you know how the science works with the whole body and all that. But when I came in as a rookie, camp was hard. Camp was camp. You know what I'm saying? It was no days off like that. It was just like work, and then you knew what you was getting yourself into. So
this organization has gotten off to notorious slow starts, weeks 1 and week 2. Now seeing how Harbaugh's pushed you guys in practice, you guys survived that heat and humidity in Miami as well. This is a Cowboy game coming up in 2 weeks in week 1. Giant fans salivating to finally beat them again. Do you think this team's more prepared to go out there and try to handle their business to start a year compared to past years?
I mean, I've only been here for 2 years, so I don't want to speak too much on the past years. But
I got you.
I definitely feel like we're ready this year. And it's not so much to speak as in comparison to last year. I just feel like it's a different feeling around the building. I feel like the coaches have prepared us well. The instructions are clear as to what we need to do, and the expectations are clear. So, that's all I really say on that, but I definitely think we're ready.
Brian Burns of the New York Giants. For those that are unaware, tell us the background behind the Spider-Man nickname that you got, I think, back in college.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it was just fooling around in practice, just, doing things, hanging out, whatever, with my teammates. And one day I just hit a pose, and everybody was confused as to what I was doing. And I didn't really have like a motive or like a plan or anything for this. It just kind of happened. And then that week we played Wake Forest. I think after my first or second sack, whichever one it was, I went ahead, did the pose, and I got a crazy picture out of it. And ever since then, it kind of just blew up from college on to now. So,
did you like the new movie?
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah, it was good. It was real good. It's doing crazy numbers right now, actually, but it was real good.
I'm curious as a Spider-Man fan, because I'm not, but I saw it. My son wanted to see it. I thought it was better than the Tobey Maguire movie. I got to be honest. Am I crazy for thinking that?
I wouldn't say you're crazy. I mean, the Tobey movie was what?
A long time ago.
Almost 25 years ago, or something like that.
Yeah, something like
so
that.
You're not crazy for thinking that, but it was definitely a good movie. I would have liked a little more violence, but it was
I like it.
Yeah,
That's a fair point. Fair point. How many wins this year? What are you thinking? 10 wins? 9 wins? Where are we at?
Man, I'm not getting into no win. that's I'm gonna leave that to Twitter, man. I'm just here to put the work in.
We'll get it done, Brian. We appreciate you coming on. Good luck. Stay healthy. Thanks for hopping on for a few.
Appreciate y'all.
Brian Burns of the New York Football Giants here on a Giant Day. Earlier today, Joe Shane joined the morning guys. Same with John Harbaugh. We'll talk to Isaiah Likely in a couple of minutes. You get all excited?
I am excited.
He's your best defensive player. He was a monster last year. And he tells you, I was banged up all year. Meanwhile, the guy played every snap, essentially, and had 16 and a half sacks.
Burns is tough as nails, man. He has me excited for Oliver Reese. And I wanted to ask him about Deonte Banks. He had a great answer about that, too, because that feels like the big question around Giant fans. Like, we've seen Deonte Banks. He hasn't been good, but this camp just seems like the narrative's changed. He feels like the one guy under this coaching staff that everything seems to be changing for, and it's good to hear a teammate back up that thought.
Yeah, I think he's got to go do it in the regular season for you to actually believe it. But
of course, but that's a guy around him every day and saw what he was last year. So I love that. I'm pumped up.
What's incredible, and it's not this man's fault, Brian Burns. And I remember when we had him on when he first came over here, we played that game of naming all the coaches he had.
Yeah.
He's never been on a team that's had a winning season. And again, it's not his fault. Guy's a wonderful player. Guy's been in the Pro Bowl 3 times. Last year was an unbelievable season. When you're one guy on defense, there's only so much you can do. But he's been in the league since 2019 and has been under 500 every year of his career. If there is a guy who is itching to win, who can smell victories because he needs it, it's him.
Yeah.
That is unfortunate bad luck to have that throughout your career.
Forget itching. Just frankly deserves. Brian Burns deserves to go play in a playoff game with the career he's had.
No doubt.
So, look, I hope they get off to a fast start. That's why I asked. I know he wasn't there for the 2023 debacle versus Dallas, but I do think, man, what a narrative changer would be if they got off to, just finding a way to win one of those 2 games to start the year.
Well, the narrative is what right now, 2 weeks before the start of the season? The narrative is optimism.
I think the narrative...
It's probably the most optimistic I've heard Giant fans in the half a decade.
Evan, I completely agree there's optimism, but I still think in the back of everybody's brains, there's a lot of people still penciling in this team for 0-2 for obvious reasons.
Sure.
It's Dallas and the Rams, and then the schedule, looks like it lightens up. Where I think you switch from, hey, is this a 7-win team? Is this an 8-win team? Is this a 9-win team? Is if you stash one of those 2 games with Dallas and the Rams in the back pocket, you know the way this town is. We're going to be head over heels if they win week 1.
I think there's going to be optimism. Year one is a honeymoon. Like right now, there is a honeymoon period because of the new coaching staff, which I think is totally understandable. I'm a part of that honeymoon as an outsider. And I think that losses early will not be excused, but it'll be, hey, we're building something. It's not the end of the world.
Oh, the 0-2 would not be panicked the way other 0-2s would be.
No, it'd be different because I still think there's a level of trust that this new coaching staff has, and it's going to last for a while. I'm not sure how long. I mean, at some point, yes, there'll be people turning. Yeah. There always is. But I think if they have won one of the first two games, or dare I say both of those first two games of the year, I think it would go from optimism to like crazy optimism. Like you talking about George Lombard Jr. Like very similar.
What I have. Well, I mean,
like they could go win the Super Bowl.
Jackson, Dalton, Canton.
Yeah, things like that.
I'm going to make a
promise. No doubt about it. And by the way, that's a part of being a fan.
Yeah.
I might even criticize you for it.
If I say Super Bowl 2-0, clip this, you or Tiki are allowed to slap me in the cheeks. I could put chestnuts in my cheeks. I'll spit them out.
Why we don't want to do any of that?
I want to be held accountable. I'm not going to say Super Bowl after 2-0.
See, you're very careful, and I know the way you operate. You won't say it, you'll imply it.
I'll imply it?
Yeah. Yeah.
You think I'm an evil genius?
Yeah, you won't say we're going to the Super Bowl. Connor knows what I'm talking about.
He'll say they're in the Super Bowl conversation. Just like George Lombard's in the Hall of Fame conversation.
Yeah. How about this? Let's just settle for in the hunt in November. How about that?
No, listen, man. That's my attitude towards things. Just be in the hunt. Be there. Be relevant. That's the absolute goal. Let's go to Jim in West Babylon. What's up, Jim? Hello, Jim.
Hey, fellas. How we doing?
Good, man.
Up, Jim?
What's on your mind?
Tim, sorry, but...
my apologies. That is
no
on me.
worries.
Timmy, what's up, Tim?
No, you're fine. Appreciate you taking my call. I just wanted to circle back to the whole OBJ and the nostalgia. And I don't understand the hate for people who are excited. Me, personally, I like to live in realism. 90% of me knows it's probably not going to be much. If we're anything this year, it's not going to be because of him. But 10% of me kind of hopes for something like, you were looking for a baseball comparison, Alfonso Soriano in 2013, that time period with the Yankees where he went nuclear, and the excitement that turned up, even though it was a nothing season for the most part, at least by Yankees standards. If we can get an equivalent of maybe that's 2-3 games in an NFL season equivalent from OBJ, I think that right there is worth it and very meaningful to Giants fans.
What is so great and kind of funny about your comparison is until you said it, completely forgot Alfonso Soriano had a second to visit as a Yankee. I completely forgot. Now, when you say it, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. End of his career, 37-year-old Alfonso Soriano came back. The reason it's forgettable is not his fault, because when he came back in 2013, you mentioned it, he put up massive numbers. He had 17 home runs in 58 games. The problem was the Yankees just weren't any good.
Yeah, that season's one of the more forgettable seasons in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
If not the most forgettable season.
But I think, and you can go through it, of just the last 25 years. You don't have to get overly cute about it, of guys who were stars or really popular who came back for a second stint. More times than not, it is forgettable.
Yeah. I'll tell you, the one with the Giants, Landon Collins came back for that 2022 and actually was a factor on a team that made the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, there are examples.
That's a different kind of player, but it was a big Giant player for a little bit.
Yeah, I'd have to go bigger than that, though. Like, I
know,
Landon Collins was a fine
Odell's
player.
Different. Yeah, I get it.
But I think Alfonso Soriano, I mean, the guy came this close to hitting a World Series winning home run, was traded for A-Rod. He was a young star with the Yankees. I think Beckham's fair. Jose Reyes, same thing with the Mets. Their second trips are usually just like you forget about it.
That's why I'm curious.
I'll give you a jet one. You want a jet one?
Yeah.
Darrell Rivas and Vinny Testaverde.
Good point.
Both of them. They both came back.
You forget Testaverde came back.
But that's what, forget.
You do forget.
That's my point. And look, the story can be written very differently. Like, if the Giants are good, forget if Odell's the same guy. He's not the same guy. He'll be the first one to admit that.
Right.
But let's say the Giants defy even my expectations. They win 11 games. They win the division. And Odell has a catch in a playoff game, and it's a big one. Then maybe his second tour will be more remembered based on the team's success, because the problem, and not all Odell's fault with his first tenure, is the Giants didn't win anything. They weren't winning a lot of games. They had the one good year, and that year, unfortunately, is best remembered for losing after the Love Boat.
Yeah. I love how you call it the Love Boat.
I just call it that.
The Love Boat was the Vikings.
I know. I call it the Love Boat.
It's
I
just
don't know
the boat trip.
The boat trip. Yeah, I know they didn't do anything untoward on that boat, right?
I don't think they did. I still can't get over the fact that Roger Lewis Jr. was wearing Timberland boots on a boat in Miami. That still puzzles me.
But you know what?
Can we get some flip-flops, Roger?
That season, and there were seasons like this in New York sports where you actually had a really good year, but the only thing you remember is the way it ended. And so I'll give you a few that just jump out at me. 2022 New York Mets. They went over 100 games. What do you remember about that season? They choked at the end against Atlanta, and they lost listlessly to the Padres.
Yep.
The New York Giants that year in 2016 won 11 games. They were 11-5.
A lot of that because of Odell. That team was like one big Odell play and a lot of defense.
1,000%. That's exactly how I used to define it with Joe. I'd say great defense and one slant to Odell a game.
Yep.
And he takes it to the house.
Yep.
Yet, I say 2016 Giants. What do you say?
Boat trip.
Boat trip. By the way, completely fair.
Yeah.
There are certain teams that are literally defined. And that's a good year. 11 wins in the NFL, 100 wins in baseball. Those are good years.
I'm shocked.
Nobody gives a crap about them.
So when I say 2022 Mets, what do you say?
I say the collapse against Atlanta and the listless playoff series to San Diego.
And all I think is Musgrove's year.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I don't know why. That's
part
like the
of it.
boat trip for me. It's like that. Just watching that night was crazy.
Yeah, but the Mets, for a franchise that has had so few really, really, really good regular seasons, isn't that kind of crazy that regular season, one of the best in their history,
ever.
gets remembered for all the bad stuff?
Forcing Alvarez out there versus the Braves. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's in the 2016 Giants, I think, are actually similar. I'm trying to think if there's another team that fits that. The 15 Jets. 15 Jets. Because they won 10 games. All you remember is losing to Buffalo.
Yep.
Unbelievable. Joining us right now, one of the newest members of the New York Football Giants, Isaiah Likely, and his call is brought to you by Windorama's First Down Deals, 30% off your installation project, plus low to no financing. Town Fair Tire, nobody beats Town Fair Tire, nobody. And by Romeo's Fuel, keeping you warm for less. Visit romeosfuel.com today. Isaiah, Shaun Morash, I'm Evan Roberts. Thanks for coming on. How are you?
I'm doing good. Appreciate you having me.
So what's your early impressions of being a New Jersey or New Yorker first year here with the Giants?
I feel like it's been good. I mean, first year out here, I seen the Knicks win. I mean, that's always good. So I seen, kind of the craziness of going on in the basketball world.
Isaiah, I like you. I don't like what you just said because aren't you a Celtic fan? Are you frauding right now?
I'm just saying, like, I got the good glamour of New York when you're winning, which is always good to see going into my first year.
Now, I want to promise you something because Jalen Brunson, who is the king of New York, we all know that, is a diehard Eagle fan. He will not fake it. He'll just I like the Eagles. Are you a diehard Boston Celtic fan?
Diehard's kind of strong. I am a Celtics fan though.
Okay.
So respect that.
When the Celtics play the Knicks this season, and you're given those courtside seats, because you will. You're going to have a big year. It's like, here's Isaiah Likely. What are you going to do when you're sitting courtside, man? Well, who are you rooting for?
I plead the fifth.
I'll tell you this about New York. In all seriousness, we're such a mixed town with teams. People will respect your Celtic fandom, believe it or not. They actually will. They respect Jalen's Eagle fandom. It's true.
For sure. For sure. Now, Isaiah, you are one of these handful of guys that played for John Harbaugh, came over to New York from Baltimore. Just curious, you're thinking about free agency. I think that's human nature. Were the Giants and playing with Jackson Dart, was that ever on your radar before John Harbaugh signed on to be the head coach here?
I mean, I didn't really technically have a mantra of teams, obviously, that I wanted to go to. I just told my agent, I just wanted to be on a team to just let me be me, let me blossom, and let me just show the world really what I'm capable of. And then as, the process went on, everything started coming about, started diving in on quarterbacks, and then that's when I got on the radar, Jackson, a couple other guys. But I feel like I'm good where I'm at.
Are you getting guys asking you, hey, what's Coach Harbaugh like? Getting the first impressions, but you know him better than most. Are you getting a lot of that?
Yeah, I definitely was getting a good bout. And then obviously when I signed here, everybody was kind of asking me, the ins and outs of how Coach Harbaugh's culture is. But I feel like everybody now is probably on the same wave that I am.
So you got to play, obviously, with a multiple MVP in Lamar Jackson, and you've now gotten familiar with Jackson Dart. I know we haven't played any regular season games yet with Jackson, but what are the differences you've noticed between the two or the similarities that would, lead Giant fans further down the road to fully buying in here year number 2 with Jackson Dart?
I'd say really, just the similarities is really just, any quarterback, you just want to have that guy that's, really a focal leader. I mean, obviously you want a guy that commands the huddle, commands the offense, and means what he says. I mean, as long as all 11 are right or all 11 are wrong, it can make a play great or worse. So just really being able to follow your quarterback, play in and play out, and know that, they're the strength of, the ship. So whatever they say, go.
We're talking to Isaiah Likely, one of the newest members of the New York Giants. How different, especially playing with Mark Andrews for all those years, how different do you expect your role to be in this offense?
Really just, just being that chess piece I keep telling everybody, playing where I fit in, whether it's in line, in a slot, in the backfield, really just showing what I am, what I'm capable of. And I feel like, day in and day out, I've been proving it, being on the same, mantra as Jax, whether it's in the film room, on the field, off the field, and really just, building that connection. So when it is time, those plays do need to be made. I can show what I am.
Isaiah, you're guilty of one of the things that my biggest old man take is in football. Of all of these number changes, number 9, could we get a number in the 80s here? What's with number 9?
I think Gunner had number 80 when I got here. 80 didn't really have, obviously I loved 80 when I had it, because, you kind of make the number becomes unique to yourself. But 80 didn't have no sentimental value for me to spend no chicken. So I wasn't really looking for 80 as a big, hear say, she say. And then when I had seen number 9, I was a 9 tight end drafted, so I felt like that number spent sentimental value.
All right, I can respect that.
You can't spend money on something that's just not worth it.
But we're talking about Bavaro and Shockey, these great tight ends, Isaiah. But that's another thing. Are you aware of the giant tight end lineage here with some of the great tight ends? Because the old heads will love you if you're a great pass catching tight end here.
Yeah, I talked to Shockey a little bit at tight end U this year and last year, which was great. Obviously, I talked to him last year before I signed with the Giants, but this year I talked to him a little bit after. He's definitely a great tight end, definitely a football guru. So it was definitely cool.
I know who your favorite tight end is of all time. I'm gonna put all the chess pieces together. As a Massachusetts guy, you're a Gronk guy. Is that fair to say? You're a big Gronk guy?
I am. I do like watching a lot of Gronk. As you guys could probably tell by the way I play, I'm not 6'7", 6'6". Right. So I do lean a little bit towards the Trav side nowadays, but I am still a Gronk fan.
When you're growing up, because you probably can't hear it in my voice, but I'm a loser, right? So I'm a sports fan. I couldn't play any sports. Dude, I got tackled once playing football when I was 10. I was done. I retired. I know my limitations, so I'm a sports geek. When you are a world-class athlete, you're growing up, man, you're playing all sports. Were you able to spend time on Sundays watching football? Were you a big fan along with player as a kid growing up?
Growing up in Boston, you definitely watched a lot of the Patriots. So I did watch a lot of football, but I was kind of like a basketball kid growing up.
Right.
I didn't really quote unquote fall in love with football as my number one sport probably till freshman year of high school. I still had hoop dreams.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who was your basketball player you emulated as a kid growing up?
James Harden.
James Harden.
Wow. I hope you don't emulate him in the playoffs, Isaiah.
I'm a lefty.
I get the lefty. So there was a lot of dribbling, a lot of step back jumpers, a lot of baiting for fouls, sure. Isaiah? Is that what you were doing?
Baiting. Get to the line.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm a Brooklyn Net fan, so I have some bitterness over James Harden for the year he was with my team.
I do have to ask you, Isaiah, if you were a Patriot fan growing up, any tears after Super Bowl 42 or 46?
No comment.
We're talking to Isaiah Likely, one of the newest members of the New York Giants. You expect to be out there on Friday in the final preseason tune-up against the Jets?
I guess we'll have to see.
Does he tell, I get it. If it's a secret, you don't have to tell us. But I was saying this to Sean off air, why it's so mysterious about who plays and doesn't play in the preseason. Do you already know what you're going to do in that game? And it's we're just not supposed to tell anybody?
It's more so I feel like it's just, the week of practice, you want to always prepare, whether it's preseason or not, you want to prepare it's a game. So I feel like, just having that mindset of I'm going to be out there until you're told differently. And I feel like, just going through that week of practice where you're practicing like a game, you're taking your body like a game. So when the moment does come up, whether you are or are not playing, you're not surprised by it.
Was that Harbaugh's approach in Baltimore, too, with these preseason games? I'm just curious.
No. I played 2 preseason games in my 4 years.
Oh, wow.
So.
Well, Isaiah, good luck. We appreciate you coming out. Welcome to New York, and go Celtics when they play the Knicks.
I appreciate y'all.
Thank you, man. Isaiah Likely, one of the newest members of the New York Football Giants. And think about it this way. As a kid growing up in Massachusetts and being a Celtic fan and a little bit of a Patriot fan, you know how old he was when the Patriots won their first Super Bowl in the Tom Brady era?
That would have been 2001, 2002, I guess.
January of 2002. He was be a year and a half old.
That's insane.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
A year and a half old. Well, we learned a lot about Isaiah. He is a Celtic fan, grew up a James Harden guy, and hopefully has a big year for you guys as the number one tight end on this team.
Don't like hearing that he's a James Harden guy, though.
Why?
It's a tough guy to emulate.
You got to understand. I'm a lefty, okay?
So that's why. It's a left-handed thing. It's like you were redheads as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Obviously, I got my issues with James Harden. I think everybody in some way does as basketball fans. But when he said lefty, as a lefty, I mean, it's like, hey, time out. That's true. That's true. You notice the lefties. And they're people that you do emulate because there's so few of us. Like, do you realize the popular? And I'm not talking about, I bat left-handed. I've got a lefty. Like, you're right left-handed.
You
throw left-handed. You do everything left-handed.
Yep.
And I am a 99.9% lefty. There's one thing I don't do left-handed. It's very odd. I'm not going to get into it. It's not worth breaking down. But one thing I don't do left-handed. But everything else I do.
You dirty dog, you.
What are you smiling about?
I'm not smiling about anything.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
But I think that you do look at other lefties as almost people that you emulate.
Okay.
So it makes a lot of sense. So what did you learn from Brian Burns and Isaiah Likely today, Sean?
I learned that optimism is 100% there, which you would expect at this point. I learned that the defense feels like it's going to fly around with Denard Wilson. And offensively, I think I learned that Isaiah Likely loves Jackson Dart and that we should be optimistic about Dart. I mean, the guy played with Lamar Jackson, and when he started to get to know Lamar Jackson Dart, it wasn't even a second thought. I'm in.
Your call's coming up. 888-808-1019 is the toll-free number. Plus, is this the worst eulogy you've ever heard? We'll explain it coming up. It's Evan and Tiki with Shaun Morash.
It's the Carton Show with Craig Carton and Chris McMonigle. Afternoons 2 to 7 on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
Baseball doesn't have enough leaders in the locker room, so I'm getting up there in the seventh inning, and it's a 2-2 pitch. Thank God Giancarlo Stanton taught me how to be a leader or gave me a pep talk before I went out there. Leadership in baseball is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard.
Get the Carton Show on demand. Available on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, and the free Odyssey app. Start the day with Boomer and Gio. Mornings 6 to 10 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
The 30-game sprint to the regular season finish line is going to be a wild one atop the National League pennant race. A walk-off throwing error doomed the Brewers and extras last night, while Ozzie Albies and the Braves ended the Dodgers' 6-game winning streak, which means all three teams are now within 4 games of each other for the top 2 spots in the NL, and a bye to the division series on the line, with just 4.5 weeks until we get to October. I'm Chris Mack.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Did you know Skechers makes high-performance footwear for almost every sport you play? Here's what our athletes are saying.
Hi, I'm pro basketball player OG Anunoby. I dominate in Skechers basketball. Skechers delivers championship-level performance.
I'm WNBA star Jackie Young. Skechers keeps me quick, comfortable, and ready for anything.
And you can get high-performance Skechers and hands-free slip-ins technology. Just step in and perform.
I'm pro golfer Matt Fitzpatrick. I play in hands-free Skechers golf slip-ins.
Find yours at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or whatever high-performance sports shoes are sold.
At Town Fair Tire, New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer, you get it all. The guaranteed lowest price, the most free services, and we accept all valid rebates from any manufacturer and from our competition. Yes, we accept them all, even competitor rebates. Town Fair Tire, New England's largest discount tire dealer, now with over 120 stores from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Hi, this is John Starks, and I'm Tyler Kolek.
At John Starks Kia, we don't play games. No gimmicks, no tricks, no hidden fees, no surprises. Lease a Kia Sportage for just $333 a month with just $3 due at signing. What we say is what it is, period. See you at John Starks Kia in Queens. Go New York, go New York, go.
36-month lease excludes tax, title, and MV fees. No security deposit required. 10,000 miles per year. Expires August 31st.
Imagine every time your business makes a sale. Inventory updates, an invoice is created, customer records are updated, accounting stays current. That's the power of Odoo. One fully integrated platform where every part of your business works together, automating tasks, eliminating extra steps, and saving you valuable time. Everything connects. Everything works. Try Odoo free at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Mostly sunny, high 81.
Weather brought to you by Duke's Mayo. Welcome to Duke's Mayo Country, where the mayo is so smooth and creamy, it makes every bite better. Duke's Mayo. Look for the yellow lid.
If you haven't checked out Collars & Co. yet, now's the time. They're the makers of the original dress collar polo that's changed the game. And now they've opened their first ever store right here in Manhattan. Whether you're looking for sharp shirts, everyday style, or their new Maverick Performance blazer, you'll find clothes that look great and feel even better. Stop by their new boutique at 182 Columbus Avenue or shop online at collarsandco.com. Use code TIKI and get 20% off your order.
It's fall, which means you're going to fall hard for this Dunkin' $6 meal deal. Now you get a medium hot or iced coffee, 6 crispy hash browns, and a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, all for $6. That's a full breakfast meal for $6. So wherever you're headed, work, school, the gym, or your next adventure, your breakfast or afternoon pick-me-up is covered. Do breakfast the Dunkin' way and order Dunkin's $6 meal deal.
Orgavatazona? Is that a word? It is in the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, because it can all be one road trip. So book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Lease a new 2026 Sportage Hybrid LX front-wheel drive for $249 a month for 24 months with $39.99 due at signing for well-qualified lessees. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. New 2026 Sportage Hybrid LX 1.6 Turbo GDI FWD 6AT 31,985 MSRP. MSRP includes destination handling and excludes Texas title registration, license fees, options, and retailer charges. No security deposit required. Actual prices set by dealer and may vary. Purchase option at lease end is $22,389.50, subject to credit approval by Kia Finance. Lessee is responsible for insurance, maintenance, repairs, 20 cents per mile over 10,000 miles a year. Excess wear and a termination fee of up to $400. Subject to dealer participation. Offers may not be combined except where specified. Must take delivery by 8/31/26. Limited inventory available.
The pros know nobody beats FW Web. With extensive inventory, personalized service, and a fleet of trucks across the Northeast, FW Web supports all customers, from one-van contractors to large facility operators. For planned projects, emergency jobs, or maintenance, FW Web has what you need, when and where you need it. For plumbing, heating, HVAC, refrigeration, propane gas, and PVF jobs. With over 100 locations, visit FWWeb.com to find one near you.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run, because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
I love a girls' weekend, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin, thanks to Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
You can usually find me in the kitchen, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm still in the mix with Skyrizi to treat my joint symptoms.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe at 4 months.
Or if you're an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today to carsforkids.org. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's cars with a K.
Your team, your take, your call. Talk New York sports and be a part of the action. Call the Fan now, 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus, your streaming home to watch the NFL on CBS all season long.
Busy day here on the Fan. It's a Giants day. We just spoke to Isaiah Likely and Brian Burns. You can rewind on the free Odyssey app if you missed it. Jackson Dart will join the Full Carton show later because Big Mac is back.
Looks so tan.
He's tan and happy.
I wanted to squish him.
Now, yesterday, right as we signed off the air, I think America all heard the tragic news of Dolly Parton, who passed away at the age of 80. And Dolly Parton is a legend. We've all heard her music. We saw her halftime show a few years ago. She did that movie. I think the movie was 9 to 5 that I love. After her song, 9 to 5, if I'm not mistaken. So she's a legend. Like, we all get it. And so when people die, other people do eulogies. And Mike Francesa was always famous for the inappropriate eulogy.
I think Yankees sucked. He's dead.
Like Horace Clarke dies, and it's like he was known for a terrible error in Yankee history. There is a eulogy that was done by the nature boy Ric Flair that I'm not sure if it's appropriate. So I'm gonna describe it to you,
all right,
and I'll let you hear it, and then you can tell me if it's okay.
All right.
Ric Flair tweets, "I'm so sad to hear about the passing of the queen of country music, Dolly Parton. I was a huge fan of her music. As a boy, I could only dream. Rest in peace, Dolly. My condolences to the friends and family of the legendary Dolly Parton." But it included a video. It included a short video clip that I'd like to play for you right now because you'll hear the audio.
Okay.
Ric Flair from WCW back in the late 90s.
They've not thought much of a nature boy since I made Dolly Parton ride Smith's Mountain one night.
Oh,
and he puts that out as part of the eulogy.
God, Rick.
Like, I get the whole boy could dream thing because, yes, a part of the legacy of Dolly Parton is she was beautiful.
Yes.
You know, the whole, the big, the thing,
Yeah, she was the best looking woman in the 70s I've ever seen at a halftime show.
Understand it. So, of course, like, that's a part of her legacy that young boys dreamed of her. So I didn't even think the line was wrong to say, as a boy, I could only dream.
But the clip?
But he includes the clip of, I took her to Space Mountain.
No, you can't do that if you're Rick. You can't do that.
So you'd agree, not a good eulogy.
No, it's not a good eulogy. She's a legend. Let her rest in peace. You don't go that far. You know, you want to text that to your friends. That's fine. You can't put that out publicly.
Yeah, so that tweet is still up there from 21 hours ago.
Rick, what are you doing?
Yeah. When I think of Dolly Parton, believe it or not, I actually think of that movie.
9 to 5, really?
Was that like a big, big movie? Am I overstating it, or am I actually understating it? Because of course, it's 9 to 5.
No,
Evan, what's wrong with you?
I know of the movie. I've never seen it. So to me, I know it's a big deal because it's very rare that I know of movies that I've never watched. So that's fine. But I don't know. I think of all her music. I mean, Jolene is like a powerful.
Jolene, yes.
Everybody does Jolene. You go to Nashville, every bar is somebody doing a cover of Jolene.
No, you're right. And I think now that she has passed away, I'm not sure if this has already started. And I know there's Dollyville, Dollyland.
Dollywood?
Yeah. I was going to get there eventually.
Yeah.
I bet you we're going to live in an era for the next 20 years where there's Dolly Parton impersonators. Like it'll be like the new Elvis.
Yeah, I could see that. I'm actually shocked they don't exist already.
Maybe they do. That's why I'm saying like it may exist in Dollywood. I'm not positive. But yeah, living legend Dolly Parton passed away, and I know it was one of the things that jumped out to you. Her halftime show from a few years ago during the Thanksgiving, correct? That Dallas Thanksgiving?
Yes.
That goes down as one of the great halftime shows.
Well.
And that's amazing considering it's Thanksgiving. Usually that's exclusive to the Super Bowl, but I think if you ever do a Cinco on halftime shows, I think you got to include Dolly Parton 2023.
And this is totally not disingenuous and serious. I think Dolly Parton's halftime show, as much as like we all had fun with it, the truth was it gave a lot of people, I think, who age a lot of hope, because you looked at her and was like, she didn't look like some like has-been old lady. Like, she looked great. She looked great. We all sat there on Thanksgiving. I barely went to eat my turkey and went, oh my God, Dolly looks unbelievable.
I remember that being the first thing you said when we all got back together and did shows a few days later. You're like, how about Dolly?
How about that? I could care less that the Giants looked like crap that day. It was a Giant game, too.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
I don't even remember that part.
Drew Lock played the game.
That was the Giant Cowboy game on Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Certain things that just flood my memory, including one thing we were talking earlier about Odell Beckham Jr. and his return, and how, in general, when guys come back for a second tour of duty, they become very forgettable. And we went through a few of them. There's obviously a lot more. Tom Seaver had a second tour of duty. Mark Messier had a second tour of duty. But more times than not, the second tour of duty is either just bad or forgettable. Like, the Seaver return is known for one thing, which is him walking to the mound on opening day, 1983. It's not remembered for anything else.
Nothing else.
And then losing him. It's remembered for walking to the mound on opening day, and then Frank Cashin's a buffoon and doesn't protect him in that free agency draft. That's it. Like, what's Mark Messier's second tenure remembered for? I got nothing.
Honestly, the way he kind of was the captain through the ship of September 11th right there.
Okay.
So it's kind of off ice, but then back on the ice. Remember him with the fire?
Yeah.
That was when he was coming back. It was kind of crazy. Yeah, but they didn't make the playoffs when he came back.
So from an on-ice standpoint, there's nothing?
No. Not really. I mean, he had a couple goals, but they weren't a good team.
That's the way it works usually, I'm telling you. All right, let's get to your phone calls, plus a juicy Jet rumor that will make Jet fans conflicted coming up in a little bit. 888-808-1019. Mario's in Long Beach. Hey, Mario.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How you doing?
Good.
Good. I got 2 quick points. Let me finish, and then I will listen to your response. Number one, on the Neighbors thing you were talking about yesterday with Garrett Wilson. So I did a little homework on it. Garrett Wilson has 2 years. Neighbors has 2 years. Garrett Wilson has 4 years. Garrett Wilson has 3,000-yard seasons, his first 3, and he didn't miss 1 game. Now, total games played, 56% of the games for Neighbors, 85% for Garrett Wilson. They're both the same height. They're both the same weight. They both have the same speed. So up for right now, Garrett Wilson's a little better. Now, you might think...
I think that's a proven fact. I think what Shaun does, and obviously I let him respond because this got a lot of traction yesterday. It started being, like, ripped off everywhere. Like, let's compare these two. Everywhere I looked, and I really blame Shaun and whatever caller brought it up, because wasn't it from a caller?
It was a caller.
Ain't something I wrote down to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't like we came up with this debate. A caller brought up this is the reason we should be more positive on the Jets.
Yeah, so I think that when you debate two athletes, it's what have you done and what do you think is going to happen next? In terms of what's been accomplished, Garrett Wilson's accomplished more. Correct. I mean, that's just a fact. I don't think anyone can debate it.
He's been in the league
what
longer.
Shaun is doing, and I happen to think it's because he's a fanboy, is he's saying, projecting forward, it's not even close.
Well,
of course Neighbors is better than Garrett Wilson. And I think you do that, not only because Malik's an incredibly talented guy, but because when it comes to your team versus another team, you're going to side with your team. Hence the outrage that you got from Jet fans, because your opinion is based on just being a fanboy.
All right. I'm going to, now instead of yelling and screaming, I'm going to try to more articulate my point.
You shut the hell up.
If we're just talking about what a guy has already done completely in his career, yeah, you're right. Of course, unless a guy has played the same amount of years, it's hard to do that. My point, which, again, I was kind of dumbfounded, but I'm going to calm down because I understand if you guys are looking at it from that perspective, I can't fight it, is this. Malik Neighbors in his rookie year, again, no quarterback play whatsoever, had a better statistical year than any year, singular year, Garrett Wilson ever had. And last year, prior to him getting hurt, we're going through a quarter of the season when he gets hurt. Again, with bad quarterback play, Malik Neighbors was leading the league in receiving. My point on Neighbors versus Wilson is why I think they're both awesome. Garrett Wilson, probably, if you're really having a conversation, tops out as, a top 15 receiver in the league, where people think of Malik Neighbors as a guy who could be a top 5 wide receiver in the league.
You can't bring up quarterback play and disregard that Garrett Wilson's had about 15
You have
of
to
them.
understand, I never brought up quarterback play until you guys brought it up to back up your Wilson argument. My point was, well, what the hell is Malik Neighbors worth?
I will find common ground that Shaun will drop a deuce on. because I find common ground when he says, I'm not accepting that.
All right.
Debating Garrett Wilson and Malik Neighbors, totally fine. Me saying, hey, there's a 20% chance that the Jets could win 8 games because, hey, it's football, you never know, is totally fine. You saying that can't happen is what pisses people off. You saying it's insulting to suggest Wilson over Neighbors. You took a fair debate and a fair discussion, and you nuked it by going extreme. And I had a guy come up to me last night at Citi Field. He made a great point. He said, he said some violent stuff. Like, I really wanted to punch Shaun and drive him over and all that kind of stuff. And I said, nah, we love Shaun. He's like, no, I love Shaun too. It was all good. He said, I don't understand how he couldn't just get the point that you weren't saying the Jets are going to win 8 games. You were saying, hey, it's sports. You can't assume something will happen. And he looked around, and I looked around and said, like this Mets season, they're about to lose 90 games. No one thought that was going to happen. There's not one person on this radio station that came on and said, the Mets are losing 90 games. Not one. Okay. You may have said they're not making the playoffs. You may have said they're not going to be that good. Look, no one said that, and it's a reminder that it's sports. Of course the Jets could win 8 games, just like the Mets could lose 95.
Listen, I think we're kind of just arguing semantics here. All I would say is this. I don't think I said anything yesterday that was outlandish, and I think most Jet fans would agree. If it's August and you're just looking to cling on to hope, I understand that from a football fan, but I think we all deep down know the deep-rooted reality is the Jets, as much as we might like some of the young talent, they're one of the 5 worst teams in football, and that sucks. But it also doesn't mean that they're not projecting forward beyond this year. And I don't think I was saying anything outlandish.
Yes, you said they had no chance to surprise people and be good.
Because we just know they're not.
Okay. I'm not.
And 20% felt ridiculous.
And then there's times where you act like the Giants aren't also a bad team.
Hold on, but see, Connor.
See, like the Jets, I agree. The Jets are one of the 5 worst teams in football, but the Giants have been
Connor,
also.
This is what I'm going to stay calm. This is what pisses me off. Because you do this, and a lot of people on social media callers do this. I think so many Giant fans are way ahead of their skis because they hired John Harbaugh that suddenly they're going to be a playoff team. I am excited for the season because I know John Harbaugh is a good head coach. I'm excited for the season because at least I had a rookie quarterback that showed some promise. But in the end, it's still a team that won 4 football games, 2 of which were at the end. I don't mind the offseason additions. I think it's actually insane to put the Giants in the playoffs right now. Now, I can't say no chance, again, because I think if I'm gravitating towards 7-8 wins, balls could break your way. But I think Giant fans have gone insane, too. Let's calm down a little bit. This is, I think, is that steady beat drum year for the Giants. We're having a different combo next year.
In 2022, the Giants really stunned everybody by making the playoffs.
Yeah.
Would you agree that that's like kind of coming out of nowhere? That was a real stunner? That's all people are saying about the Jets and any other team. Like, it's football, dude. I mean, wake up. It happens every year. Is it going to happen to the Jets? Probably not. Connor and I know better than anyone. We suck with the Jets. We know it's going to end badly. But you can't discount something before a season starts. Anyhow.
Okay.
Can I get the last word on that?
I don't even care anymore. Like, I just know I'm right, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, my God. Willie is calling from Howard Beach. What's up, Willie?
What's going on, boys?
How are you?
I'm all right. No, I was overhearing you guys talk about the Dollywood thing, and I wanted to tell you that I agree. It's funny you said that. I didn't know she passed away till I seen it on the cover of the paper, but I actually caught that Dallas halftime show, and she looked full of life and energy. So I agree with you. I was just telling my boy, I said, watch, they're going to be all with a Walk of Fame dressed as her. But I feel like we do got a lot of Dolly Parton impersonators already, because if you look on the internet, like, women kind of turned into Dolly Parton, like 7 out of 10.
Yeah, but that's different. Like, people emulating her, like Marilyn Monroe is one thing. I'm talking about, like, Elvis impersonators.
Yeah.
And I think what Dolly Parton has, and this is a real compliment in this day and age, there are very few famous people that are just beloved by everybody. That's not the way the world works anymore. Like, you could be really famous, and 40% of people hate your guts.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to be universally beloved. And Dolly Parton was able to pull that off through the 70s, 80s, 90s, and today. I just don't think anyone would say a bad word about her.
Maybe we get 2 or 3 females come down. We'll do a Dolly Parton impersonation at the Salt Shack Friday. Let's see. Best person to sing Jolene at 9 to 5. Let's go.
All right. Will you be a part of that?
I'm not a great singer.
Put a wig on and start singing?
I think that's disingenuous. I don't think that would help.
Disingenuous? It's honoring Dolly Parton.
Because I can't pull off Dolly Parton, but I'm sure people out there can, especially on Long Island.
Let's go to John in Fresno. What's up, John?
Good morning, guys. How you doing this morning?
Wonderful. What's up?
Hey, I wanted to talk about the last night with the Mets. I was watching that. I was about ready to throw my TV out the window. And then with the season that Lindor was having, there was no way I thought he was going to catch that ball. It was right that you couldn't even see the ball as the play was forming. And all of a sudden, because the ball was actually almost behind him. And then when it finally came back on later, I was the biggest surprise. I have one other point before you shut me down.
Yeah.
I think Andy Green would be a good person for the general manager job. I think the boy Blunder is just overworked.
The boy Blunder.
The man from Milwaukee.
I haven't heard that one
I
yet.
love that.
I like that.
Stearns is a moron.
I think Andy Green as GM is fascinating. And I've heard this before now. This is starting to gain steam from Met fans. I don't think it's being reported anywhere. But Andy Green has made a good impression on Met fans because he's done a fairly good job as manager of this team.
Yes.
And he wants to go back to the front office, and the Mets are willing to allow him to go back to the front office. David Stearns has not filled the general manager role. And if he fills it this year, Andy Green now has some value to Met fans. Like if I said this to you 6 months ago, when I did, not about GM, but I mentioned Andy Green will be the manager, everyone scoffed. I remember Tiki looking up his stats saying, look at his win-loss record. And I said, I don't know, he's just a guy with experience. I think that Andy's success, or relative success with the Mets, because it's not like, not 40-10 with him as manager, I think has earned that the Met fan would look at him becoming GM as, oh, that's good. I like that. That's a good move. But it's not going to usurp David Stearns' power. Like, David Stearns is still the decider. Andy Green becoming general manager would be the equivalence of Joe Shane running the Giants. Does Joe Shane run the Giants, or does John Harbaugh run the Giants?
Dawn Aponte. Right, exactly.
I think that's what it would be. But Andy Green as GM is fine. I think it makes a lot of sense. I've heard a lot of people suggest that.
But again, what is the GM doing if David Stearns is making all the calls?
Ultimately, you're doing a lot, but in terms of who do I blame and you blame when the Mets make a move we disagree with, it's going to be David Stearns.
Exactly.
They signed Tarek Skubal, it's David Stearns.
Exactly.
So, but I think he's definitely, he makes sense for that. And I think he's a candidate for the managerial job. I think if he changes his mind and the Mets are able to make him change his mind, I think more Met fans would be okay with that hire today than they would have been, again, 3 months ago. Joe in Manalapan. Hey, Joe.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Real quick, love the show. Before I get to my point, I just wanted to say I'm not a Jet or Giant fan, but I am a little optimistic on the Jets. I could be wrong, but I think that Geno Smith is not the guy we're going to see from last year. He's got a much better O-line, and he's got good weapons. With that being said, though, if he does fail this year and he doesn't look that great, and let's say it's halfway through the season, Glenn's fighting for his job, I got a guy I think, Evan, you'd be intrigued by.
Go.
I heard a caller the other day calling for Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah.
I like Aiden O'Connell from the Raiders. He's on the last year of his rookie deal. He's had some big wins under his belt already. He's got a couple starts, and I don't think he would cost that much to take a shot on.
Well, but you know what? Aiden O'Connell and Dylan Gabriel and even J.J. McCarthy, if he gets released by Minnesota, they all represent guys that would just be competing with whoever the Jets draft next year.
Right.
Like if the Jets fail, and more than likely that's the outcome. I don't mean to be negative, but that's our history, and that's the likeliest outcome of this team.
And you would say there's an 80% chance they fail.
Well, I did. That's what I said yesterday. You just kept hearing the 20% chance. They're going to draft a quarterback. And with having a drafted young quarterback, you're probably going to bring in competition. Now, I think Cade Klubnik could be a part of that, and then someone like an Aiden O'Connell could be a part of that. But when we come back, I'm going to tell you of a name, and this is documented rumors now. This is not me making it up. I'm going to give you a name that changes all of that. That changes the idea of drafting anybody and an Aiden O'Connelling anything. A crazy but maybe realistic possibility of a quarterback for the Jets next year, and not just a quarterback, but a head coach. And this will cause Shaun Morash to have to acknowledge the New York Jets if they pull this off. We'll break it down coming up in just a few minutes, plus more of your calls at 888-808-1019.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by your local Mazda dealer and also sponsored by New Jersey Manufacturing Day in Freehold on October 2nd.
Join us at the Stateside Beach Bash on Friday at 11 a.m. at the Salt Shack in Babylon. Catch a live broadcast of the Midday Show and meet WFAN favorite Jerry Recco. Sign up for Stateside's beach volleyball tournament. First place prize $2,500 and second place prize $1,000. Great music, great food, $8 surf sides and super lights. Bring your crew and spend the day with us on the sand at the Stateside Beach Bash. Get all the event details now at saltshackny.com. Must be 21 to enjoy Surfside. Please drink responsibly.
Looking for peace of mind in selecting your next SUV? Mazda is named the safest new car brand by Consumer Reports. That means confidence for every drive, all at a value that might surprise you. Visit your local Mazda dealer for great offers during Mazda's More to Move You sales event.
Boomer Esiason here. Got a kid heading back to school? Your student hopefully isn't using data during school anyways, so why pay for an unlimited plan they'll never get the full value of? Now, Red Pocket Mobile's got a better answer. Right now, during their back-to-school sale, it's $80 for a whole year of cell service. Talk, text, and everyday data on your pick of 3 nationwide 5G networks. $80 the whole year. Perfect low data plan for your student. RedPocket.com. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Sprained wrist, ankle twist, broken thumb, can't make a fist, busted knee, surgery, that patch of ice you didn't see.
Where pain starts, Jernavix suzetrigine begins. Jernavix is a non-opioid 50 milligram prescription tablet for adults with moderate to severe acute pain that reduces pain signals before they reach the brain.
Tendon tear, nose repair, tripping on that broken stair, dislocation, operation, moped crash while on vacation.
Do not take Jernavix with CYP3A inhibitors. Avoid use with grapefruit or liver problems, as these may increase side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medicines if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Jernavix may make certain medicines and birth control less effective. Side effects include itching, muscle spasms, rash, and elevated muscle enzymes.
Joint displacement, knee replacement, fell on marbles in the basement, ladder slip, broken hip, that rock climb where you lost your grip.
To learn more about Jernavix, ask your doctor. Call 1-833-589-PAIN or visit jernavix.com.
The final days of the Make This the Summer event are happening now at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. This is your last chance to get summer sizzling deals on all new Jeep and Ram trucks. Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, home of exceptional people, exceptional deals.
With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey.
This is the Game of the Week report, brought to you by Hyundai.
Tennis's final event of the year is set to take center stage in Flushing Meadows, New York. Starting Sunday, August 30th, the world's top tennis stars will battle it out with 2 weeks of high-stakes action on the hard courts, culminating at the championship matches September 12th and 13th.
The Game of the Week report is brought to you by the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid. Learn how it's so much more than just another SUV at HyundaiUSA.com.
Oh, hey, Sarah. Did you hear my daughter Katie got Camper of the Week?
That's a big deal.
We got a big deal too, right, Mom?
Honey, shh.
What's that?
Okay, that Hyundai Santa Fe, I only paid...
Nice.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days, or 1.9% APR for 72 months on the Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Plug-in Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid. During the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Offers end September 8th. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
The Rico Bronya podcast is proudly sponsored by Takara Fuji Apple Chew High, the sparkling cocktail that blends shochu spirits with delicious flavors of fruits from Japan. Whether it's Citi Field or your favorite spot, raise the apple.
Diving for that grounder got you grounded? Oof. We've got specialists for that. Layup, take you down? We've got specialists for that. With nearly 50 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit OrlandCohen.com.
Orgavadazona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
No matter what you drive, having the right tire matters. So take control with a new set of Bridgestone tires from Town Fair Tire. You'll choose from the area's largest selection of Bridgestone tires, and you'll get the Bridgestone tire you need at the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, Town Fair will give you more free services than all other tire dealers, clubs, or online sites. Nobody beats a Town Fair tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
It's fall, which means you're going to fall so hard for this Dunkin' $6 meal deal. Now you can get a medium hot or iced coffee, 6 crispy hash browns, and a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. All for $6. That's a full breakfast meal for $6. So wherever you're headed, work, school, the gym, or your next adventure, your breakfast or afternoon pick-me-up is covered. Do breakfast the Dunkin' way. Order Dunkin's $6 meal deal now.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Did you know Skechers makes high-performance footwear for almost every sport you play? Here's what our athletes are saying.
Hi, I'm pro basketball player OG Anunoby. I dominate in Skechers basketball. Skechers delivers championship-level performance.
I'm WNBA star Jackie Young. Skechers keeps me quick, comfortable, and ready for anything.
And you can get high-performance Skechers and hands-free slip-ins technology. Just step in and perform.
I'm pro golfer Matt Fitzpatrick. I play in hands-free Skechers golf slip-ins.
Find yours at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or whatever high-performance sports shoes are sold.
Agree with us? Disagree with us? Even better, talk Jets, Giants, Yankees, and Mets. Call the Fan and get in the game. 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus, your streaming home to watch the NFL on CBS all season long.
This is a WFAN Fan Focus, and the Giants did lose Calvin Austin for the season to a torn ACL. That news came out this morning. It appears the Bengals dodged an injury scare of their own. Jamar Chase had an awkward-looking knee injury, but Chase joined local radio in Cincinnati, said it looks like it'll be fine, and if there was a game tomorrow, he would play. Also, the Yankees, not that this is a big surprise, they are starting Elmer Rodriguez tonight.
I'm going to read something to you. I want everyone to try to be as calm as you possibly can because it's very, very exciting. And I admit that before I say it. According to an executive in the National Football League who knows Woody Johnson very well, Woody is starting to ask a lot of questions and starting to do his homework on one Mike Tomlin. Quote, this one has legs. I'm telling you. Mike Tomlin is in New York at Rockefeller Center for NBC. Woody is back in charge at the facility, and he knows how steep the competition will be for Tomlin. You're going to hear a lot about Jet rumors. Sources close to Woody note that securing Tomlin would be viewed internally as a massive victory, particularly given his proven ability to navigate high-pressure media markets. However, with multiple vacancies expected, Tomlin would command a top-of-the-market contract alongside significant authority over football operations. Executives across the league already view a shift to New York as inevitable. Aaron Glenn is a dead man walking, and he knows it. One general manager noted, I hear the same thing about Woody wanting Mike Tomlin. It makes complete sense. Money won't be an object.
A butthole.
Now, that is being reported by one Jason LaCanfora, who I find to be as reputable an NFL reporter as you have.
Yeah, I mean, at one point, but yeah.
But he's not done yet.
Okay.
That part's already like, hey, Mike Tomlin. Now, we've speculated about Tomlin for years. It's nothing new. I remember a year ago being kind of a jackass to you and Tiki saying, hey, if I tell you Tomlin's coaching your team next year, would you sign for it? It obviously means you're going to have a bad year. Brian Daboll's gone. You guys obviously had a lot of hope for Brian Daboll. Would you sign for it? You guys both heed and hawed on it. I think eventually you said, sure, I would do it. Ask me the question.
Would you sign for it?
Of course I would.
Oh. I mean, but Evan, what if they win 8 games?
Well, it's a different story. But that's not the only story. According to Jason LaCanfora, a potential Tomlin hire could immediately trigger secondary moves, including conversations about a pursuit towards Lamar Jackson. Lamar enters a high-stakes stretch with his long-term future in Baltimore, where Jason La Canfora works, by the way, unresolved amidst ongoing contract negotiations.
Why does it feel like Lamar Jackson is one of these every year?
Lamar Jackson is representing himself, which is probably a part of it. Jackson's current deal carries an $84.5 million cap hit for 2027, along with a no-trade and no-tag clause. Multiple league executives believe Lamar Jackson could explore trade potential avenues following extension standoffs. If Mike Tomlin takes the reins in New York, Lamar Jackson would strongly consider them. Oh, my God.
That's juicy.
Connor, hold on. I'm not ready to talk to you about this yet. Connor, could you imagine sitting here a year from now? We got Tomlin and Lamar.
I mean, they'd have a greater than 20% chance of winning 8 games.
Yeah.
And I would say they'd be the best team in town.
Oh, no question. Well,
Easy.
First of all, they would have the best coach in town, as I think we all know. Like, John's great. I'm a big John Harbaugh guy.
John Harbaugh.
Mike Tomlin's got a little bit of an edge. I think we all know that. And obviously, Lamar Jackson. The guy's a freaking MVP. So, yeah, I mean, that's not our competition.
And even if they don't get Lamar Jackson, they could still be in the market for a young quarterback. They have a ton of picks. And then you add Mike Tomlin to the mix.
Oh.
Oof.
I mean, we could be a Super Bowl team within a year or two.
Yeah.
That's on the table.
With the skill players they have and Garrett Wilson.
Oh, my God.
Breece Hall.
Oh, the tight ends.
Best wide receiver in New York. Best running back in New York. A defense on the rise.
Our tight end room will end up being better than Likely and Andrews back in the day.
Easy. Not even close.
And it's such a bizarre universe to think of Mike Tomlin coaching Lamar Jackson while John Harbaugh's, stuck with Jackson Dart.
Good luck paying.
Your thoughts?
Good luck paying Membo and Fashanu with all that money tied up in Lamar Jackson.
We'll take care of it.
All right.
That's not my place.
Hometown discount.
Look, I think there's a couple things. I don't want to pour cold water on it. I'll just be honest with you. I think Jason La Canfora has now become as shoddy a reporter as possible.
Really?
I have no problem saying
You're
that.
turning this into an attack on JLC?
Listen, I hate saying this. JLC used to be like a rebel guy to CBS, and it's not his fault. He just feels like he's gone off the deep end on Twitter a lot. It just feels like it's not the same as it used to be. Now, where I do give the Lamar Jackson thing credence, I think if he's tied into anything, he does know a lot about Baltimore. That's where he is now, and I could see Lamar being unhappy. That could be leverage. Here's what I would say about Tomlin. Tiki's dismissed it and talked about it, but man, I still think money talks. And I think whatever Mike Tomlin felt when he left Pittsburgh, like if you really never wanted to coach again, might have been how he felt at the time.
Absolutely.
But I think time could change anything. And there's certain guys like Bill Cowher never came back, but Tomlin could be sitting there like Bruce Arians into his tenure going, hey, I kind of do miss coaching.
I said that exact same thing to Tiki. Tiki has been very consistent that, look, Mike Tomlin's never going to coach again. That's like kind of his read on it. And I say to Tiki, I don't think you're wrong. Like, I think that's the vibe he's probably giving Rondé. I mean, they're very close, as we saw during the Hall of Fame. Yeah. And I believe that, if you ask Rondé Barber or Mike Tomlin himself, truth serum, are you going to coach again? The answer is no.
Right.
I think that can change. I 1,000% agree with you. And I think the Jets, on every level, will be as attached to Mike Tomlin as any team can.
As they should be.
The market, the money, and the key word, it's the big D, desperation.
Desperation. And the one thing you can say about Woody Johnson, if you want to take shots at him, and a lot of it deserved, I don't doubt that he has such a strong desire to get this right and win. And I also don't doubt that if money's not an object, like if football didn't have a salary cap, I bet you the Jets would have a few more great players because Woody would be deep diving and paying those players.
I think that this moment, if it comes to this, because obviously the Jets could build something really good and Aaron Glenn could be the answer, blah, blah, blah. This could be the Leon Hess, Bill Parcells moment where Leon Hess finally said, dude, I'm getting old. I don't know if I'm ever going to see anything. I need Bill Parcells. And I think on a lot of levels, Mike Tomlin is the modern-day Bill Parcells, or at least, in fairness, he's the closest thing we have to
That's
it.
a better way to put it. I was going to say, calm down a little bit.
No, it's the closest thing we have
hasn't won a playoff game in about 30 years, but yes, I understand.
I get it. No, look, and Bill went to a second team and got to another Super Bowl. I totally understand the brilliance of Bill Parcells. I'm actually reading a book about Bill Parcells, a biography.
Nice.
Fantastic. You know his name isn't Bill?
William.
It's not William.
Will.
It's not.
Billiam.
It's not his name.
Bilky.
No, it has nothing to do with Bill or
Jeremy?
William. No.
What is it?
First of all, I want you to Google it because I genuinely forgot his first name, but I could tell you the story of how he got Bill. In high school, a teacher mistaked him for a Bill. And because of that, and he did not like his first name, which was Dwayne. Very good, Dwayne. That was it. Did not like Dwayne. So Bill Parcells said, I'm going to stick with that. My teacher's calling me Bill. I'm going with it. And that goes back to high school. True story.
Dwayne Charles Parcells. That's crazy. I never knew that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't know that either till I read the book. It's the only reason I know, and I forgot. It's funny. I forgot the actual name. I just remembered the story. So there you go.
Wow.
Anyhow, what was I saying?
No, about Tomlin. You're saying like this would be the Parcells moment with Leon Hess.
Yeah, they'd go after him. And I think so. I think there's truth, absolute truth to the fact that Woody Johnson's going to go after Mike Tomlin. That is absolute truth.
Also,
Are
as
they
far
going
as
to
him
get
doing,
him?
But no, I was just saying, as far as him doing the research, I would say every team, even including the Giants, which are John Harbaugh, should be doing their research on Mike Tomlin
No,
right
that's
now.
just weird, actually.
No.
You wouldn't do research. What are you doing?
I think because anything can
You
happen.
have
dude.
John Harbaugh.
Harbaugh.
You're not doing research on Mike Tomlin.
What if he got hit by a bus tomorrow? The point is, Mike Tomlin is the kind of guy that you just do your homework, even if you think it's unrealistic, just to be ready if something were to happen. But the point is, the Jets should be doing the homework because their expectation is they're going to stink.
That was just a weird comment.
And one thing about Mike Tomlin that's really nice, he's only 54 years old because he got that job with the Steelers. He was so young. So they just have a lot of time, where the Giants, it's like a little bit more of a win-now situation because John Harbaugh is 63. He's getting up there a little bit, where Tomlin's got a lot of time left.
I tell you this about John Harbaugh. He may be 63. The way he looks and talks, that guy will coach till he's 90.
Did you hear the morning show ask him about that?
About what?
About how he looks that way at his age? He says no testosterone, no nothing. He says it's just good genes.
Just good genes?
Good genes. He does look great.
He looks great. Well, I think it's more than good genes. The guy works out, and he probably eats well.
He can squat like 600 pounds, I think, right?
Yeah. I remember him and Tiki were talking about who could squat more.
Imagine living that way, where like you're just like, yeah, I'm good. I don't need the Chinese food tonight. What a life to live.
Plus, I think John showed you something, and I did hear Boomer J ask him about this, that he didn't take a year away from football. He was like, dude, I just want to coach. So just to real piece this together, jokes aside, having fun with you aside, Mike Tomlin is absolutely going to be a target. Are they going to get him? Probably not, but he's a target. Lamar Jackson, he's spot on about the cap situation and the fact that you're going to need to restructure that deal. And depending on how things go this year, is there a scenario where the Ravens and Lamar Jackson, who almost had a divorce a few years ago, have a divorce now? It's absolutely on the table. Now it gets to the second element. Are the Jets going to take their assets to try to trade for him and then give him $1 billion? The answer may be no to that. They may say we're better off drafting a young quarterback.
The only reason that makes me push back on Lamar Jackson, again, I'm not going to go as far as to say no chance of this because, look, I've been shocked with quarterbacks in the past and the way the world's happened here with the NFL. You just got rid of the coach in Harbaugh because it felt like you wanted a change. If you thought you were like a year away from not figuring this out with Lamar committing long term, I don't know.
I think it's unrelated.
That's a tough pill to swallow. For back-to-back years to get rid of the coach and the quarterback?
No, I don't think there's intent to get rid of Lamar Jackson. And you missed this last week. I'll let you jump in on this, but we were playing some clips of Joe Burrow and what he was saying during camp, and Tiki and I both got the impression he's done that.
He is. That's the guy I think is more likely.
And we were guessing like what team will he be on, all that kind of stuff. I don't get the same vibes with Lamar Jackson. I totally would be with you on that. But when Jason lays out the contract situation and what Lamar could do, yeah, I think it's absolutely on the table that we're looking at drama between Jackson and the Ravens next year, and he's pushing for a trade. But again, do all those chips land to where Tomlin and Jackson with the Jets? Obviously, there's like put it this way, I'll give you odds. Better chance the Jets win 8 games this year than they end up with Tomlin and Lamar next year. Would you agree with that?
Yes, but I think there's a better chance Tomlin's the Jets coach and the Jets win 8 games this year.
Ooh. Is a better chance Mike Tomlin coaches the Jets next season?
Because I think money could talk, and I think Woody could just throw unbelievable amounts at him.
I think it's very close. Like taking the Lamar thing out, like just straight up, the Jets fire Aaron Glenn.
A butthole.
They throw all this money at Mike Tomlin, and he says yes. Does that have a better chance of happening than winning 8 games? You know what? I'd agree with you on that.
Okay, good. So that's nice not to fight about the Jets.
If the Jets have a 20% chance of winning 8 games, which is my number, I'd say it's 25% that they get Tomlin.
And you know what?
Is that a fair breakdown?
That's fair. And you know what I won't be doing at this time next year if they have Mike Thomas the head coach? Telling you they have no chance to win 8 games. Because I think they will.
No, you'll find a new
How many
way.
games would they win? Tomlin and Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson, Tomlin, they should win the division.
How about that?
Wow.
Because he knows it's not going to happen. That's why he's saying
Gangrene
it.
Shaun Morash.
Yeah. Also, Joe Burrow, Rams quarterback next year.
That was my pick.
Was it?
Yes.
Stafford's going to retire or get hurt, and McVay hangs on and gets Burrow. Yeah.
You listened, didn't you?
I really didn't.
I just want you to know you weren't here for the long-term prediction. That's your loss. I'm going to get all the credit for the Ram thing. Because I did say it
listen
first.
to me, Dan. I know you're out there. I think Joe Burrow will be the Rams quarterback next year. Thank you, Dan.
What else has Sean said this year?
I feel nothing but 98 vibes.
How's that one working out for you?
Yeah, kind of feeling him again.
All right, Connor, feed us, please.
Shaun Morash in the booth. Somebody hide the castle. Politics flying, phones ringing, Evans yelling. No! Tiki's laughing, chaos cracking, nobody's in control. It's Cinco de Roncho. Bam! Crunch! Let's go!
Let's go! Cinco de Luncho is brought to you by Helix Wireless, connecting everything, everywhere. Connor Green.
So yesterday you played the game Aaron Boone nicknames, and then I looked at here are the top 5 nicknames in sports history.
Let's hear it.
All right, here we go.
Here we go!
Number 5.
Number 5 is the Diesel, John Riggins.
Crank up that diesel. Let's go diesel.
Now, John Riggins is another guy the Jets let go when he had huge success somewhere else. But you can't beat the nickname the Diesel, and you can't beat this guy talking about it.
Crank up that diesel. Let's go diesel.
And here we go.
Number 4.
Three-finger Mordecai Brown. Three-finger Mordecai. Now, the reason they call him three-finger, he didn't actually only have 3 fingers. His index finger got severed down to a nub with a farming accident as a kid. He was chasing around a rabbit.
Whoa.
So his index became a nub. But that didn't stop. Nowadays, players miss time with general soreness and things like that. Mordecai Brown didn't carry, only had a nub for a finger. He dominated 239 wins in his career, 2.06 career ERA. Completely dominant player. Three-finger Mordecai Brown.
Can you name the team he played for?
The Indians.
No.
I don't know.
Cubs.
The Cubs. Do you think that the nub helped? I'm serious. Like, helped him in a way? Like, throw, like, I don't know, just like weird grip?
Remember Tom Dempsey had the first ever 63-yard field goal, and he had his foot.
Yeah. There could be something to it.
Well, I remember the guy with the 6 fingers, Antonio Alfonseca.
That's right.
It didn't really help him. He was a kind of a crappy reliever.
I agree. Now, have you ever unknowingly shook a hand of somebody that you didn't realize was missing like half a finger?
Never had that happen.
Happened to me once. And it's startling. You don't know how to react.
Well, why are they offering to shake hands?
Exactly.
Shouldn't they be going like fist bump to not call attention to it?
Thank you. I said that to myself when I got in the car. I go, you put me in an awkward spot. I got to know that going in.
I almost think they did it to screw with you.
Yeah. It blew my mind.
All right, here we go.
Number 3.
Number 3, Sweetness, Walter Payton. One of the great nicknames of all time. Now, they went to the Super Bowl. I thought this was interesting. They won 46-10 over the Patriots. Everybody scored a touchdown that game except for Walter Payton, and Mike Ditka later had like big regrets about that.
I didn't even think about who was scoring. I could have cared less. But if I would have known what it meant to Walter, of course I would have given it to him 8 times in a row. Wouldn't have mattered. But my mind wasn't going that way. Should have been going that way? Probably. But it wasn't. So, you fault me. That's the biggest regret I have.
So Sweetness doesn't score a touchdown. Should he have given him a carry? I mean, everybody. The refrigerator, Perry scoring touchdowns in that game?
Yeah, I think at that point you should have. I mean, what were you thinking when you traded 150 picks for Ricky Williams? You got thoughts on that?
That's
not your biggest regret?
That's a bad one,
Imagine
too.
being in a position you're blowing out somebody so bad to be like, how did I forget to give him the ball for a touchdown?
Yeah.
We can only dream.
I mean, look, he's still considered an all-time great. Tiki's favorite player. He would say it if he was here. Sweetness.
And here we go.
Number 2.
Prime time, Deion Sanders.
An agent, my sophomore year in college, handed me this paperwork. And I saw how much everyone made in the NFL. And I was highly disappointed that my position was one of the least paid. Right then and there, in that dormitory room, I created what you know as prime time. Oh, baby, you love him? You hate him, but guess what? You had to see him play.
One of the all-time superstars of the league, and not that many cornerbacks turned into like one of the biggest stars, but he's got to be one of the most recognizable top 5
Well, dual
players in the history of the
athlete,
league.
too.
Yeah,
The baseball stuff helps. The Tim McCarver stuff.
Absolutely.
the Tim McCarver stuff. Yeah, and here we go.
Number 1.
Any one of Babe Ruth's nicknames.
The Sultan of SWAT. The King of Crash. The Colossus of Clout. Babe Ruth! The Great Bambino!
Despite playing over almost 100 years ago, everybody all knows those nicknames. The Great Bambino. Of course, John Sterling called Jason Giambi the Great Giambino, so still lives all these years later.
Here's what scares me, and that is the only correct answer. What scares me is there are things in history, much more serious than this, I'm not going to bring up, where history gets altered and people change what actually happened, like what caused certain wars.
Yeah.
It's fact. It shouldn't change, but people change it as time goes by. There is now a growing sentiment, and Craig used to joke about it, but it's different. He was joking. And now more people are saying it as if it's a joke and sort of true, that I'm afraid 50 years from now, this joke is going to become real, and that's the idea that Babe Ruth didn't exist. And
Crow Armstrong believes that.
Yeah.
Or at least he said he saw the theory.
Yeah, I read Pete Crow Armstrong say it. In fairness, I didn't see the clip to know if he was screwing around or not. But there's a lot of screwing around about that. And it's starting to scare me by the time it's 2050 and we're getting older and we're dying out, there is just going to be a belief of, oh, yeah, it didn't exist. That's not real.
See,
there is proof, though, that he existed,
yeah,
right?
video.
There has to be.
Connor?
There's video and stuff.
Connor, there's proof we went on the moon. And there's people that say it wasn't real.
Well, that's a little... That's a little shaky.
Here we go.
Yeah, that flag moves, man. That flag moves.
You see? I'm talking to people who say this.
That's a different one. Because it's not like Babe Ruth was in a studio. You know what I mean? You could picture the moon landing being filmed on a studio.
This is going to build, and it's scaring me. So I don't even think we should joke about it anymore.
Nah.
We should just remind people that George Herman Ruth was a real person.
Now, what I do find interesting is if the wild card existed back then and Babe Ruth with the Yankees started getting picked off, we could be having Aaron Judge discussions about Babe Ruth. He got a bye to the World Series. Completely different
He
career.
also ended a World Series with a caught stealing.
Is that true?
Yeah.
What a bum. Can't produce him, October. Would you be more of a Gary Root guy or a Ruth guy if it was today?
Like I'm a Yankee fan?
Yeah, if just picture Evan Roberts a Yankee fan, that era's happening now. You a Gary guy or a
I'd
Ruth
probably
guy?
be a Babe guy. I mean, he changed everything.
Yeah.
He not just changed baseball, but he changed the Yankees. Think about what the New York Highlanders were prior to bringing in the great Babe Ruth. So I'd be a Babe guy.
Me too.
No doubt about it.
I root for fat people.
Let's go to Zach in Monroe, New Jersey. What's up, Zach?
What's going on, guys? Thanks for taking my call. I actually wanted to call in about the Giants receiver room. So, like, obviously with Calvin Austin going down, that's huge because now, Neighbors is not really a question mark anymore, but, like, you just don't know his health. And then, I mean, there are question marks after that. Like, you have Fields. You don't know what Fields is going to be. I think he's going to be a beast, but you still don't know what he is. Mooney. I think Mooney's an X factor, but again, like, don't really know what he is. So I think, like, they need to venture out and make a trade. And I thought they should have traded for Keyshawn Boutte a long time ago because they needed a receiver like him. And then, but right now, what they should do is everything in their power. They should try and trade for Brian Thomas Jr. because he, because what he can offer to the team, it would be so good because he won't be a number one receiver. Like he'll be another, like he'll be just like not another guy,
Zach.
But
like I understand what you're saying. Let's take a look. Let's take a window seat to Giants training camp, sponsored by Windorama's First Down Deals, 30% off your installation project, plus low to no financing. You're going to have to give up a lot to get Brian Thomas Jr. The team just traded multiple picks to move up in the draft to the third round to get Malachi Fields, who Harbaugh basically just glazed the whole morning on the morning show. I just don't know where Brian Thomas Jr. is getting the balls in this offense. I get he's a great player, but it just, I don't know. The Giants, if they're going to give up picks to add to this team, it's got to be the cornerback room and the D-tackle room. The wide receiver room, I mean, what are we doing here?
More of your football calls coming up. Thoughts on tonight's Yankee game and how Pete Alonso's return is about to get more embarrassing. Evan and Tiki without Tiki with Shaun Morash.
It's Boomer and Gio. Mornings on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
They think that they are going to be a reasonably good team because this offense is going to be significantly better than it was last year.
Yeah, and I don't want to knock Cade Klubnik at all. It's more the people that are pumping him up that I want to knock, and he may end up being a good quarterback for the Jets and get his opportunity, but he looks like a kid to me.
Get Boomer and Gio on demand. Available on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, and the free Odyssey app.
Hey, it's Tyler Reddick.
And Bubba Wallace from 2311 Racing.
On the track, every second counts.
And off the track, the same rules apply. Just fewer pit stops.
That's why we're spinning into Chumba Casino.
From social live casino to slot masters, the action's fast, fun, and totally free.
Rack up points, climb the leaderboard, and take home bragging rights.
Play anytime, anywhere. No downloads needed.
Join the race at ChumbaCasino.com. Let's Chumba.
Sponsored by VGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21, present in the state where it's legal to play.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46. And I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Paramount Plus is your streaming home to watch the NFL on CBS.
That means all the unforgettable moments, all the marquee matchups, and all the can't-miss football are all on Paramount Plus. See you Sunday.
If you work in New Jersey manufacturing, your chance to network, learn, and connect with resources for your business is October 2nd, the annual Made in New Jersey Manufacturing Day in Freehold at iPlay America.
Join your colleagues and register today at njmep.org.
Hi, this is John Starks, and I'm Tyler Kolek. At John Starks Kia, we don't play games. No gimmicks, no tricks, no hidden fees, no surprises. Lease a Kia Sportage for just $333 a month with just $3 due at signing. What we say is what it is, period. See you at John Starks Kia in Queens. Go New York, go New York, go.
36-month lease excludes tax, title, and MV fees. No security deposit required. 10,000 miles per year. Expires August 31st.
Verizon Small Business Days are happening right now. If you're a small business owner, Verizon business experts are ready to meet with you one-on-one to deliver expert support, special offers, and everything your business needs. It's great because they'll work with you to make sure you've got the best tech and plans to help you and your business get the win. Score a meeting with a Verizon business expert during Small Business Days, August 17th through the 30th. Call 1-800-483-4428 or go to Verizon.com/small business.
Boomer and Geo is brought to you by FanDuel. Hey, baseball fans, the MLB season is in full swing, and FanDuel is giving you a chance to call your shot with daily dingers. Joining the action is easy. Just make your free pick on who's hitting a home run in their game, and if you're right, you'll get a profit boost to use on your next bet for a chance at extra winnings. Head over to FanDuel.com/New York to get started today. That's FanDuel.com/New York to opt in for daily dingers and make your free pick on who's hitting a homer. Play ball and swing for the fences on FanDuel, an official partner of MLB. Now, we all love the app around here because it's safe and secure, and when you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN.
21 and over and physically present in New York. No purchase necessary. Opt-in required. Bonus issues now withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
The times you spend with your friends and loved ones are the best. Those selfies you take now will shape memories that will last a lifetime. Make sure you stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Only 2 milligrams of fentanyl can cause an overdose. So learn about the dangers and risks of this frightening, deadly drug at stayinthepic.nj.gov. Don't risk your life and all those wonderful memories you're creating. Stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Know all the risks. Visit stayinthepic.nj.gov from New Jersey Human Services.
Transform every drive into a homecoming during the Mercedes-Benz Welcome Home Celebration. Whether you're ready for your first Mercedes-Benz or your next one, Mercedes-Benz of Edison, Ray Cattina of Freehold, and Mercedes-Benz of Union have exceptional offers waiting for you, backed by the legendary Ray Cattina customer experience. Visit today and discover why coming home to Mercedes-Benz has never felt so rewarding. But hurry, the Welcome Home Celebration ends August 31st. Visit RayCattinaMercedes.com.
It's time to get everything you need for the job from one partner. No more juggling vendors. We've got your entire job supply covered. Supply the entire job with job lot quantities of everything you need, from flooring to roofing, with access to thousands of products not available in stores. More products mean more colors, sizes, and finishes, so you can get exactly what you need to get the job done. Learn more at the Pro Desk, the Home Depot Pro. It's about time.
Just take one bite. You're going to love it. Hey, my name is Ezekiel, a team member at my local Chick-fil-A. And the little thing I love about the new Chick-fil-A chicken and waffles is that I can enjoy it all day. It's the perfect combination of sweet and savory. The chicken, it was juicy, crispy, and all around it tasted amazing. The waffle is fluffy, and the syrup makes it 10 times better. You can have it for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Chicken and waffles is definitely the way to go.
Order chicken and waffles at your local Chick-fil-A restaurant. Menu switches from breakfast to lunch at 10:30 a.m. Real team member paid for their testimonial.
It's time to get everything you need for the job from one partner. No more juggling vendors. We've got your entire job supply covered. Supply the entire job with job lot quantities of everything you need, from flooring to roofing, with access to thousands of products not available in stores. More products mean more colors, sizes, and finishes, so you can get exactly what you need to get the job done. Learn more at the Pro Desk, the Home Depot Pro. It's about time.
From the makers of Surfside, something new is hitting the shelves this summer. Introducing Super Light, the new Vodka Plus Aid canned cocktail inspired by classic sports drink flavors. Super Light comes in 4 delicious flavors: fruit punch, orange, lemon lime, and blue chill. With only 90 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 bubbles, Super Light delivers a refreshing taste that's perfect for summer. Whether you're hitting the green, shooting hoops with friends, or soaking up the sun, Super Light is here to fuel the moment. Look for Super Light variety packs and individual flavors at stores and bars near you. Must be 21 plus. Please drink responsibly.
I felt a jackhammering pain in my jaw.
Like someone sawing my bones.
Barbed wire in my shoulder.
Like a cattle prod in my hip.
Like I put my foot in a blender.
Pain is different for everyone. But where pain starts, Jernavix suzetrigine begins. Jernavix is a non-opioid 50 milligram prescription tablet for adults with moderate to severe acute pain that reduces pain signals before they reach the brain. Before those signals tell the brain to feel
like I punched an angry beehive.
And pain reduction can finally begin. Do not take Jernavix with CYP3A inhibitors. Avoid use with grapefruit or liver problems, as these may increase side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medicines if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Jernavix may make certain medicines and birth control less effective. Side effects include itching, muscle spasms, rash, and elevated muscle enzymes. To learn more about Jernavix, ask your doctor. Call 1-833-589-PAIN or visit jernavix.com.
I'm Galen, co-founder of Brooklyn SolarWorks. With my Chase Inc. Business Premier Card, I get unlimited 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more. So everything we buy to run our solar business gives us cash back that we put back into the neighborhood, donating solar panels to community gardens.
Chase Inc. Cashback built for every business. Find the right card at chase.com/inc. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Orgavatazona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Talk sports with Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle on The Carton Show. Afternoons from 2 to 7 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Baseball continues in New York City, one of those rare occurrences where they're both home. Yankees home, of course, against the Astros. Mets at home, of course. Not really, of course. Half the people forgot.
Yeah.
Against the Milwaukee Brewers.
And the U.S. Open starts tonight, so all these venues jammed. Dude.
I know. Mets are warning people, if you're going to the game, leave early or take mass transit because of all the snooty tennis fans that are going to the tennis center.
You go to enough Met games. We do this every year at the U.S. Open. It doesn't add that much traffic. I've gone to enough of these games around this time.
No, I think what it adds to is if you take the LIRR, you take the subway, you're going to see the differences between the people that go to Met games and tennis matches. And I'm actually not going to be a jerk. I'll mock. The Met fan is disheveled. The Met fan has got mustard stains on their jersey. And the tennis fan has the sweater tied above their neck.
Tucking in the shirt. So.
Little polo shirt action.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, keep this in mind because now I am fully engaged in it. Pete Alonso's having a really rampage run right now for the Orioles, having a very good year, which should be the surprise of nobody.
Yeah.
I think the surprise with Alonso is probably his defensive metrics are off the charts. That's probably the surprise, but I think the offense is to be expected. Pete Alonso is now 5 home runs away from 300. There are 18 games remaining before he makes his ballyhooed return to New York at Citi Field, where he will get a 1,000% standing ovation. And right now, math is mathing. Like, there's a chance he goes into that series a home run away, 2 home runs away from 300. And I don't think that adds insult to injury by any stretch because it already sucks that Pete's not here. But I think it does raise the question, like, are the Mets going to do something if he hits his 300th home run?
I think we figured out the problem from last night. They were test driving SNY.
Oh, that's what they're
going to. If that swing sounds like a home run, you pull the plug quick.
You're funny.
Plug it back in the moment that ball's over the fence.
It is going to be ridiculous, and I don't mean that in a bad way because I'll be a part of it, for the ridiculous ovation the man's going to get. Like, it's going to be off the charts. And I've seen returns. Like, Mike Piazza got a ridiculous ovation, and that one kind of bothered me. Not the ovation, but he hit a home run, and he got cheered. Then he hit another home run and got cheered, and he almost hit a third, and fans were rooting for him. I remember me and Sal debated that back in the day. No, that was San Diego. Back in 2006. And my attitude was, hey, we're in a pennant race. Like, what are we doing?
Right.
The Mets are not in a pennant race. So I think that Alonso is not just going to be cheered when he comes up for the first time. There will be legitimate, I hope he rips one up the alley. And I got to tell you, I think I'm one of them.
You can't do that. You're a self-respecting Met fan.
The games don't matter. What am I freaking out about?
How dare you they don't matter? How dare you they don't matter?
What matters?
Yesterday, I'm telling you should be able to forfeit games that go. Every game matters.
Well, they matter in terms of evaluation. Like, I'm evaluating players, but
it's an opponent now, man. I know you have love for Pete Alonso. You could want him to do well. You don't want him going in there and beating the Mets, and who cares? I'm going to cheer for him.
Look, come on, man. If he's facing Robert Stock,
you gotta, no,
man.
I'm not saying you gotta boo the guy. I'm not saying that, but you can't be like going nuts.
There will not be a human being to boo Pete Alonso.
No, nor should they.
I heard Greg bring up the point, and I get what he's saying, that, hey, Pete deserves some of the blame because he turned down contracts. And that, I guess, is true. I mean, it's not I guess. He turned down contracts. With that said, Pete made the right decision at every turn.
Yes.
Because it turned out to be him betting on himself, and he was right. But I don't think Pete owed the Mets to take a value of contract that he thought was beneath him. He turned out to be right. It's like Aaron Judge he turned down a contract the Yankees offered.
Yeah.
He bet on himself. He got the contract he wanted. But on no planet, and we could debate, well, Pete could have signed this deal or signed that deal. That's fine, I guess. No one's booing him. Not a human being who's a Met fan is going to Citi Field and booing him. I would place any wager that you won't find one. I mean, I guess you can always find one.
No,
someone listening to my voice saying, I want to prove Evan wrong.
Will you cry?
Will I cry?
Well, cry's wrong word. Will you have like a little tear? He comes up for the first time, tips his cap to the crowd. Pete Alonso's back.
I don't know if I'll cry. I think
if he hits 300.
I think I'll be pissed. I think it's going to be a lot of anger.
Right.
See, Jake's return was so weird. Do you remember Jake's return?
No. It was last year, wasn't it?
So it was last year in the middle of a pennant race, Jonah Tong on the mound for the Mets, and because the Mets are the home team, DeGrom wouldn't come out to the bottom of the first inning. When he came out for the bottom of the first inning, it was 6-0 Rangers.
That's right.
They pounded.
That's right.
So there was no reaction to DeGrom's return because we were in shell shock. And again, they're in a pennant race. So it's not like, no big deal. Like the Orioles, whatever. The results, like I said, don't matter. They're in a pennant race. They're free falling. They're down 18-0 in the first inning.
That's crazy.
So DeGrom's return became very anticlimactic. Obviously, Pete's different. He's going to be the second hitter in the top of the first inning.
Is it midweek or is it a weekend series?
Monday night.
Monday night.
Week 1 of the NFL season.
So it's during the first Monday night football game?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's right after Mets-Yankees. They go from Mets-Yankees right into Mets-Orioles on a Monday night.
Wow. Okay. That's crazy. What is the Monday? Do we know what the first Monday night game is?
Yeah. How do you not know?
I forgot.
That's a horrible job out of you.
I told you, I'm so engulfed in baseball. I'm less on top of the football as I should be this time of year.
You fancy yourself as Mr. Football at this station, and it's just, honestly, it's BS. Doesn't know plays Monday night.
First of all, I know every sport. Right now, it's still baseball
You want me to tell you what it is?
Yeah.
Denver, Kansas City.
Okay. Juicy game. Yeah. Couple TVs going, and away we go.
I will watch it when I get home because I'm going to be at Citi Field.
Are you going to all 3 games?
No. I probably not. I would say Monday, Wednesday would be my guess. I don't know if I go to all 3 games.
You're going Wednesday.
By the way, I got to see if he's pursuing 300.
Like, you don't know what Wednesday is that night?
What is Wednesday that night?
Your season ticket holder, you don't know?
What is Wednesday? What's the date?
The 16th.
Of September?
Yep.
A season ticket for what? The Mets?
Yeah. You should. It's a bad job by you. I pray your family is not listening.
I have no idea what Wednesday
I pray your family's not listening.
What am I missing?
Mexican Heritage Night.
I had no idea.
Wednesday night, September 16th.
We're doing Mexican Heritage Night? Very cool.
Don't you have to go with your family?
I have to bring it up now.
Yeah. Well, that's really... I got another chance to see Pete Alonso. Honey, it's Mexican Heritage Night.
That's a good point. One of the Mets' best players is from Mexico. Did you know that?
No.
If I gave you 5 guesses and says, name the Met player, and he's good, like legitimately, he's a good player, and he's from Mexico, born and raised.
Ooh, hold on.
Daniel Duarte.
Okay.
One of their best relievers now. Let's go back to your phone calls. 888-808-1019. Yeah, I know. I was thinking, who? is Jared Young from Mexico.
You know what I went for a second? I was like, wait a minute. Did Dante Bichette play a couple years in Mexico?
No. Jared Young from Canada, by the way, not Mexico. Sean is in Queens. Hey, Sean.
Gentlemen, how are we today?
Excellent.
Just wanted to touch on a couple of things. Evan, I live on the Port Washington branch of the LIRR. Go to a ton of Met games with the train, and I can tell you one thing: those great Met folks going to the U.S. Open after the Met, it's mostly after the game when the train's packed. They look at us with utter disgust. That's how you can tell who goes where, because it's insane. And you know what? Rightfully so, to be honest with you.
I get you.
But I just wanted to get on. Sean, I love you, buddy. I really don't feel like every time I call, I don't want you to think that I'm dumping on you.
No, it's all good, Sean. It's all in good fun, man.
And before I get to the moon part, I will start with this. Okay, we're in good shape with the Giants, brother. We have so much depth at every position that I think we're going to get some of the best players available. Obviously, we're going to get the best players available, but I think we're in a lot better shape. I'm along Evan's thought process than yours. Now I'm going to get to the moon. Okay, but so. Kinetic energy. Do you know what kinetic energy is?
Yes, but no. Heard the term.
Okay, because the first thing I hear with this moon conspiracy is that the flag is moving, it's waving, as if a wind is blowing it. Now
the fans in the studio.
You have to think, when they stuck the actual post in the moon, it creates a motion and it creates kinetic energy. They took the picture and the video immediately after they planted the flag. Sean, that thing could probably ripple for months in that gravity. So, I'm not trying to sound like a nerd or smarter than everybody, but, I mean, science doesn't care about anybody's feelings.
Just remember, Sean, it's dumb people who like to claim it didn't happen.
Sean, can I just...
Sorry about that, but it's true. It's ridiculous. You guys sound like morons when you do it. And I'll get more serious. You want to bring up the other stupid conspiracies you guys like to peddle?
Me?
Not you, but a lot of people.
Hold on. I want to clear this up before we get off there.
Because it'll make you feel more uncomfortable once I start bringing them up. I'm not going to, though. I'm a nice guy.
I just want to tell Sean in Queens this. Anybody else listening? I got to be honest with you. I really don't care about the moon landing and whether there's actually a conspiracy or not. I've seen the conspiracies. Honestly, I don't even have a real opinion on it because I truly don't care. If we didn't land, I don't care.
Gun to your head. Did we land on the moon?
I don't know why we lied.
Gun to your head. Did we land on the moon? Yes or no?
Nah.
Really?
We didn't have color TV in 1969. There was no technology.
Connor,
they had the microwave. I don't think existed yet. But we flew to the moon.
Connor,
it's a little questionable.
You barely could get from New York to Florida without wondering about turbulence. We got to the moon.
We have conspiracies for everything.
How come we never went back? Even the Artemis, I thought that was going to go to the moon, but for some reason they didn't go to the moon.
By the way, that argument doesn't prove that we didn't go there.
When I found out they were passing the moon, I said, another crock here. Or the people, when Strahan went up in the air and came back down, are you kidding me?
I feel like at this point, 1969, all those years ago, if we can do it then, I feel like now we should be able to zip up to the moon for a vacation.
I think that we prioritize other things nowadays, which I completely disagree with. I don't think we put enough care and interest in our space program. I think we care more about everything else going on here, and I understand the argument for that. I would be big on investing in space in the future, and God knows what we can find. I don't think we do that. But we have a conspiracy for everything. And the only reason this was brought up is because there are legitimate people, Pete Crow Armstrong, one of them, who are now jokingly saying Babe Ruth didn't exist. Yeah. I know Craig says that, but I know he was joking when he would ever say Babe Ruth didn't exist. I don't think he's joking about the moon landing, but the Babe Ruth thing, he's joking. Everyone's joking about it, but eventually the jokes become real.
Yeah.
Eventually there are kids growing up that wasn't a real person. It's all made up. Let's go to Harvey in Dix Hill. Say, Harvey.
Hi, everybody. How are you?
Good, man. What's up?
Pretty good. I want to feed off one of my previous calls. Evan, you coined the term Mr. Blue Tent for Jackson Dart.
Yeah, he's Big Blue Tent, yes.
Right. At first I said that's going to discourage people from the protocol of having independent neurological evaluations. I've changed my mind. I think it's a great idea. It's a great term we should use because Jackson Dart appears to be very stubborn, even though he's aggressive, and he's got to learn. It's a learned behavior, how to fall, how to go out of bounds.
Harvey, he has. That wasn't the hit that happened in the preseason game. He's been sliding. What are we talking about?
That's not what I said. I'm just telling you that the overall picture is a learned behavior. He cannot, if he's not going, he needs to learn how not to go back to the tent. Okay? Simple.
Okay, so when a guy misses a block and he gets popped, and I love Harvey. That's a terrible call by Harvey, and I love Harvey.
Do you think...
Because none of that happened. Like, the last blue tent thing had nothing to do with Dart not protecting himself. And towards the end of last season, when he slid that last game, a bunch of all these reports were in camp, by all accounts, he's doing all that. So why are we revisiting this for Harvey?
Now, Big Blue Tent himself...
I'm sorry, Harvey, I love you. I'm sorry, but geez.
Big Blue Tent himself... Jackson Dart will be joining the Carton Show a little bit later.
Yeah.
Do we have a time on when they're gonna when he's coming on, or is that up in the air? Because I want to give the proper promotion.
I think 3:15.
3:15. All right, that's the.
I'm going to go with the I think I saw that.
All right, so Big Blue 10 himself, the great Jackson Dart, will be joining the show at 3:15.
I think.
Short-term prediction.
Okay.
How many questions does Big Mac ask for Jackson Dart? Because he's returning today.
I'm going to go 2.
2.
I'd be very nervous on the over on 1.5.
Big Mac 2. How many for Craig then? Just so we have a perspective.
Remember, these are very tight windows. Craig will probably be a pig about it, stretch it a little bit.
Wow.
I'm going to go Craig 5, Big Mac 2.
Do you think there's only 7 questions?
Dude, I don't think they're going to have. I think.
Nah, that's crazy.
How long do you think they're going to have?
Nah, it's not. But Jackson doesn't give long. He's not Brian Cashman.
Dude, horrible. I think Boomer only asked like 5 questions today.
All right, I'm going to go Big Mac 3, Craig 11. That's my prediction.
Think they're getting 14 questions in?
Yeah. This is going to be the first time I ever score an interview now just because of this game we're playing.
Look, you might be
I'll
right.
give you an official answer tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. That's fun.
I can't even. I mean, I can't say 0% chance. I mean, I don't know. Just that's my read.
But because you never thought about how many questions are asked in an interview.
But I know Dart's kind of articulate and can go a little longer with answers. That's why.
I think back to we had Isaiah Likely on earlier today, Brian Burns. I couldn't even guess how many questions I asked and you asked.
It all depends on how long the answers are.
I agree. I agree. If it's Brian Cashman, you ask one question.
Oh, that's no doubt. That's the under.
It goes on forever. All right, so we'll check in on that tomorrow at 1:18 just to keep time.
At 1:18.
Well, we're doing it right now at 1:18.
Same audience.
If you are a listener that's in the same listening pattern, we will give you the answer. I don't like to make predictions and then not offer you the results of it. So we'll give you the results tomorrow, coming up at exactly 1:18. Mitchell in Queens. What's up, Mitchell?
Good afternoon, guys. How are you?
Good.
So, Sean, I'd like to take you to task. You had 2 really hot takes in the last 2 days, and one of them, I'll say as a Mets fan, I thought was a great take, and as a Jets fan, I just didn't think you were realistic.
Okay.
I thought what you said about Lombard, especially with the Yankees' aging core, that he needs to be that level of a player to not get the best player in baseball right now. And I thought a lot of people disagree with you, borderline Hall of Famer. I'm like, Yankee core is aging. They got to win.
Yeah.
They got to get the best pitcher in baseball.
I appreciate that. And again, I said that's my expectation. It doesn't, of course, mean he's going to do that, but you should expect that based on what the Yankees did.
But that's fair. You could have got Tarek Struble to pair with this rotation and Judge, Cole, and Fried's aging years.
Yep.
Now, I don't think anyone would argue the Giants are set up better than the Jets, but the Giants have 10 games this year against 2 against Dallas, 2 against Philly, 3 against the good teams in the NFC West, the Lions, the Texans, and the Jaguars.
Yeah.
One could say the Jets should win more games than the Giants this year. And I don't think the Jets are necessarily a better team than the Giants, but to say that it's ridiculous that the Jets can't win 8 games, with especially that schedule that the Giants have, I'm like, where am I missing something?
Well, I would just say, Mitchell, again, I'm going to be adamant about this. This is why I'm not going nuts picking the Giants to win double-digit games. I've had 8 wins circled for the Giants. I agree with you on the schedule. But the difference is, again, we could talk about roster. We say what you want. The Giants have a real head coach. The jury is beyond out, in fact, leaning in a negative towards Aaron Glenn.
What are the chances? You put me on the spot yesterday and said, hey, what are the odds the Jets win 8 games? I said 20%. What are the chances that the Jets win more games than the Giants this season?
5%? I could see, here's the thing. I could envision a world where everything goes bad for the Giants more than I could that everything goes right to get the 8 wins for the Jets. I could.
Okay.
Like Jackson Dart could be massively terrible in year 2, and we're like, oh my God, what happened? And that changed everything.
Yeah, but you gave it a 5% chance. You didn't say 40% chance.
Because it's not
5%.
Because that's how I think that. I don't think the Giants will be one of the 5 worst teams in football. I just think it's not the Jets' fault or the fans' fault. They're going to be one of the 5 worst teams in football.
They only had 1 more win last year.
I know. They have John Harbaugh.
So 5% is awfully low.
John Harbaugh versus Aaron Glenn, coaches in this league. Geno Smith versus Jackson Dart, quarterback. It's a coach-quarterback league.
Here's, I think, the strategy here. He said it, put it out there. I got it saved. We'll see if it needs to be used or not.
Cool. And you know what? I don't like that either.
What?
It shouldn't be see if it needs to be used.
Well, it may not need to be used.
No.
You're likely to be right. I think we all agree the Giants winning more than the Jets.
But why is it only we pull stuff up when I'm wrong? How about for once?
Because
how about in January you go, Sean, remember all those arguments you had with the Jets and Giants? I just want to bring you over to show how right you were.
Sean, come on. Let's be fair now about this show. How many times have I pulled stuff that you're right about? A lot. That's not true.
But in this case, this has now become a 2-day bender of arguments.
No, I'll tell you why in this case. Because you said 5%. It's not like it's a 50-50 question. I asked you a simple question about, really, the caller asked it, about winning more games, Jets or Giants. It's natural we compare ourselves as the two teams in this town. And you gave a 5% shot. Like, I'm going to tell you right now, if it's October and they have the same record, I'm playing the clip. I'm going to say any update.
Cool.
Just like I say,
2 months left after that.
Just like I say, any update?
I feel nothing but 98 vibes.
It's good to have it. Good to know.
I'm
good to get an update on that.
I'm starting to feel more 2000 vibes.
That's a good vibe.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling 2000 vibes.
I am.
When we come back, we will chime in on maybe Al Dukes' hottest opinion he's ever had. Plus more of your calls at 888-808-1019.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Motion PT. Living in New York is not a spectator sport. Don't let pain keep you on the sidelines. Get back to what moves you with Motion's expert physical therapists. No referral needed. Most insurance is accepted. Schedule an appointment at motionptg.com today. And also sponsored by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
18 days until the Jets kick off the season against the Titans. Talk about gangrene here on the Fan, 101.9 FM, and always available on the Odyssey app.
Pat Boyle here to help you beat the books in Western Long Sports. Red Sox and the Marlins finish off a 3-game set, and I think the Sox break out the brooms. Boston enters on a 5-game win streak, including a thrilling win last night in extras, and have Sonny Gray on the mound, who's been a model of consistency all year long with an ERA under 3. Marlins counter with Ryan Gusto, who they've been using as a starter because of injuries. I'll ride the hotter team here with the better pitcher. I'll drink the dirty water and take Boston as a short favorite. I'm Pat Boyle. Bet smarter, beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
It's fall, which means you're going to fall so hard for this Dunkin' $6 meal deal. Now you can get a medium hotter iced coffee, 6 crispy hash browns, and a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. All for $6. That's a full breakfast meal for $6. So wherever you're headed, work, school, the gym, or your next adventure, your breakfast or afternoon pick-me-up is covered. Do breakfast the Dunkin' way. Order Dunkin's $6 meal deal now.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual-active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
What do parents think of back to school at Staples, where supplies start at just 25 cents?
Staples has the latest laptops with up to 40% savings.
I may hug the cashier.
So embarrassing.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's a wonderful time at Staples with up to 40% off select tech. Staples.
That was easy.
Visit Staples today or shop online and in the app. Ends 9/12. Exclusions apply.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age.
making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
If you're tired of dealing with dummies every time you shop for a car, I get it. All the games they play, the back and forth, it's brutal. Well, the team over at Route 22 Toyota seem to have it figured out. There are real people who have made the entire process of buying a car simple and that smart. Plus, they're easy to get to, right on Route 22 in Hillside, New Jersey, and they're always on the money with incredible deals on their huge selection of new and used Toyota. So remember, if you're tired of dealing with dummies, get over to Route 22 Toyota and experience a smart way to buy your next vehicle.
The times you spend with your friends and loved ones are the best. Those selfies you take now will shape memories that will last a lifetime. Make sure you stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Only 2 milligrams of fentanyl can cause an overdose, so learn about the dangers and risks of this frightening, deadly drug at stayinthepic.nj.gov. Don't risk your life and all those wonderful memories you're creating. Stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Know all the risks. Visit stayinthepic.nj.gov. From New Jersey Human Services.
Something big is coming. On September 2nd, DraftKings Game Day arrives with massive deals, exclusive offers, and an all-day celebration built for sports fans. Whatever you're betting, DraftKings Game Day has deals dropping all day long. One app, every sport. Mark the date, September 2nd. DraftKings Game Day is the kickoff of a new season, a new era, and the biggest day in sports history. Get ready to celebrate. New DraftKings customers, sign up with code WFAN. Spend $5 to get $200 in bonus bets within 21 days. That's code WFAN. In partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369. 21 and over. New York only. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 in non-withdrawable bonus bets issued every 7 days via click-to-claim for 21 days. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. Limited time offer.
In the U.S., it is estimated that more than 1 in 5 adults live with mental illness. Help is available. Call 988 to start on your road to mental health care. We can survive together. From your friends at Town Fair Tire.
If you work in New Jersey manufacturing, your chance to network, learn, and connect with resources for your business is October 2nd, the annual Made in New Jersey Manufacturing Day in Freehold at iPlay America.
Join your colleagues and register today at njmep.org.
Hi, this is John Starks, and I'm Tyler Kolek. At John Starks Kia, we don't play games. No gimmicks, no tricks, no hidden fees, no surprises. Lease a Kia Sportage for just $333 a month with just $3 due at signing. What we say is what it is, period. See you at John Starks Kia in Queens. Go New York, go New York, go.
36-month lease excludes tax, title, and MV fees. No security deposit required. 10,000 miles per year. Expires August 31st.
Pros, find the right flooring for the job in Lowe's newly redesigned flooring showroom. Shop our expanded assortment of trusted brands and get up to 35% off style selections, Stainmaster, and Stainmaster Pet Protect Special Order Carpet. And while you're here, save $100 on the DeWalt 20-volt max 6 amp hour 2-pack of batteries. Now just $179. Get more of what you need faster and save more where it counts from the ground up. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 8/26 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Okay, hold up. What is that?
It's new Tide Evo.
That little white tile is laundry detergent?
Yep, Tide Evo is a super concentrated laundry detergent that's built different because it's packed with 6 layers of cleaning power that fight odors, stains, dinge, and extra work. And it smells so good.
New Tide Evo. Love it or your money back. Money back guarantee issued via prepaid card by mail. See Tide.com for details.
Hi, this is New Jersey Attorney General Jen Davenport. Before you enjoy a night out, have a plan for a safe, sober ride home. Because impaired driving can wreck it all. Be safe, be responsible, never drive drunk or high. Together, let's prevent a tragedy on New Jersey's roads.
Tune in for the Yankees' first pitch presented by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees.
Talk New York sports. Jets, Giants, Yankees, Mets. Get in the conversation and make your voice heard. Call the Fan now, 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus, your streaming home to watch the NFL on CBS all season long.
All right, it's WFAN Fan Focus. It's the Yankees and Astros again, 7:05 at Yankee Stadium. Game can be heard right here on the Fan. Peter Lambert and Elmer Rodriguez on the hill. Mets and Brewers continue their series at 7:10 Citi Field. Dustin May, Robert Stock on the bump in that one as well. Tomorrow, preseason football again returns to us.
I just got a text message in our chat from Tiki Barber, who's in Europe.
Yes.
His question, Evan, super important question. Are you going to the Mets game tomorrow? Now, Tiki's in Europe. He's not going to the Mets game, but yet he tweeted, very important, are you going to the game?
You know what
I can almost lock up that his daughters are huge fans of the Squishies, which they're giving away at tomorrow night's game. And so I think Tiki Barber's about to call in a favor and say, can you get my girl some Squishies? And meanwhile, Sean's going to the game, and he's desperate for Squishies, too.
I'm desperate for one more. I'll get one. I need one more.
I'm about to become a Squishy supplier.
But you know what the best part is? What if Mizorowski throws a perfect game tomorrow?
Then the Squishies become valuable?
Beanie Babies and David Wells.
Yeah, no, I guess it would be very similar.
My kids ain't opening that Squishy dumpling, I'll tell you that. We go right to whoever's the highest bidder.
Oh, wow, yeah. I never thought about that. Tiki is responding right now, so I will confirm that he is making a pursuit of Squishies. Yeah, tomorrow night is Squishy Dumpling Night, and apparently if you don't have kids, they're very, very popular. Tiki is already written, I need one. Tegan is begging me. Ha ha.
Come on, this is unreal. We're on the Squishy Dumpling. Also, let's just say this. There's no kids in the room. What the hell kind of toy is this?
They're very weird.
I've seen
they're
them.
Squishy and they're kind of,
I don't know, man. And I'm happy. I'd rather kids play with toys as opposed to just whatever. Here's the iPad. So it's cool to see a toy. But you think about the toys of yesteryear. The idea that these things have taken off.
I mean, we were freaking out about Pogs. Do you remember Pogs?
Of course.
So, I mean, we're no better than this generation.
I had an OJ Slammer.
There you go. The Slammer. The Slammer
with
with
the Tamagotchi. You remember? You could raise that little animated.
My daughter
thing.
has one right now.
Really? They're bringing it back?
Yeah, they're bringing it back.
So I think we've all had our the Pet Rock. That's before my generation.
Tickle Me Elmo.
Tickle Me Elmo. That's
very
a big one.
The wrestling figure's still the classic.
Oh, yeah. That's still going. But all those things are kind of dopey in their own way. So, yeah. Tiki, like the rest of America, wants a Squishy. So I told him I got him. I'll get him an extra Squishy. You know, I got 10 tickets for tomorrow night's game. Me and my family are going to leave, come back, and keep getting Squishies.
I love it.
And if you got a problem with that, kiss my ass. You know, I spend enough money on this freaking team.
Yeah.
And I bought all these tickets.
Yep.
You know, basically with credit, but the tickets from the whole season. Anyhow, Al Dukes this morning on the warm-up show offered an opinion that I know has pissed a lot of people off. I wanted everybody to hear it, and we can give our take on Al Dukes' very, very strong opinion concerning the Little League World Series. Take a listen to clip number 1 of Al Dukes explaining his issues with it.
The idea that we're calling it the Little League World Series when there's 20 teams in it.
Yeah, he thinks the name is deceiving people.
It's misrepresenting what it is.
Well, to you, because you're thinking of it as Major League Baseball. If you have an understanding of it.
Again, unless you're involved in a team that has made that tournament, you have no idea that the Little League World Series has 20 teams in it.
Now, Al also would give us a baseball example to drive his point home that it's not the Little League World Series. It's kind of misnamed.
If the Guardians make the wild card, are they in the World Series?
They're in the playoffs. It's different.
Correct. They're in the playoffs.
It's different. They don't call it the Little League playoffs. That's what I said to you yesterday.
I know, but it just...
To appease you, you should call it the Little League playoffs.
Not to appease me.
And then have a series.
That's what it actually is, though. They're creating
but it
a
is
fake...
a series of games.
I know, but they're creating a fake narrative that these teams are the championship teams. They're not.
So your thoughts on Al basically having a big issue with the naming of the Little League World Series?
Look, Al, whenever he gets on a heater, he has, I don't want to say this is his best point because he's had a million great points. He's so true. He's so right. I've actually thought this for a long time. He had a better way of explaining it. Call it the Little League World Showcase if you want to. It's not the Little League World Series because you're also embedding the kids who go there and they don't make the U.S. versus the World Championship. You're making them feel like they won something they didn't. When we were younger, you used to play to go to Williamsport, and we just called it Williamsport because we had some respect for the game and understanding the World Series is the final.
That is not true.
That is what we called it growing up.
Oh, hold on a second. I have to fact check you on that. The Little League World Series and the tournament that it is, which I understand Al's point, it's misleading, has been referred to that for basically 60 years. The tournament as the Little League World Series. You're misunderstanding me. Dead wrong about that.
It's not that I'm wrong. We know that. It's what we were taught to call it because you can't actually consider yourself in the World Series unless you're in the final. We were told to call it Williamsport knowing it was already called the Little League World Series.
I got you, but his overall point is...
It shouldn't be called that.
And I totally get his point. Like... Take the emotions out, even if you're the coach or whatever, or you play Little League or
because it's just
you're
a
a coach
thing.
of Little League. It's just worded incorrectly. The Little League World Series should just be the finals. It should be Japan against whoever, whatever American team wins. It's obviously, unfortunately, not going to be who is left. Hackensack, Bayonne.
I forgot. Did Bayonne advance?
Yeah, no, they lost. They're out.
They're out.
Yeah,
it sucks for them.
No, I know. That's why I feel bad, but. That's the World Series. So I agree with the literal sense of what Al is saying.
Well, they call it the World Cup, even though the World Cup, then they call it the World Cup final. But the whole thing is called the World Cup.
But the World Cup is the trophy.
I think you have to treat it like the NHL. It's the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Right. It's the Little League World Series
and then
playoffs.
You have the Stanley Cup finals. I think the Little League World Series playoffs. And then it's the Little League World Series championship.
The Little League Division Series.
Yeah. Let's go all the way with it. It's the Little League Wild Card Series. Hey, you want to be like a major leaguer?
Yeah.
I did as a kid. There you go. I don't really feel like major leaguers. It's the Wild Card Series. It's the Division Series.
Do you find it weird we watch them on TV?
You want a confession?
Yeah.
I don't watch it.
All right. I think it's cool that they get to play on TV. I just find it weird.
Against it.
Yeah.
I think it's fine. My issue is, and it's not even an issue because who the hell am I to say? So I'm not giving you an issue.
All right.
I'm watching the Mets and the Yankees all the time.
It's true.
So it doesn't bring interest to me. Now, I've got two sons, obviously. If they were in the Little League World Series, would I watch them? Yes. I watch them play right now. And they ain't in the World Series.
Or even the town you live in. I could see that, I guess. A little community. Yeah. But I don't know.
I don't even know if I would, to be honest.
I just find it a little strange.
There's nothing strange about it. It's just not your cup of tea, which is what I'm saying. Just because it's not my cup of tea, just like soccer isn't my cup of tea, doesn't make it weird. It just makes it something I don't watch.
I don't know.
You don't have to go all the way with things in life, Sean.
I know exactly what I'm saying.
You don't like it. You don't watch it.
I didn't say I don't like it.
Don't besmirch people that do. It's stupid when people do that.
I love being a part of Little League in my community. I just think it's a little reach that when you get to August, you're watching kids you don't know playing in games. I just find it weird.
Overall, you agree with Al Dukes' opinion?
Yes, he's 1,000. It's also teaching kids that it's okay to not get to the World Series and call it the World Series.
Not really.
Yes, it is.
It has nothing to do with the kids and what you're teaching them.
Yes, it is. It installs everything. It's installing that you could get 5 steps from a championship and still consider yourself a winner. We shouldn't be teaching kids that.
Connor,
life's full of losses.
Connor, you're on Team Al Dukes or no?
I think he's technically correct, but it's not like it's not a 7-game series though when they play the championship, right?
Right, it's one game.
So the whole thing is the series.
Right.
So I would say like the World Cup, I think it should be the Little League World Series. And so I think he's technically right, but I think he's wrong.
That's why I would call it the Little League World Series playoffs. I know it's very wordy.
That's too wordy, I think.
It's the Little League World Showcase. That's it. That should be the name.
Little League World Showcase. All right.
That's the name.
Whatever. Who we
I
got
fixed
left?
Little League for you.
Do we know anybody left now?
Until you just told me 10 minutes ago, I thought Bayonne was left, so I don't know.
The only thing I remember about the Little League World Series is Tom's River and Todd Frazier. And it's obnoxious to think about.
Massapequa did a few years ago.
Did they?
Yeah.
Danny Almonte, remember him? He was like 25 years old pitching in it.
Daniel Almonte, the teenager.
Yeah. Chris
the
Drury played
adult.
for Connecticut.
How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't know those great stories until after the fact.
Right.
Like right now, they're 12 years old, and, God willing, they all have great careers and great lives and all that, but you don't know. So it's one of those things that you look back on. Either way, I think Al's right. As always, Al making very sharp points.
He is. Yeah.
Let's get back to your calls, 888-808-1019. Lorenzo in Keyport. Hey, Lorenzo.
It's just Al being Al. Just leave it at that.
Al being Al. Yeah.
Between that and Squishies on a slow day like this, when you have 3 guys who are Brooklyn Nets fans talking right now, I wonder what other things we could talk about. But I'll leave the Nets for the. Don't hang up on me.
I'm not.
All right. Listen.
Nobody roots for the Nets. You know what I'm saying, bro?
No. But all right. Who wrote? Anyway. You got me all intrigued with this Pete 300 at City, and I need to know which game of the three it's going to be at so I can get the ticket, because I want the man from Milwaukee to be at home plate waiting for him to give him a big bouquet of flowers and say, thanks for your lack of defense, as he hits and rounds the 300. That's what I want.
Yeah, I know we want blood from David Stearns, but the reality is they didn't want to give him a 5-year deal. It's not that they didn't want him back on a 1-year deal. They didn't bother making him that offer because they knew he wasn't going to take it. And that's not a defense of David Stearns. That's just the reality of what happened.
It's going to be this Jan that gives up the homer to Alonso.
You think so?
He's going to celebrate a big strikeout right before that, then throw a meatball to Alonso, and Connor Green's going to melt down on Twitter.
Yeah, I'll get 1 million views on that tweet. He'll throw a ball that he thinks is a strike. He'll do the jump and then give up the 300th home run.
Well, yesterday he had the opposite. He threw a ball. It got overturned in a strike 3. And so he didn't do a delayed jump. He did a delayed slide. Like a little ooh, I got the big strikeout. Mike is in Clifton Park. What's up, Mike?
Hey, guys. Great show. So I have a question about the Big Blue Tent. I know you had Giants on today. Evan, you did not bring up that you coined the nickname Big Blue Tent to any of the Giants.
I wouldn't bring it up to them. I would only bring it up to Jackson Dart. Why would I bring it up to Isaiah Likely?
You think Craig Carton has the stones to bring it up? I say he does not.
Well, in fact, goodbye. First of all, you're attacking everybody. I don't think Craig has to bring it up. It's not his idea. And if I know Craig well enough, and I wouldn't even take any offense to it, Craig would probably say, Evan, it's a stupid idea. You're not funny. He said that to me plenty over 2.5 years. So he has no obligation to bring up my nickname. Now, I would admit, if we had Jackson Dart on, and hopefully we will at some point over the course of the next few years, I would absolutely tell him that. I wouldn't do it in a mean douchishness way. I'd say, hey, Jackson, hopefully you don't hate me for this. I've been calling you this. But I'm not going to bring that up to Brian Burns. That would be stupid.
It would be
irrelevant. I'll never forget, speaking of bringing things up to people, I was doing a show with Big Mac a couple of years ago at Giants camp because Craig was off. Big Mac was doing the show with me. And we were going to have Saquon Barkley on. And we were talking about how, at that point, he was viewed by many Giant fans as being a bust. Mm-hmm. And I said, so you're going to do a Big Mac? He's like, what? I said, you're going to ask him if he's a bust or not? I'm like, yeah, you got to ask him. We're talking about it. And I think he did it. Because we were debating. I said, I'll do it. I said, but you're the Giant fan. And I think he did it, and I may have to find the clip, down the road. I think he circled around it and said, some people called you a bust. It'd be like if I'm like, hey, Jackson, some people call you Big Blue Tent.
Yeah. Or you can even go with many people are saying.
Yeah. But in fairness, Craig has no obligation to call him that because he doesn't call him that.
No.
Now, if he calls him that, he should. But I've never heard him, nor would he ever use one of my ideas.
Is he going to say to him, I think Geno Smith's better than you?
I don't think he said that either.
I think he did. I think I saw a clip FAN put out.
No, that's a little different.
That the Jets have a better quarterback.
That's a little. There's no way. First of all, there's no way Craig said that. He hates Geno Smith.
I don't want to put words in his mouth.
No, I don't buy that either. That's ridiculous.
Hold on.
Also, you got to be careful about things. Sometimes things are out of context.
That's true.
Here's an example.
Baseball season sucks.
I mean, that wasn't really what he meant, or even this.
The New York Knicks are trash.
You want to hear something else out of context?
The Yankees suck.
The Yankees suck.
Yeah. I do want to be fair to the voice of the Yankees. That may be out of context.
The Yankees suck.
That may be.
F that.
It may not. I think it may not have been better.
Don't mean squat.
I think he trusts Geno Smith because of Dart's health. I think that's what it was.
By the way, that's a fair point. Jackson Dart's got to prove he could stay healthy.
He proved he could stay healthy last year.
Not really. How many games did he miss?
2.
That's missing games.
And really was one.
And he ended up in the blue 10 150 times.
Ending up in the 10 doesn't matter if you're not hurt.
Let's go to Steve in Montville. Hey, Steve.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Great show as always.
Appreciate it.
I think it's very important to set the ground rules for the 2-in-1 question. For example, if I said to you, Evan, when and how did you ask your wife to marry you? Is that one question or 2?
I would count. It's a great point because he's referring to 118 earlier today when we were guessing how many questions Big Mac would ask Jackson Dart. I think it's amount of times speaking towards him and directing a question. So if you put 2 questions in one, that counts as 1.
I agree.
That's how I would view it. That's at least how I would view it. That's to me. Steve in Bayside. What's up, Steve?
What's up? Let me
you, Bob Wickman, and then let me get to this nonsense about the moon landing, if you don't mind.
Bob Wickman into a moon landing.
This is great.
Did you ever think that would happen?
Not when I woke up.
All right. So you guys mentioned before three-finger Mordecai Brown, and Sean was asking whether or not it made the fact that he had three fingers made his pitches move differently. Well, the Yankees in the early 90s had a pitcher named Bob Wickman.
Yes.
He lost one of his fingers in a farming accident as a kid. He had about a 15-year career as a reliever with about a 90 to 92 mile an hour fastball and the craziest slider you've ever seen in your life. And they attributed it to the fact that he had lost part of his finger. Okay?
That is true. Yeah. I think it was his sinker, that it had more sinking action to it. Or in general, maybe not even a sinker, but a pitch would have more sinking action to it because of the fact that he lost that tip of his first knuckle. How crazy is that?
Yeah,
so maybe
I get the moon landing in there.
No, we can move on. I want to get to as many calls as we can.
All right.
It's not like an insult when I do that. It's that people wait on hold. I'm trying.
Okay.
Because we take too much time talking sometimes,
fine.
which I own.
So there's a message. Lead with your best stuff.
Yeah, I always say that, though.
Okay.
Because we need to hear from Sean in North Babylon. Hey, Sean.
Hey, how are you? Ev, Sean, how you doing, guys?
What's up, Sean?
Good, what's up?
A quick question. I think the Jets are being undersold here on offense. I mean, look at the running back room with Breece Hall, Braylon Allen, Isaiah Davis. Look at the tight end room with Mason Taylor, Seakick if he's healthy, and Ruckert as blocking in a 12 personnel. And look at the wide receivers with Garrett Wilson. All right, you got Isaiah Williams. You picked up. You got Cooper Jr. We drafted. I mean, I think the Jets are being really undersold.
Well, I think we acknowledge, Sean, that they have a lot of good pieces on offense. They do. The problem is, and this is Sean's point and my concern too, I'm not alone, he's not alone, is the quarterback.
Right.
And it's, what does it translate to? The Jets have not had a top of the half of the league offense in a decade. So as much as on paper, they do have weapons that should be effective. The question is, do we actually see the results?
Yeah.
And until we see it in action, there's a skepticism.
And also, who the hell knows? And I said this about Malachi Fields, too. Who the hell knows if Omar Cooper is going to be really good? Kenyon Seek has to both be good and healthy. Braylon Allen was hurt right away last year.
I want to read a tweet that was directed at you. I think it's rather accurate.
All right,
except for the last part where he says it's not worth anyone's time. Outside of that part, it was all good.
Sure.
Drew from Jersey tweets, Shaun Morash usually has terrible sports takes. But him saying Neighbors is better than Wilson is probably his least terrible take. They're both top 10-ish wide receivers when healthy. Debating which one is number 7 or which one is number 11 is not worth anyone's time. Now, I wouldn't say not worth anyone's time, but I kind of think in general he's sort of right.
Yeah.
Like they're both really good. And that was why it's not outlandish to say one is better than the other. So, Drew from New Jersey, I get you.
I also didn't start this debate. A caller did.
What was the caller's name?
I forgot.
That's not fair to him.
I did. I forgot.
Guy calls up a show, starts a debate that everyone rips off. I mean, can we at least acknowledge him?
But this has taken like New York by storm.
Can you get his name? I'm giving you one homework assignment.
How am I going to get his name?
How? I don't know. We don't have an Odyssey app or podcast.
We're already
or
past the rewind feature.
Okay, the podcast. Done. Jeez. I got to teach this guy everything, Connor.
How would I do that in the podcast?
You go to wherever you download your podcasts, right? So for me, it's Apple.
Okay.
I click on Evan and Tiki. I subscribe. I go to the full show from Tuesday, and I either search because there's a transcript, and I find where the debate started. It would take me 5 minutes. Like literally, we don't have any breaks left because when the show's over, it's over.
All right.
And I ain't.
So you just answered. If it takes you 5 minutes and you do the research.
I'm asking you to do it.
I don't have 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes.
You don't have 5 minutes?
I don't have 5 minutes.
Why, you're busier than I am?
I got
we
multiple,
both have 2 kids.
I got
both have busy
multiple
lives.
podcasts today.
Multiple?
Yeah. I got to get in the pool before it gets dark.
And Sean, I'll say that you didn't start the debate, but you fanned the flames for the outrage by making it out to be ridiculous that Garrett Wilson could be better than Malik Neighbors.
In fact, Connor, I ended the debate. Because anybody who disagreed with me, you got to bring more than a pea shooter.
I think Drew's right. This Drew from Jersey guy. It's the one tweet I'm going to read from the. No, it's just a guy with big muscles on Twitter.
Oh, another one of these guys with big muscles on Twitter.
He clearly doesn't like you because he says usually you have terrible sports takes.
Did you know that everybody on Twitter just has like 6-packs and awesome bodies?
Isn't there an AI version of me with a six pack?
I think there is. Yes,
I should just
exactly.
put that as my picture.
Everybody's the best looking person ever. They're not bald or fat. Nobody bald or fat's on Twitter.
I may have to change my Twitter avatar because I've been using my Mets Bible for 3 years. Is it over? Like, should I just move on from it?
It's not over. You wrote a book. You should be proud of it.
So keep the book as the picture forever?
Yeah, man.
Fair enough. Alex in Southampton. How about, what's up, Alex?
How you doing, guys? Thank you for taking my call. Your favorite truck driver. How are you?
What's up, Alex?
What's up?
Listen, are you seriously picking on the Little League World Series, man? I was a coach for 17 years. I never got my team, my New York City teams, to the World Series, but I went deep in the tournament, and all the kids know that is the name of the tournament. They know they're not going to go play the final game. And if you want to start there, why not continue? Go to college now. Go to college now, eh? What happened with the College World Series?
They shouldn't call that the College World Series either. It should be the College Playoffs.
Why are you picking on 12-year-olds, Sean?
I'm not picking on 12-year-olds. It's not their fault. It's on
us.
us.
Why are you picking on my little kids?
No, first of all, I'm not. It's on us. It's on us, the adults, to guide them. Like, life is full of hardships and losses.
Jeez.
It's okay to tell your kids you didn't make the Little League World Series. You made the Little League World Showcase. Like, it's okay.
Connor, are you listening to this?
You're picking on kids, and then yesterday you said that you hit lightning bugs with wiffle balls and
Big
sprayed
sociopath
Raid into ant
and also put salt on slugs.
Yeah.
Salt on slugs.
Yeah.
Here's
Sorry.
What we
Sorry.
found.
Don't want bugs all over my house. Sorry.
In the 3 days since Sean has returned from his long vacation with Tiki out, here's what we learned about Shaun Morash. Obviously, incredible fanboy when it comes to the Giants. Can't take a serious conversation on the Jets.
Obviously. You have him for more wins than I do, but obviously I'm the fanboy.
Murder slugs. Like, he's admitted he's murdered slugs.
Yeah. It's been a while because I haven't seen them in a while.
He's admitted he's murdered antholes. He's admitted, what was the other?
He would hit lightning bugs with a wiffle ball bat. Which are an endangered species.
We're forgetting one thing. Earlier,
where will we be without the lightning bugs?
It's a hallmark of summer, the lightning bug.
Earlier in the show, he admitted that he set the CBS Sports Network on fire.
I didn't let it
because
fire.
He was making a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, and the whole station shut down.
And admitted that if no one knew he did it, he wouldn't admit to it.
Yeah. We had a guy on hold who said he could be prosecuted for it.
For what?
And then
for what? Going off the air?
And now
we're back in 7 minutes.
He's co-signed the Al Dukes opinion.
The idea that we're calling it the Little League World Series when there's 20 teams in it.
Now you're attacking 12-year-olds with Al Dukes.
I'm not attacking 12-year-olds. But let's be better as parents. That's all I'm saying.
Let's go to Mike in Pompton Lake. Hey, Mike.
Hey, guys. I got one more Booney nickname for you.
Yes.
Ryan Weathers.
So yesterday, if you missed it, and I advise everyone to find it on the podcast, I thought it was fun. We did the Aaron Boone nickname game. We had all the clips of Aaron Boone's nicknames. Ryan Weathers has a nickname, okay? But I don't want to use it because he calls him by his dad's nickname. He calls him Stormy.
Oh, right. Okay.
Well, that's David Weathers' nickname, so I feel like it's, I don't know.
Stormy Jr.
It's like rewinding Cabby, which he uses for two guys. It's Waldo Cabrera and now Jose Caballero.
You get lazy sometimes.
That's a lazy thing. So he calls Ryan Weathers Stormy.
Usually a porn actress's name, but we'll take it.
Well, because you're thinking of Stormy Daniels.
That's right.
That's the only actress you can think of with that.
You're right. That's all I thought.
Of course. If you've missed any of the show, rewind it on the free Odyssey app or download the podcast. We were talking to Brian Burns and Isaiah Likely earlier. Jackson Dart's coming on a little bit later with The Carton Show, so make sure you keep it right here all day long, and we'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m.
$18 days until the Giants kick off the season against the Cowboys.
The Giants stopped him at the 1-yard line. Holy cow!
The home of New York Giants football. The Fan.